and is just forced to back off. And oh my god, into the back line. Kimi all alone, Kyle as well. Serarmon wants to try to arrive, but oh my god, he does not enter the fight yet. Kimi will get taken down.
Okay.
Sweet on an unstoppable.
Correct.
He wants to go in for more. Serarmon taking a lot of hits, and there it is. Crisis with the unstoppable as well. Serarmon goes down, could be, but no. With that, EVT have taken down 3 members and the tower, and they're looking for more. There is no stop to this invade.
Yeah, like they are so aggressive, and once they have
Full-on
established their
domination
lead,
by
they are
EVT.
so into the faces of Team Noctura, and with this Lord that is marching towards the bot lane, the holy defense is still standing, but again, Kyle.
ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯂꯣꯔꯗ ꯄꯨꯁꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯣꯏꯗꯣꯏꯔꯥ
It is of course impossible.
ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯃꯥꯟꯗꯦꯀꯣ.
Get godlike, and now Crisis going in. He will be the one getting caught this time around. It seems. Oh my goodness, the flicker just saves him out of that. And with that, Crisis surviving once again from the Crisis. But now the wall being placed here, and Faded almost forcing out the Crimson Beacon as well. He still holds on to the flicker though. And with that, the golden shields will be able to save a lot of turrets. But the bottom one will still fall. Godspeed. He has set his sights onto those turrets.
Yeah, like they have set sight on a lot of things, and they're still not shying away. Black Dragon once again in, Cody Cutie.
Oh, they're looking for another engagement to the backside. They still have the Petrify, but Petrify being used up here. Oh my god, a lot of damage being done here. Mid lane will fall as well. They're looking for the end. EVT desperately trying everything that they can to try and end the game as soon as possible, because they understand the comeback is definitely a thing here that Noctura always tries to go for. But with that, they do not really have enough minions into the mid lane, the bottom lane, just one cannon minions all they have. Haruka could be falling here, but Kyle will be the one going in for the engage. They go in for a perfect shutdown onto Godspeed, and with that, Kimi could be falling here though. But one member sacrifice to try and defend the base is definitely something that Noctura have tried to pull off here. But another minion wave marching in from the bottom and the top side. Can they defend this as well? They do not really have someone that they can push, so EVT, it's better for them to just back off now, I guess. But oh, look at Kyle. He's still going in aggressively. What is Kyle thinking there? He's going in for a 4v1. That is a suicide mission that Kyle is on right now. But Kyle still survives. He's still trying his best to go away from the damage that's being done by Crisis, but Crisis will still get him. And with that, double kill comes up for Mr. Crisis. This Uranus is not
loidero
go
lane
down at all. But oh my god, the damage here being done by Haruka is way too much, and getting onto them.
BYZ live thane haidane thadone BYZ will be live aigi watch party je loyam da ma live thakari go aduna aigi live se aigi watch party je hek loibaga BYZ live thakadoine aduna
the Lord will be spawning soon, but a lot of those engages from Kyle is kind of questionable because his team
elimination ni ko mathang da soul gi match le mathang da soul gi match ni ko sida pohobu team do mythic showdown ni kong thau dine ba
fight when the team cannot respond to the damage that the other team is dealing, and because of that they will always have the lead. And this might be a problem here, because without any inhibitors, it's looking very slim chances for the side of team NOC to actually try and hold on to this game, because just one more push and it can be a lot more. But hey,
play tawdoiro ai di mythic showdown loi kan sanara ge
5,000 dice giveaway.
mythic showdown hek loi baga sanara ge
So be there, do like the stream, do share it to your friends so we can reach that milestone. But again, before that, we need to see how will the side of Team NOC respond to this push from the side of Team EVT.
Yep. This time around, the minion waves have not been synced perfectly, but the way Crisis just seems to be harassing the back line, getting way too annoying here. But with that, they go in with the mountain shocker. A lot of damage being done as well. Petrify combo being used here. Faden will get taken down by the killing spree of Corey QT. The passive of the Shah Residue just getting onto him. Corey QT very, very low here. Haruka could fall as well. Shut down, secured there by Serarmon. This could be an impossible defense that they are trying to pull here, but Godspeed does not allow them to do that. Godspeed goes in
GG. First game goes to EVT. EVT the first game kagre ko.
They can do anything, and Noctura will lose the first game to EVT.
ZZWP.
So forced from the side of
game se CD.
EVT, I mean, Fredo, I think you spoke more than me for this game. You didn't have much rest, but it was worth it. Every fight they had the damage, and even in the early game they should not have let Godspeed free farming in the game. The main objective should have been stopping that farm, but they were nowhere close to doing so.
Venom grang kamai to Venom je le hore. Venom le hore ko guys.
Kind of questionable, but what was NOC thinking?
Definitely. I'm not really sure about why they were playing so aggressively, even if they knew that the enemy was able to respond much better to those engages. It's of course EVT on
best
the
of
other
3 ni
side.
hozalani
It's
hozalani
not
pat launa
someone
hozalani
that you do not know
bil
about,
gai
right?
jengo tenacity
So
bai
that
re
is definitely going to
firmness
be
bai re
some trouble here for the side of Noctura that they have to
imperious
face when they are facing, of course, their opponents right now who are EVT. And with that, you can see the KDA
mathang gi
and the
sol ga peak
scoreboard
ka
on the
leibini ko
screen, the
sol ga peak
items
ka
were
ado
definitely not
apoba team
something
dule
that we
hodoi ni
were
ko
talking about
so le
because the
horaga di
items
kappe
were
moi dum lo
very,
kham
very
pae ko
usual. But I'm
so gi
not
play
really
ji yeng
sure
dui ni
about
moi
why,
do improve tor ko ta tor ba yeng ki ko
the side of Noctura were so aggressive repeatedly again and
ibiti ji nagi
again.
satra
Even we
male
saw Kyle,
nate nate
maybe he's just getting frustrated that he's not getting the damage that he could if he was playing a Herald or
PYZ
a Granger or
YouTube
something
ta
like
ka ni
that.
ko PYZ se ai gi live
Yeah, maybe
stream
he was
watch
being a
party
bit
se hek loi
impatient,
baga
but I think the
magi
side of
thagala kani
EVT
magi
played a
channel da
phenomenal game
ado aine
for
loina ma
Crisis. He was the
ken tor ma
MVP,
ko no me am lo ta am mage
808 on that Uranus onto the goal lane.
my haze
Man
thank you
played a
for the
double
20
game.
bro
Like
thank you
you
for the
already
20 big
mentioned, he
shout out to
absorbed
my
so much
haze
of the damage. He was, frontlining so much for his team that the rest of them could actually just, put an end to the heroes that were
she's
either
in the first game
overextended or were very badly
she's the
positioned,
first
and it
game ni ko
happened quite a while because
Saturday
Nodara
night
will
to
engage
drobo
the
to 100 ne
engages the
keno na
RWM from
Mythic Showdown kanggu je
Shenzhou
Saturday
was
night
so
to
on
100
point. Like this duo, the mid
kappe
duo was so perfectly synced that they got so much advantage of that game. And when we even talk about the items, they're kind of very far apart because of the goal lead the side of Team EVT had. We're looking at a 14 minutes and 21-minute game. That is 21-second game. That is like 8 to 23. So you can see the disparities between both these teams. Like the kill pressure is way too much. And even if we talk about
PYZ se noi team de yaw doiro PYZ la yaw kan yaw kan sana kan December day di sana kan ko hoji hoji ki di sana dri December day sana kan
better one, despite I would
moi di
say
sana ngani ai di
damage
sana
was
mina dri
more
ba
from Kyle, but the sustain was much better from
ai hoji 5 minutes sana ba
Crisis.
yaw
Even
dri
for the jungle, I think Sarar Moon, he could have just gone for something better. Apart from the Suyu, it didn't perfectly fit into that game because they needed somebody to actually punish.
hyper ani je yam thine young oi wa ne da
Reach him on time. He was already so fed, and even
cool
for the mid
teenager
lane,
nga tani ko hyper ani je
I think the Zushin was trying really good, but it's a utility at the end of the day. It does not deal as much damage as the Eve can, and that kind of really slows down the game style as well. And I think for the early game, the aggression was good,
ibil gi di sara walak na ba lap
from
matam
Kuni.
du da
What are your
is huge amount guys leo
Match of
kappe ko si da
Well, I
so
would say,
wala kani face game
Noctura
yes
were
from
the ones
December
who were
face
playing
game from
the
December
aggressive
awra ni
game.
ko games ah
They were going for the aggro from early on. We already saw what Kimi was doing. He was definitely trying his best to harass Godspeed, but things did not seem to be working out their way at all. Like you mentioned in the beginning, synergy is definitely something that could be an issue here. And that seemed to be the case because a lot of time in those engages,
face game kamain to ba face game to ko
Noctura
ni
did
gen
not really
December
seem to
de
be on the same page. The members were
face
all
game to ha
scattered
ka de ni
around.
gen
They definitely had a lot of plans that they were thinking about executing, I guess, but when it was time to execute them, they did not really, come to fruition. The idea was there, but the ideas, did not really make it to fruition, I guess. But yeah, that is of course something that they have to do better when they come for the next game. But for now, EVT are of course sailing through in the first one, and this second one could be another one that they could sail through if the side of Noctura do not really, I would say, rectify their mistakes that they made in the first one. I know, man, Kimi and Kyle have been a very deadly duo from a long time, but man, the deadly duo has, I feel like it is in a very tough spot right now. They are definitely finding it hard to prove
ibil gi
themselves.
t-shirt layer bro
I
t-shirt
think
ani lay
even
ani
yesterday we talked about this entire tournament, that is the Mythic Showdown. This is like one of the highest platform currently that is providing all these teams. Not
khana
only
gi
the
the khatun halo
small
Ellison ning
teams,
thozam
but even the bigger ones, right?
40
And
thank you for the
most of the
40
teams, they have
super chat
participated
bro
in so
bro
many
super chat
tournaments
me am je like nam
throughout
ji ko
this year.
bro ma'am
They have really
December
built
dagi
that
sana
synergy.
ni
No
ko
matter, like,
December dagi sana
even
ne
if
da
one or
ai
two
ju
players
yaw
are
ni ko
changing, the synergy is still
ai ju
there
5 men
with
sana
the
di
players
awra
as
ani
well. But in terms I'm talking about the mechanics, individual mechanics, it has really risen to a lot higher than it was previously. At least, if you talk about 6 months back, I think the players have evolved. They have understood a lot of, understanding of the game has been evolved as well. So these things kind of matter because, yes, they were dominating, but if you cannot, get past that limit that you have built for yourself in the previous time, and again, when you're, playing with, the players who are actually still active, I think you need to even
Shin yu
level
ga
up
hai minga
yourself.
seng ba ji
I'm not talking,
minga seng abimanyu ko bune abimanyu
gapped here, but the thing is, you can see the
Abri
pressure
menyu
is
das
there on
ko
them
woni
as
ko
well,
ma
right? They
mingja.
need to perform. If they're not performing, if they're taking
Tis
getting,
teaser
if they're
reveal to
having
sa
like
teaser
late
chu reveal to kani.
attitude, it's gonna be
Wali matam
torturing them
wali guys
to the
tam na
point
ngai
that they
ji
will
ko.
not be able to maintain the lead, because yes, you have the aggression, but if your aggression is not giving you the lead, then what's that
First
aggression
game
good
da
for?
na da tawgi
That's gonna matter.
Adui matung
So
da tam
again,
tam na tor
wait
ke.
for the second game. This time NOC will
Resources
have the
gather
second
to
pick.
resources
So
gather
I think
to
EVT
ko.
they can pick up a good hero, but they still have to trade for 2 heroes.
Ado drop
So the
hore.
draft is gonna really,
Thank you
really
hero
hard for the
ben ni
side of
ko.
Team NOC this
Ado
time
lens
around,
slot pai
because I
phang te
think
manau je
they
as
could,
always
they
EBT
can
lens slot pai
win
su
the
phang phang
draft
ko.
better compared to the last game.
Mina dum ben tor kani.
And honestly, these both teams have done a very good job in the first round as well, I
Elusivity
would
is for
say,
nung si
because
ba
banning
saktam
out
uning
those
beheli tau.
heroes that are usually in the meta right now is all those fighters, right? The Esmeraldas, the healers,
Hungry
basically, the
oisale.
one who can dish out damage
Lens
and
imphal
take
ta
a
tawni
lot
hai
of damage
chumber
at the same
chume.
time. Doesn't matter if the crowd control is present or not. The crowd control is like a bonus, I would say. So yeah, the healers are definitely the one who can heal a lot, the ones who can sustain a
Asian
lot,
Games
actually,
ki
are the
aim
ones
laitro
making
aim
it to
se
the meta.
December
In the
sanaba
last
matam
game,
da
we
dum
already
khanarani.
saw the Esmeralda getting
Kena
banned.
tawagadi
Of
kitang
course,
komnaragadi ko sanaba yai.
the few ones that were left open were the ones who got picked, like the Yuzong, and of course the Uranus on the other side, and on the other side, so the CC and the Lapu.
Goal
So it
lapu
was a
yene
sustained
goal
versus
lapu
damage
lakani.
combo,
Lapu
and
open
we already
layaba.
saw what happened
Goal da
in the
lakani.
laning phase. It was definitely the side of EVT was having a better time, just because they could sustain out much more longer. And in this meta where team fights have been getting so much longer, I feel like it's better to just go for those heroes that just do not die, man.
True. I think that is part of the reason, because
Wait.
compared to now,
Alice, was Alice banned last game?
yeah,
Inchendo mai gi stream da miwa ngangna howe.
they banned it.
Sis Manipur da len ta bagi matang da kajale.
We have to
Lak pa
really
yaroi
hope
cookie
that
ma chadi ka mai
more
laktino.
of the battle of the
Lak pa
system
yaroi da gi barai to da
is
mai kappa na ta mai pai
longer,
te ba.
and we'll
Cry
take
hai
the
tam ni ke na tu da.
previous look at the previous draft as well, so to see what heroes they are still prioritizing.
Cookie ma cha ga ga so kang ko ne ba thing kapi je.
Despite the YS
Manipur da len to ji moi na ma re ye le ba yaroi.
by either of the teams, so this time it's left open, and 29 Godspeed will instantly lock it down. Also, the Garud Kacha, which was left open, will be picked by the 30 Menosti, so they are trading off heroes for sure, but at the same time, I don't think so. The YSS might be a very good option for NOC to go for, unless the Ramon is really feeling.
Senju to zoom to solo.
Yeah, I'm not really sure either. But okay, let's
Kape
see what
mai
they do
pose
now.
kai pose
The
butterfly
fact that
pose ne ma
EVT
da khai.
have gone for this first pick Hayabusa is actually very interesting. It changes up a lot of things here, because
Kapo ne Mario ma bani. Mario da mo hena sathi ge ko. Manao da. Musin mo mu kape ko du da.
it works out in,
As wa jao de lo ye de
I would
manao da.
say, very specific
CC food
compositions
as loy
where
loy.
they are not really having I mean when the enemy are having actually some squishy backliners, that's when the Hayabusa really works out. But the fact that they have revealed that they're going to pick up this Hayabusa early on means the NOC can just draft around that and just go for heroes that will not get taken down by this Hayabusa now. So
Len equal to lan hai gre wa lo re. Len equal to lan hai
make
ko.
a use of this Hayabusa that they have picked up. Shenzo this time around though, once again, he's going to
Ado
pick up the
lapu
lead.
is open guys. Oh to
Pretty
khung
well
ka
for
kre
them.
direct. EBT pick ji phajaba ching ba mali ko. Hoji ko ni tang khai am tang di udang ai.
This Lapu, I'm not really sure how to
Confirm
how to
oigrabo
talk
hoji
about
phaugi
that,
di
but
Manipur da
we already
confirm ne.
saw na Lapu, it
Tantha
was
police
definitely
server ga ba tantha gi cinema
and
hall da.
NOC right now
Hoji
could
phaugi di
pick up the
confirm
hero
da
that
lai
they
ko.
did
Ko na
last
semdora
game
kadra di
and
khang
of
de.
course show them who is just
Marai
better
ture
in
yam
lane
tang na ri hoji.
I think the Lapu is still a good flex to have, if not for
तो
the
आई की
damage, I
स्ट्रीम
think
से
it can
वाच
be-
पार्टी
I
से
mean,
लोग
not
PYJ
for
लाइव था
this
करेंगे गाइस
specific
तो नहीं ना तुम
tournament,
नहीं मैं हम गाइड तौर मगे PYJ की
and
चैनल दा
at least give the team
मासु लाइव था
some
नहीं
kind
को
of feel for sure, but the Hayabusa, yes, it is a
और
bit
इन
too
100 के
early
मैच
to
तो एक
pick.
लोग
I
होगा
think the side of Team NOC, they can just go for a very high sustain lineup. They can just go for something that won't die, like you mentioned, really could be
Lampel da.
troublesome.
सी पोर्ट ले होदे रो
Even
यस
for him,
सी
in
एलिमिनेशन
general,
मैच
just
को
needs some
सीधा
push
पोवर
down
टीम
his
ले होदे
squad easily down, and if he doesn't get
डेट
so
क्या देना
that
डेट से
heroes, I think
December
it's
last
very
week or
difficult for
वे
him. But at the same
December
time, I think the way
January first week
play,
नत्रगा December
the
last week
games are very important
Land.
because he's not really sighted in the map. He's like just free farming, pushing those objectives, and even if with the Hayabusa he can actually go for the macro gameplay much more than the kill pressure, I think it can still work. But given only that he's actually leading in terms of the farm, isn't it? If it does not have the farm enough, I think it's going to be very difficult for this Hayabusa to actually even strike snowball in the late game if they are winning as well.
Yep.
Puni panda ayo
definitely
kitim
not the
gatai.
kind of
Ayo kitim mai
gameplay
kayo.
that the Hayabusa will be expected to
Ayo
do.
kitim
It's
gatai.
not going to be a
Ayo na
snowball. It's
manager
definitely going to
ni
be
kana
the
wait
split
wati
pushes
wari mo ne
and
tude.
the objective
Ayo
gameplay.
kitim gajal.
But the side of Noctura, they still need to pick a mage. So I'm really interested to see what mage are they going to pick up here. If it is going to be
Maybe
Zushiro,
maybe the Lunox would be a good one. Immunity, right?
yeah, I also feel that the Lunox could be a good
Mathang
one.
da
Where, I
mathang
mean,
soul match
the
lai bro.
immunity
Yes,
will
mathang
help
soul ga
her
pick ka
dodge
lai ko pick.
everything that's being, going to
Venue
land
Manipur
on
oidoro
her, I
yes.
guess. Of course, the ultimate of the Hayabusa along with the Lapu Lapu as well. At the same time, the burst of the Lunox, once
Pai
she can
toroga
dodge all those,
masagi ni
she
ko
can
dude.
always go for the chaos.
Masagi pai ja bani.
Anyone down because
Adri saw
EVT
bete ko.
are only left to pick
Pai
up
ga dila ni
the
live to ma.
frontliners right now, and that's why they have to just go for the
Not win
roller
tournament.
and
Khang de ne bro dum de.
the EXP, I guess. And right now, if you take a look at the Lapu Lapu, I feel that this could be going into the goal lane, but if this is going to be the export into the goal lane, I feel like this Lapu Lapu could actually suffer just a bit.
It could suffer
Manipur
for
ki team
sure. I
ko
think,
kya qualify toroge Manipur ki
like you
team
mentioned,
se oji
two
both
damage.
qualify to
I mean,
secret rank
you
ta
know,
ne
even if the
khan
Lapu
bada.
Lapu goes in, if you cannot
Round
kill the
robin do
people,
qualify have ni
if you
ko.
cannot give the
Lane
unit
ki
out
qualify to
the
de
full
wale.
members, I think it's pretty much wasted for him. But okay, the
Oh.
Selena for the early game though.
Adubu NOC with the Selena play.
I think a
Wow.
bit risky,
Asi
but
attack
still
was in
can
Selena
work
pai
really
do
well if
yeng
you
ji
can
ko.
pull it off, for sure.
Ado attack
It's
magang go je
Sweden
me
versus
sana de
Sweden,
hi hi na
so
bane.
I'm not really
Thaina
surprised
daski
to
ki
see a
ticket
Selena.
kain
I
le
mean,
mo
I
thaina.
mean,
Mazu
Selena was
bhajan
pulling in the
thek
back of
pani
my
ko.
mind.
Adum Selena
I
di
just not
bhajan
say
sana
it
bane.
because I feel like nah, this is not going to happen.
Daski
But
ki ticket ki
I just remember
charon
this
churo
fate,
nisna.
and of course the guy who plays Selena, like I don't know, man, like the way, of course, for the people who know it, Void back in the day, during those days of Snapdragon. So yeah, it kind of reminds me the way he plays as Selena is so aggressive. The
Hey,
abyssal
you
arrows are
forgot
so on point.
1%. You forgot 1%. Direct mid calf. How can you forget that, man?
Yeah, oh my god.
Was
I'm
the
so sorry I did not mention Zozo there. But yeah,
sir.
I always feel like Void is and has been the best Selena user that I've ever seen in India so far.
Wow.
Oh,
Yai
Okay,
ne.
Kyle as well.
Yai ko ma hai
These
je yan ningi ko
guys
me.
are here to go for the comfort picks. They do not care about what's going to happen, but they are here to go for the comfort pick. We're seeing Kyle on the Harriet and Faden on the Selena, and if NOC Noctura right now, if they cannot pull it off with this picks, I
What
don't
do you
that they
think
can pull it
is
off
the
with
best
any
draft
other
in this match? What do you think? What is
They're
that question,
going
bro?
for their,
What is
ultimate
that
best
question,
heroes, I
bro?
would say, for this game. Like it's
Draft
like
wise, I
looking
think
at their
early game
most
advantage
signature
Selena
heroes that they
yawnina
can
early
play.
game
I think not
advantage
for round
NOC
one,
de
but the
kitang
rest
lay
of the
mali
game,
ko.
it's definitely there.
But as the
But
game
oh
goes
my
on, I
my,
think
this
EVT
draft
will
is
have
looking
the upper
so
hand.
good from both the sides, and I'm really
But let's see.
loving the fact how will they
Everything,
actually
every match is
execute this into the
unpredictable
last
now.
round, because you can see in terms of spell, Fredo, there is no difference. Like
Apex se pangal lo mane.
one revitalize from each, 3 flickers, 1 retribution. No
Venom le ho,
difference. Like,
Venom le ho
it's
re.
like,
Yeah.
50-50.
Yeah, I mean the spells are identical on all the lanes, and it's the revitalizers are on both the roamers, right?
Tadha police mamang do oy ok yun no. Kaptay ni.
Being carried here by both sides, and
Yabani ko.
Hylos
Akoy
to
streamer
finish
am
off
lay
the
do
draft
masu yabani.
was a
Migi
really
stream
very
dile jang
excellent
laga
choice,
okay
because
moji
what they
thasal
know
le ne
is
migi live
they
stream
need
da.
someone to just
Amin
go
nga sing ko
forward
Muhammad
and
Kaure.
get the vision. So yeah,
Patam ni ko.
the
Ko streamer ma
Hylos,
do.
if he gets caught, he will come back with the
Fredo
glorious
se
pathway,
Fredo
and
se
if he dies,
Tripura gi
then
maitai
of
ne.
course will be safe.
Tripura da
So yeah,
laiba
Batara
maitai ne
is
Fredo
definitely
sina ko.
going to be the sacrificial lamb here
Manipuri
for
di ngang
EVT.
bani mas khadang khoitak
And of
to.
course, he's going to eat a lot of those abyssal arrows from Faden.
He needs to,
Ado
body
mayam na
this,
chaibi je
Abyssal
mongon nga
Arrows
tane
for
ba.
sure,
Manipur
because
da
if
len
it's
sin
not,
bagi
then his team is gonna be a
mayam sin
problem
nam mi je
from the
mongon
live
da ne
situation,
Fredo
because
da.
none of them
Mayam
has
sa mayam ko gi
has
ya
a
pa sa mayam
purify in this game, surprisingly.
To
But
bigyan
I
no,
think
to
it's
bigyan
better
no.
because if you take the purify, you're
Wati da
helping,
tahan je na.
because there's an Xbox,
Fredo
there's
mathayam
Alice,
sa
there's
ni ko
the-
masam ko
there's
lai kien gam ne ma.
Gacha. How do you even
Yeah.
escape them
Okay,
all?
hore guys, this is the second match.
Exactly, man.
The score is
What are you
EVT
going to do,
1.
right? I mean, if you carry
NOC
the
0.
purify, then you cannot really escape.
Sida EVT na kagadi mo na kare NOC le hore
Then
ko.
of course, the Selena is going to be coming on to you. So yeah, Flicker being the best.
PYZ
bet
tha
here,
drabo
everyone
PYZ
is
silo
on
tha
that.
kani.
And with that,
PYZ will be
okay,
streaming
take a
after
look
my
at
watch
NOC.
party.
They
Ay
can
magi
go for
channel da
early
red
bit of
tarong ge
the
gopla.
speed because this is
Adubu
a
si
lane cut
kat kuto ji kai no.
Haruka already has a level 2 cost speed. Okay.
Kat tong
seems
thega
like
rotation
NOC
thun
is
chat
just
pi du ni si
trying
de.
to secure the jungle area once
Kuki
again,
game yaw
seems, which
kuki
has
mari
always
mga
been
yaw
their
bani mari
priority
mga.
if you observe Shinryu from the last game.
I think they're just trying for a quick level 2 for the Garud Kacha Kimi, because he did not buy the roam, so they just cut the wave together. Oh wait, mid lane?
Oh my god, Abyssal Arrow.
First blood by
here
NOC.
for Kimi, and that is what the
Poti
Northeast
Selena
United
la.
does. I mean, you could have thought that, okay, Madara, he had everything under control, but no, the cheeky boy here,
Number game ito to drink hand number kadang thada bada lai
person Haruka here
adu
could
bu
be trouble
kaino
as well.
toise
They understand
okay
the
flicker tawre
assignment, but Haruka escapes using the flicker.
jungle je uran bi hore
Here is on the, I would say, the one who are trying to control the pace of the game, and they are definitely succeeding right now at doing that.
Yeah, and even if we talk about the emblem, you can see Selena actually picking up the the jungle one, so to actually help the jungler to farm much quicker, and even to actually just steal away some of the jungle camps away from the hands of the Hayabusa that is going to be Godspeed. But still, the early game pressure is going to be in the hands of team NOC for the first half, but as we move slower into the mid to late
asigi kori kiti as EBT da yarom da EBT ne sanai je bro
but at the same time we are looking at two of the highest damage dealer for the late game. That's going to be the Harith as well as the Grandeur, given who actually scales faster, and if the Grandeur can get good snowball with the Sky Piercer stack on towards him, it's going to be very important. But the Turtle already started.
Do bu yeng si Turtle togi thole ko Turtle je kai no mai lo ho gre hyper je kana ne su hyper okay lo gre free Turtle tare
and oh my god, Mr. Faden being annoying once again. Shenzu is definitely not going to be happy, but Faden here could be in trouble.
Zat ke hero sa mana om chat ke ko
the shadows takes down Mr. Faden, and that is enough.
extra tang no bonai kanda
That Selena think twice before going in the next time. But with that,
Kimi je live tha do Kimi out de
side of Noctura, and they are
Kimi has kai no player maming la
Kimi, yeah, they will definitely get that shield, I guess.
Kimi ga to ga khang de ne bo live tha tha da khang de manao je
Kimi
revitalize force
adu de idea ke nai te koi de
already forcing out the glorious pathway as well. Oh my god, top side of Cam Haruka.
Ibil haidi I7 ne solo to bi squad to mane
Flicker on him.
It's too sad for him, but again, Haruka
Adubu.
will be in trouble if he...
off screen to gre ko
What is happening here?
Harith gets off screen
The moment we
camera sina to pati yen kan da
onto the lane, the other lane is the one getting pressured upon. Noctura are just gapping our cameraman at this point.
Yeah, I mean, even EVT, they are taking back the trades. I would say still 50-50. 3-4-2 is the score. Still, the goal 400 into the side of Team EVT is very low, I would say. Can we come backable with the next objective onto the hands?
Yeah, mama sam sai ka no pa sanai je mane yam pati hai ji bai hai na ji ko
And
ai di
even
yang
though
thina
Noctua
yang
had
ni
a very good start right
bai
now,
dum kong na ji ko
Selena's not really finding too much of a success. Last time he tried to go in.
sam sai ka wa ta ne si pa verification ga to sanai ni ko pilot to bu ya ponte tournament si da ja so ni na ko
Better for him, isn't it? But again, Kyle takes
adu bu
the crisis.
so na kan da su amuka satok na ko camera si na u bo phang dre kappe cameraman si da kappe ko
But Godspeed, oh my goodness, he gets taunted and he might be getting taken down here. One more burst is all it takes, and Faden will be the one landing the finishing blow to take off Godspeed. And with that, he of course does
quality
not
ko
forget
lekhat
to
pe
connect
adro
another
this is
arrow
the
onto
best quality I
Madara.
can give you
Haruka from
guys
the backline, so
sidagi
he
hai
wants to go in
PB
for a
adro
dive,
ko
it seems.
CD 10
And yes,
0
he
ne
will go in for the Throne of the Ruins. Shenzu gets caught, but the RWM catches as well. Kyle going in with the dive for the Summon Force. They want to take in Madara first because Madara is outside the turret. Corey QT arrives to the scene. They want to go for
NOC
Kyle
su phan to
already
kale
has
to ni lo gre ko
Corey QT
NOC
goes
oh
into the
Serra
base,
Moon
but
gi team
he
ni
does
ne si da
have
Serra
three
Moon
shadows.
yaw le
And
me
with that, oh my goodness, Corey QT, you beauty taking down Kyle there.
ado early
securing
game
the
domination je
revenge
ke no ne
onto the
hele
goal lane.
NOC ne di hele ko
Oh my god. Even though this is a 2-1 bracket, but the teams are playing as
Bag
they
gi back
will,
to
it's
waja ge na
eliminated,
back
but
ka di
again,
bro
the
to bro
prize
kan
is so
thawr
hefty,
ni
right?
na gai de
Team
wali
winning
ko
from here will directly qualify
Ojo,
to the
acti ni,
round
acti.
robin, so they need to give
Ai, di
all
acti ni.
in, and even though the side of Team EVT has scored the first point, the side of Noctura, they're not really here to bow down. They're still trying to show their fight, and in the previous fight you saw
Position
how
sing jao.
well they played. Even Corey Cutie got a kill, but still he got taken down. So Moon has been farming steadily, and it's gonna hurt. Glorious pathway out.
Madara, for some reason, has used the glorious pathway in the direction of the engage. And Madara will be the one falling first. Serarmoon could fall as well. Crisis goes in.
ए कहीं नो कहीं वॉकिंग जैसा ले ब्रो नजू लाख सल लगा सेदो तो सोइबो माले को जिगिदो मा दुम चखिबदि यारमने तो उंग सले मनाव दे नंबर यार ने पलम नम्मे को माजा
couple of times. But yeah, with that, the game
इबे ये बस अगर जो थेक पनि सेलेना का गुरा याम हाइ बने का का गुरा आइने का गुरा पाइ दिन बुढो गिरे द काइ का गुरा द कप्पे को
Yeah, I mean, even though Godspeed as well as
मेस
Price
पाइ
are
बोलो थेक
farming
पनि हाइजला दि कप्पे
well,
बता
but so are Haruka as well as Serarmoon.
द सिले थेक पनि को सिpai जे सिति मादि पन थेक पनि सर्टिफाइड थेक पनि को माना
But still, again, the pressure is on towards the kill, and if they keep on dying like this, I think the
80
tier
ni ko
1s
OG
might just fall
80
very
4G do
shortly, and we are already
5G
going
ki
to
nate
the
OG
6 minute
80 ki
mark,
kaung na bi 4G
kind
do
of heading into the mid to late game, where the scaling will actually show the teams or the members will be locking in their some of their first
R15
few
ni do
items
sidana ai
that
gi
will
dream ni ko do
lead
ai
to
na
the
12 fen
damage
loi ko da
much more
R15 nam
being
di
added
cha gi
on
ga
the
yam di
map.
lawra
But
ni
again,
da
I
do
think
crocs tong
NOC,
ma
they're
thau ga
doing
ni
a
heme
very
jaw
good
da bi
job
da
in
ko
keeping the distance
ko
while
si
there
tau
is
ga
no
ne na
objective, not really pushing the fight. But again, if they can find a pick off, they're not really afraid to take it off, and that's really paving for them. And so far, I think with the high loss, Madara
Senju ju
cannot keep
thek pro
everyone safe
mayam
on
na
the
the ai
Zeros
khang di
connects,
Senju si
but
ma de
no follow from
thek
that.
ko mari ko
Shenzu
ma
could
ju sum
have been in
yeng
trouble.
da
Did have the flicker though. Now
adubu
the
high
turtle.
loss se stand di pa ja sali
Cheeky once again. Shenzhou
okay
is in
fight saw
trouble,
ma
it
le yeng
seems.
asi ko
They are going all in for Shenzhou. They know that this guy is the one who gets to take it down first.
khun gre
But with
3
that,
turtles in
will
a
be
row
secured here
for
as well by Sarah
NOC
Moon. Zaman Force getting placed. And a lot of
Uh-oh,
damage is being
Godspeed.
done here as well. But Godspeed will not be able to use the shadow because Kyle is there to lock him down. And with that,
azare early game se ma di NOC da fazana dominate tawre
they've taken down the turtle as well. Things are looking good here, and things
oh
are
beggy
not
jin sam
looking
ka
good
ka
here.
bi ko beggy jin sam ka
Bottom side
da
as
gi
well. Crisis in big trouble once again.
varsity je ke nam
Forced to use the flicker. He goes for a first. Guy Piercer actually.
mulet
I
ka
do not really
Some
feel like
mulet
that's the
sala
best
du
thing to do. But anyways, he probably has 10 stacks because I saw him taking that kill before he got down, right?
Yeah, I think he has some stacks, so it should be okay. But so far,
Hayazi
the
yaadre,
item
Hayazi
animation that you're
kappe
looking
bro.
at, I think the Harris
Changba
is pretty
phangre ne ma je.
good even for
EBT je aina hek live yenga ba moi dum kama hai ne
but the main
mi
problem
dum
is
yai ne ba
bot
ade
speed
aina live yeng
falling
dra ba
behind is not getting
EBT
the
je dum
kills,
karam
it's
ni ba
not
2
really
0 da
getting
ka lem
developed
ni ba
or active
ngasai
on the
first
map
game je
where
ai
he gets
yeng
to
de
pick
ba
off.
ai
He needs to shut down
yum
Tail
hek
as
yok
well
pa live
as
thakala kra theng
Kyle
ye ba
as much as
game
he
lo ram dai
could,
de moi
but
na ri
they
ngam
are
le
so
me
well protected by the members
second game
of
ai
Team
yeng
NOC.
kan
It's
da
so
EBT
difficult
je
to
ke
reach
ya
them,
de
but
ba
look
ta
at
da
the
chang
position
ngam
in
de
front
da
of me. They're trying to do something here. They're trying to pull up something here. Can they though?
position je on kana no si bo
Let's see if they were able to do that or not.
Fazana haina
Madara left
tawre ko moi
alone
da
in the back line. Oh
as
my
leng
god,
de he bro
Shenzhou. They are
kappe
taking down
kappe me se
Shenzhou every single time, and that's the reason why they're winning out these team fights once again. Shenzhou gets taken down, Godspeed gets stunned, and Haruka going in. Faden goes into Shuni shot.
ahum chale ko
Kyle takes a killing spree
adubu
on
asi chale
QT,
mari
and
chale wipe out
Haruka
lo
does
si bo
not want to stop. They want to go in for more. Crisis, the lone member standing, it's a 4v1 right now, and Crisis could be getting taken down under his own turret.
wipe out a
Kyle
complete
goes
wipe
in
out
for the finishing blow. He gets a triple out
sidi
of that,
kambe lak pa
and
se
everyone
kitang
goes
thaja
down on the
phate
side
du bu
of
yeng si
QT
ko
except for Shenzhou.
game su ki am thina
Finally,
unpredictable ni
officially a wipeout here by Noctura.
Oi,
aspa jai
wait,
he
wait.
mana e
Don't tell me takes it
oh
down now.
kusi ta ore
Oh,
texture azu selena
Carter,
standi
so
chumna pali ko
bad.
selena
This is so
standi ka
bad
tan
for
straight hoye je mana
Shenzhou. Like he should
texture
have
ga zu
taken the
mana straight hoye
purified
stand
scenes. The
straight hoye ko
flicker is not really working, and if you take again the team fight, look at Kyle just free hitting from the back. The frontliners are so good. Haruka with the Throne of
kusi
Ruins
ta ore
getting
si
that
instant
key
replay ni ko
equals
moi no
the
leje
speed
yeng
as
asi
well as
ta lord
speed
che
with
moi
the
free lord
stars.
ta ni lord che
Just,
defend to bong
I
ngam
think,
de yeng se
a
can
monster
EBT
so
defend
far.
that
But
lord
again, Kyle
ado
is
mayam
really
mar
leading
thana
up
like nam
the
si ko
damage department, and
don't
now
forget
this
to like the
Lord
stream
will be going
guys
free with the side of Team
like
NOC,
mo
and
message si ko
EVT,
mi ju
they're
sami
really
hen yeng
trailing
ba male
behind. This is the deja vu, but
like nam si
roles
nam si
reversed this time. EVT are on the receiving end, and they cannot even defend their own turrets. That's the problem. If they lose a lot more turrets, they cannot really hold on to their
LAC di
inhibitors, which
kusi
will,
ta ore
in fact, open up the nexus, and the game could be over because one push is what all they need. And NOC with the goal lead that they're making, I think it could be
do
very
bo
much
sigi lord
easier.
su de yeng asi ko
And like I was telling you before, Shinjo, I mean, the side of Noctura, if they cannot win with this draft, then what are they going to win with? Because these guys right now, Faden and Kyle, they're on their comfort picks. And on top of that, Kimi as well is on that hero that he always recommends everyone to play. He always says, just play the Katot, man. That's so easy. It's so easy to carry your teammates when you play the Katot. And oh my goodness, Gatot and Selena with the combo. Crisis still surviving.
Oh!
Look at that cheeky little Faden.
Straight
with that
stuns.
missile arrow. Even Serrano
Straight
has taken down
stuns.
Godspeed. How do you expect the Hayabusa could be taken down in a solo kill by an X-Borg? How does that happen? It happens when you give Serrano the X-Borg when he is on the verge of getting eliminated from the tournament. And right now, Noctura are looking for a desperate move. They
No, brother,
the
Castle Warrior
the
bo.
Throne of Ruins connecting onto one member only.
Asidi
But with
do
that, they take down Madara, and the base
this gonna
is
be it?
almost cracked open here. They're working on the turrets right now, bottom side as well. A minion ladies are
deciding match sana ka dare tai
with
jibo
that, they're going in to
Comeback
try
la ka dare
and take
EBT
down
mo kun hala ka
bottom
dare
as well.
yeng si
They
ko
will confidently and
do bo sigi
successfully
engage
do
sida
that. But
khra
a
sala go di
reverse
fazare
engage
do
coming
thawai
in
mari
from
pam le ko
Woody
Xbox
to
te
turn things
ung thok
around
karne
here. The abyssal arrow
thawai
misses
mari
this
pam
time
be hero ni
around,
Xbox te
but Kyle gets
immortal
his Zaman
tiger
Force,
thawai
and
mari ni
they
ko
take down Corey QT as well. Eesh.
like
Ani
this
yak
is
pan
so,
gadra ne hai
so
ke
difficult
walo
for Team EV to actually back off from, you know, because you can see the pressure they have been in constantly from the side of Team NOC, and there's nothing much they can do. They're trying to respond inside their own base, but still not really enough, right? And talk about the items, man. You can see Kyle already skating so good. He already has the Holy Crystal. This is what they needed for this lineup to actually come online, and they have already reached that. For the side of team, I would say AVT, they're still far away. But again,
Oh my God, God's
Seramun
is
je
in
mai tay
trouble
da ni
here.
Seramun je mai tem sa ni mane
And that first pick, Hayabusa, is definitely
Hyper
something
sana manaw ni ko
that is going to come to his nightmares tonight if they lose this match, of course. But man, going for a Hayabusa first pick is not a good idea. As you can already see right now, people watching will definitely learn from the mistakes of EVT, of course, not themselves.
yeah.
And that is what you, of course, get as the, I would say, I mean, of course, people don't really call this thing education, but this is education to eliminate dark system, I guess.
I mean, I won't say the Hayabusa could not have worked, but it was very early pick, like you mentioned as
Haya
well.
je
And
kana da di
because of
phajana
that, they
kana
cannot
de
really
son
get
gi baine
snowball
ma
of
gi
the
jangal
tanky
lu thuk
lineup
ge
the side of team NOC
ado
have gone
game
for.
NOC
And
game
again,
musam
another
bading
lot
am dre ko
spawning
mo
into
ja
the
lord
lineup
chama ga
zone.
du changani
And I don't
ado
know if
sigi
EVT
lord
can
sida
even
haya je
give
la
the
ko
lot
dira
credit. If they
okay
do,
la
it's
aroi
gonna
ko
be a
haya de
Hail
mathak
Mary
split
play
chat
from
ke
them, because they have nothing to lose at this point if they have to put everything
free
in.
load
But
tar free load
one wrong move and the game will get over anyway. But again, look at the position from Kyle. Look at him. Look at him. He's going from behind. They're trying to just go for a flank.
And look at that. Look at Kimi. He's troubling Shenzu.
Fazare he kaino he engage
Shenzu.
da
What are you doing
kappe
in this match? You are not even there because you are getting deleted. And with that godlike coming up for Kyle, and Kyle going in for more.
oh
He
sidi
is
lower
going
na
on a
si
maniac
hakke
spree right now on this Zaman Force. They're going for 3. They're going for 4. Crisis is getting stunned inside his own base area. What is happening right now? EVT are probably wondering, what have we done wrong in our last life? Because right now they're getting shredded down by the side of NOC, and NOC does not seem to stop. They do not care. They're not showing any mercy. And they
I
go
think
for the
this is
base
it
right
guys
now.
game 2
Godspeed is
keno
left
na kare
alone.
ko
He's recalling because
game
he
2
knows
goes to
there's
NOC
nothing they can
adudi
do.
we are
And
going
with
to the
that,
final
EVT
deciding
are
match
defeated by
1-1 ni ko
Bautura in the second game of
sigi
this
deciding
Prestige
match da
series.
khangani
What a game, man. What a
ado manau gi
turnaround. Like,
Serena do
you
mari
talk
phajana
about a
work
game,
tawre
like, you see,
Ozi game
this is
da de
the draft that they were
phajai
actually,
phajai
we all talked about. They're
z
going for all
mayam
in with the
like namji
draft,
ko
and it
guys don't
really
forget to hit
paved
the
the
like
way. I mean, we talked about the gap of synergy
Snowball
in the
target,
previous
snowball.
game. This time, they played like, hey, we own this game. Like, they were every
Charam
time
chale
in
si
charge of
sahau
every
dugum to
department.
bukham
Talk
thangala
about
ta sal
goal,
la
talk about damage,
ngai
talk
boy
about kills, talk about the objective takes, everything under their control. And I think they were mogging with us, you know, that game. But again, the player of the match
my
is
God.
definitely gonna be Kimi, man.
Katogaza with
Journey
zero
from
dead
Choco to
Katogaza ne
MVP has been a very beautiful one here for Mr. Kimi. As you can see that he is displaying.
haya pai ba kana dre Godspeed se aina khan me da ma je assassin hyper player ne ma je keno utility di sana da mal assassin hyper ni ko adu ben noi to gi ba gi ma si da ta ba mal
Because if you are serious, then you do not go for a Hayabusa first pick in a tournament. But in this game, EVT was not serious, so they went for a Hayabusa first pick. And they have definitely got
oh
thunder.
kedo na hai je Hayabusa bai be po ne sini ma hai je
Sure, but
Yeah, they definitely nonetheless.
yai ne moi wai ja
I think it was a bit too confident for them as well. I don't know, confidence or overconfidence, what we say, but they thought it could work.
bit to the
So
take ko
they were
mande
confident about it, but
Mande,
NOC
mari
got
take ko
caught
mande.
today, and you can see so much crowd control from the side of team NOC as well. Yes, the Purify could have been a better option to go for, but still you cannot survive with the Purify, right? There's so many heroes that can chase you down. I think even with the Purify, the
manga panjang ata ni ko moi manga je manga loi si man
from what we're looking at, Shenzhou was the
ai
one
mayam na haya
who was
kan
getting
khange
constantly marked every time, and what do you do about getting marked that heavily? And even everybody got taken down 5 times, so I think all of them are marked equally for this game, right?
I don't
do
know what to
ne
say,
gayo
man.
he
I
ko
mean,
EBT gang
when
go
you
ne
are
khayo
playing
ko
against a good Selena player, you
elimination
usually
match ne
want to
po
pick
ba
a
de
hero
lane
that
qualify
has
ta hon ko
dashes.
EBT je
And like you always talk about
ne gayo
always
third
talk
match
about
ta
the mid lane synergy, the mid lane duo, right? And I mean, if you're having a Selena on the other side, why would you pick 2 heroes which do not have dashes? Come on. You're gonna get stunned, bro. You're gonna get stunned. I mean, of course, the Hylos was kind of okay, but man, I mean, I can't really blame them as well because the Serena was picked after they picked these heroes, right? I mean, at least the Eve. So yeah, not really sure how to react to that, but yeah, I feel like EVT just got outdrafted, and they got outdrafted.
Sini goes you have any there
And
Direct
they got
young
outplayed
cool
And honestly, their
teenagers
draft was
atani ko
not
hyper
even a draft to begin with, but because of course, as you can
si
see on
por
the
le
screen
hudeo
here,
le
Mr.
hudine si
Godspeed,
apobo team de le
he
hudine
was,
ko
I would say, radiating with confidence. But yeah,
Manao
confidence
ji
is
Selena
not
ji
what
ne kap
makes you
krijo
win
ji
games. Of course, it does help, but
texture
man,
ga
you
ju
gotta
stand di
stay
sumna la
calm-headed
eba
in the draft, and that is not what EBT did in the last match.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot take down 3 tanky heroes, can you? Even with a I think Eve at that
like
point
nam
when you're
siko
getting constantly
guys third
marking
match ana gi ni
BOG's
third match di
one,
mai petre petre
the
ka pani
Abyssal
ko
Arrow
simade
is
mayam gi
another. Then
leizabi
there
da
is Haruka coming
leizabi
in
da
with
kok thadara wakal thadara
high-level
sanara ni
aggression.
mayam gi best ni ko sana
I
ko
don't know
di
what to
team
say,
ni ja
man.
Man,
I don't
too
know what to say.
difficult, too difficult to do things. I think
Yeah,
ado
I think even
mathang gi match su
Lunox could have worked, man.
soul lady ko
Honestly
soul
speaking,
ga pick ka
oh
Lunox
yeah,
could have
yeah,
worked.
that was
soul ga
much
pick ka
better.
lai
That was much better, honestly. But you know, I mean, of course, I do understand that Yves is actually a prio pick. I was actually recommending it, but the thing is, they actually went for a Hayabusa first pick. If there was someone that could have taken down the Selena, it was the Hayabusa. But Hayabusa was not really getting any control over the map because their mid lane duo was getting harassed. So you cannot really
Selena
blame
season halter puji kai kino
Godspeed as well
5 men
here
sana
for
pukan da
not
di
picking
season
up
halter ji
Selena.
kanai
But
ko
man,
hok
if he
bagi
was
level
the
1 da
Godspeed that we all
buff
know,
khola
then I
mateng
think he
pang
should have
bagi
found
da
a way
kana bom
to,
lai
you
re
know,
da gi mi gi jungle huran bai nom lai re
harass
kanai
Fading a
ko
couple of
season
times.
halter
But
ji MPL da paina ne mayam
man,
na
that did not
dugi
happen
matung
as
da gi
well.
paina
So
ko ne
I'm not really
ko
happy
gi jungle emblem do
the way
mayai da
things
hamna
have
do
turned out
do
here.
paina
But
ni ko
I'm really
Selena
happy for
khot
Noctura
pa
and
de
I'm
me
really
saw
happy for Kyle because Kyle will
jungle
definitely
monster
be realizing that the goal laners that work in this meta
len
are
manipur soidra hojik ko ne de manipur da
the
soidra ko
Benji and the Harry. Those are the only two that probably work pretty well, right, in this
hojik
meta.
ko ne de manipur da
So he can
soidre
still
du
go for
mayam na
his
complain
comfort
di
picks
tawdri
and maybe come
ado
on top
hok
as
pa ju
well.
yai guwahati da home badi ai ko
Other
du
than
chance ti
that,
wange
the match still stands on a
secure ne
1-1
manipur da le
score.
pe irang marak
We
sida
will be diving into the
kapte
third game pretty shortly. But before that, just reminding you guys once again, tonight we have a giveaway going on our stream. 5,000 diamonds up for grabs. And for how many
tau
people,
tau ma hai ju
well,
tau
we'll reveal that pretty soon as well. So if you are one
5000
of those
diamond
lucky
giveaway ni
people
ko ju lai je moi
sticking
gi stream
around
da
till the end, you might be the lucky one. And of course, the giveaway will get unlocked when the stream reaches 350 likes. So yeah, make sure if you're watching without liking the stream, you are a criminal. Do not do that. Like the stream right away and make sure that
mana hai ju ta bro
of
guys
course,
like nam
to
ji ko like nam
support
se guys
the biggest tournament in
kai do na
India
like nam ji
of
hai ra
this
ni walo
year.
re
At the same time, of course, help us get that confidence boost so that we keep hosting such events. But yeah, with that, talking about the match once again, back to the match, Shinryo. The third game is going to get more interesting because the side of Elusivity have probably understood as well that they cannot let things slide again. They cannot take it easy just
bye
because you're
class
winning
te
the
ka
first game.
yu tha
So
ka ji
yeah,
ga
what do you think Noctura can approach for here?
comment jing ji da bro
Can't hear you.
My bad, sir. I just had a small glitch out there. But again, I think it's still the fact that Noctura, they should go for the comfort. I think that's working best for them. They tried the double fighter meta, but it didn't go the way they wanted. Not the best result that they could. I mean, Kyle, he wants to play aggressive, but on a hero like Lapu Lapu, it's not suiting him, at least right now. I think maybe in the future he can just try better, different routes and everything, but for now it's not suiting him. I think the Harrod is very good because he can punish. He can actually do a lot more. He can be a playmaker with that kind of hero as well. But again, I think for EVT, just pick some dash-based hero and pick some heroes that can actually self-protect themselves, I think. Like, as in, like, the tank...
football ne my background kai siu kai club ni sibo I don't know about football but si kai club no Barcelona ga hai na do ma le si kai ba si angang la na moi si football ai di football matang kem khang de ko I don't know anything about football ai ni yeng ji world cup ta ka ta ni ko lam sanak pa da ai na khang ji Thomas Muller ma ngai de Messi ju le da
in a place where stunts are definitely something that are not encouraged. It's a tournament. It's the biggest tournament. And you do stunts.
They're just one step away from qualifying into the round robin. Why do you want to make your journey harder, right? Just go for a very stable draft because if you take high risk at this point, I think you either get the high rewards or you just lose very hard. And that's what we saw. Like they just tried to take the high risk and it kind of did not pave the way for them. But again, I think Noctura, they're happy with the result, but can they replicate it? It's gonna be the question, right? Because it's gonna be very important for them because I saw the journey from you having a long phase to a very happy one to a very excited one right now. So I think for the side of Team NOC, they can do the same thing. But you know what, Fredo? They need some colors for this game. Like they need to think very, very out of the box for this game. Both the teams, like they cannot do the normal path, I think. But when I say out of the box, when I say some color.
Yama is still surviving. Venom out oigre.
I mean, of course,
Venom is out. Yama is still playing.
The theme of the Mythic Showdown, which is red and black, right? And probably there's a reason why they went for the Hayabusa or something. But come on, that's not what we want to see here. Elusivity, they can do better than that. Even Noctura showed up so well in the second match. I mean, in the first match, Noctura, I won't say they were, I don't know how to say. I mean, they were not serious. I won't say Noctura were not serious. They were definitely serious. But the thing is, the picks were definitely not something that we have seen them being the most comfortable on. You have never seen Faded.
Soul po ga dai Soul po de ko. Soul ki elimination match am lai. Next match is against Soul versus Peak. Soul ga Peak kani ko. Adu apo de le hode ne. Elimination match ai tare.
You're having the three most
Draft se hode ne wa ngang le ne de ne zoom toi.
Play on your team. And you are going to play from behind. That's exactly
Messi Ronaldo khangre de adu ani de khange Messi Ronaldo de khange adu ga yam ka hena ai de club maming ke ka do football club maming ke ka do khang de wai di phajana
and that's why I feel like the results were shown. But
adu da football yeng do mi ne bai football sana ko paje sana akte de ko so
in a long time. How are they going to suddenly deal with it?
I mean, an instant answer might be very difficult.
Pick the guys over. Oh, guys to. Okay, gi Iron ki macano pa.
I think that's the best course of action.
Iron ki macano pa guys.
You cannot ban away every.
How drene but match 3 ja.
Maybe that could be one of the thing, right? I think for Faden, I mean, one thing
I can see my future through Fredo's forehead. I get wall or. Zlatan di khang bro Zlatan je masam sang bo do wang bo do khang du khang.
Very good, equally good as Kimi onto those Garut Kacha, at least I would say. Like, I think for Garut Kacha, the top 3
football di noi na wan tar ni ko. Ai football ba dang di kem khang da football di noi na wan tar ni.
Even like there are some others. I'm not, ranking them in terms of anything, but
these
are the like.
Ai na khang da mayam noi na khangam de ne ba. Ai noi na khang da mayam ai na khang de ne ba.
They could have gone for that as well, but even if not the, I think. If they wanted to pick the Lapu Lapu,
Tombung FC khang bro bai guys.
Not to. I think one thing that they did was try to deny it to Sarar Moon, like not give him the Hayabusa. Maybe that could have been the thought. That could have been the thought, but.
Horny draft over guys.
Because you gave away so much.
Elimination na the qualification. Elimination ne hai gida. Elimination ne hai di hai puni ko.
I don't really have a right word right now, but.
Elimination ne he ma ne he nang noi zu ngau halli ko.
Every time she sees something like this which is not right, she says disgusting, and right now I just want to say that as well because man, this first pick Hayabusa was disgusting. And honestly, right now, coming into this match, I mean.
Si kasar ni sa wangang was tao si ne mo hai je sedra ne je mapang ka thok ta gai.
But
Oh.
I don't really know how.
Suzal laga. Kasar ni sa ngang was ta ga ne lai ji game si yeng bro si yeng de ho bro ho de.
How can an export take down Hayabusa in a 1v1? I mean, he has shadows, he has Oogie shadow kills, and even if the, what does the X-Borg have, right? I'm not really sure. I mean, he can always evade those.
He has a flamethrower, sir. He can burn the shadows.
Just a flamethrower, and even if you try to go for the last insanity, he's probably going to dash away with those shadows. But
Pardina no yeng ge kan de.
I think the only possibility could be that he had expended his shadows after which Sarar Moon went in with the burn.
Yeah.
There's still time for the skill to be back up again. That could be one of those very unfortunate situation for a Hayabusa to actually get caught up.
Yeah, honestly.
But we gotta give props to Kimi. We gotta give props to Kimi. His line positions were so on point, right? Every time he was one step ahead of his opponent.
Yeah, man, honestly, that was really cool of Kimi, especially the way he went in for Tenzo. Really, like, I mean, there are like 4 cuts surrounding him, but he still reaches Tenzo. How did he do that? I don't know, but man, that was something. And yeah, man, we have talked about all the heroes, but let's talk about the guy who went down, the villain, right? I mean, all the heroes usually take down the villains, and tonight, of course, the one was suffering was Tenzo. I mean, I feel so bad for that guy, bro. I see 4 or 5 people onto him, like, damn, I feel really bad for Shenzu right now. Honestly, I don't really know what's going through his mind. I
I've met him. He's probably laughing it off. It's like, oh, I could not I could not do anything. He's probably laughing it off, but I think they can actually get through this one. Because I think for Shensu is very good onto us into the playmaking heroes as well, similar to what Payton can do. But his is for Payton is more aggressive. He's like the one who.
Kay say nom ta hairo Ferdinand Yo gi
He's about like range
manatai na now.
kind of heroes, right? Even the I think one of the reasons that they're not picking up the Farsa is because of the Garud Kacha that was in the previous game. The Farsa is one of a strong suit, right? But I think sometimes you can risk it, maybe a little bit, because the Eve is like, if you get caught, you get caught. You cannot do anything about it. But the Farsa, but you can punish. You can like re-engage with the.
10k every minute thak ti si sei je thabani every day. I do not miss this song every day. I adum thai ko.
I feel like he was contemplating like whether I go in, whether I protect, whether I stand
Couple
here.
life the sanga jigo guys.
They had
Couple
that
life the
very,
sangas.
A strong combo on the mid lane with the very high slowdown, but what's good.
Face game to thok sidana face game je December gi to ya ba natro guys. Kappe go noi tal leo. I di December gi plan to bani December da torok pa kolak pa na. December gi to ra ge ko. November da hatu rush to di tal leo. Aina calculate tawm mi si December da 10k subscriber yo raga adu dai to ba khot pa na aina phajana calculate tawm ne dubu
I definitely think
no ta na yo thokre ko
but Godspeed just press the button anyways. I feel like that's what happened, bro. Otherwise, there was no way that they would have allowed going for a I was a first.
khana saina ba ya de si sifa punare mayam je anthem ni go dare Ibil versus SD era miss the way nungai bani ne matam do SD do noi gi hojiki soul si da gi SD do link bam hele matam do de SD gi online up to moi di hero pool je kitang di chaw be hele noi gi hojiki soul si da gi adu kan je gam ti aude ko je ga di kem hai tab ne mai yaw da ne je do hyper ga sanai da aina mai yaw dra bane.
He will play Selena in ways you cannot comprehend. Even Asuna or
Be manang bu cinema ga tawre ne sida cinema ga yenge kaina lak pra nathanta ga lak para
I'm just going to give it to you.
naman na pi yawrak para natjaga papa na thilak para
But for me personally,
chakari charak para natraga
yeah.
hore draft hore ko PYJ ki big fan am lai yum zau ba thong bam PYJ to live thara ni bro
It's okay.
PYJ live thara ni ko
This is a free country. We all have.
aina sigi ai gi live check lotion baga PYJ su live thara ni
No hate for that, of course. We all can have our personal favorites, right? So, this is again a dangerous grass map. So, even the game number 2 was the same. NOC this time again for respect.
kai role na khwai digi luge
More of those.
khwai digi lu badi EXP ni haibe ai maram di if you fuck up EXP the game is over.
Don't pick the Hayabusa and ban the Selena. That's what EVD should do here. But from the side of Noctura, what are they supposed to
aduna kai sai no sisna si sai sindi keno lil atong ge bema ko woni go sai ming do
definitely right now EVT
Lil
has to be the
Atong.
one banning out the right heroes so that the side of Noctura might get out drafted. But the side of EVT, I feel like they have a very good hero pool as well. There is not really.
PYJ ki to link tom ta hairo ma ai gi so gi watch party loibe do adura
So,
tawro
in
si
the
ko
side of pick, I do not think it should be a problem. So, like
so
I was
gi
saying,
watch party loibe da tawro si
bans are not really a problem for them. They can
ado
ban whatever
guys
they want.
si
EVT
se
has to have a good team. They can
elimination
ban
match ni ko
heroes.
sida lai hobo team
But
do
the
lai
side of
hodi ne
Noctura have a
kauk tho
limited
hodi ne
hero pool
mythic showdown da gi
that they can go with for this match. So they definitely have to.
one to is go to 500 rupees ning jing ba Diwali offer do thaina gi Diwali offer do
Some bad
mi se ta
bans.
tai phudaraga tower amatang lo la lupa songa GP tau ge hai dek pi Diwali gi offer ne na ya bani ko di matam do noi ge Apex se gangu do ta tai phudarani duga one tower 500 rupees tau san
What
ne
they're doing is just replicating things.
Kappe
replicating
ko.
what they have been doing for a
aduna
very
hojite
long
soul
time.
daga yaudana khotana color ga thangal le me ai ge di no engo
Previous
mana
game.
color thangal le mo
You
da
can see nothing very, out
Thekta
of
han doi ni ko do,
I
thekta han doi
think
ni.
Alice might be a new addition, but apart from that, this is a very, I think, a draft that we look
any
at
cup to
from
no le ho
previous
any cup to di
meta,
pitho mani dai na
the goal laners,
any cup to di giveaway tau thom ga sama nei go
Ranger, and apart from that, the heroes like mid laner there.
the eliminator laite ET laitre ko jiti ET je kai ga kamai na hai ne player me am je loi tongan ma squad ni ko ya je mix tor ga
This time the Yu Zhong as well as the Isan Shin will be banned off, so out of the picture. The Serena is still open, but
season 1 je kana champion mythic showdown season 1 I have no idea about it mythic showdown je handak katang khang bane na
Yeah, actually, I'm not really sure about that as well. That is just like what they did.
handak line je confident kya moi ya December da khang ne December da hoji hoji ko ndi moi sana ba da yaudri ko ai yaw kan khang ne December
that can do something with the Selena is Faden. It's Faden and Faden alone. So yeah, I won't be surprised if they go for a first pick Selena here because it can actually work.
Manipur sana do offline je yes
Complemented with some more good picks.
Maybe the Garud Kacha can also be a first pick. I think they can deny it, right?
tiny me here Ryzen ni ko duna Ryzen bun nang nai do khang Ryzen noi kang go ni adu do sana je moi ju
the Alice last ban is still left open actually.
CC is open as well, but there it goes. NOC, I can see. The thing is, if they went for a CC, then I mean we can already read what's coming next because it's already evident that NOC are going to play I would say the meta-oriented lineup. Basically, they are not going to try and do something that does not work out for them.
lineup kana lineup je December da khang ne ko ge no cho ki thai ne ge no duni da global lineup to adu teng to confirm ta ki ge
Kappe ne. My goodness, I'm not really sure how to react to that.
give me first pick
I would have preferred seeing him on a
kato ko je give me
Selena here.
assassin
I think in terms of range,
Yengas,
the Parsa
yengas,
is still better, and this time Sarar Moon
Lapu di paina dreng mo
so still a good option.
hornbill di kamai to hornbill je yaw ba chal ro
For the Esmeralda, that's
hornbill je ai
Lion
khatang
choice,
wen thada ne
but, what are you doing differently this time?
Wow.
che ta like pas lak pa yaw phagen te ko ke
Here.
ke equation gam hangak pa yaw re
The draw can really do a lot. I think just by
te chua kai sana ge ma sana de ma yaw de ko tournament ta
second skill that is going to be the earthen ramp at the walls as well as the deck charge. I think there's so much pressure already, and even for an assassin, he might not be free actually just to do whatever he want. But
Irok yaw ro hai ro Irok se yaw pa su ya yaw to je ma do thaje de ne ma do sang de hai ne brother
Yeah, what's going to happen
ma do
now? What is
matu
he
macha
going to
lai
do?
ram ni na
I mean, right
Sangal
now
lucky
is
ge de hai.
actually the time for the Suyo to show up. Suyo can actually do good here, but
hornbill de EBT chang kro hornbill de EBT yaw ro ne
the minds of EBT, I don't really know. So let's see. Okay, CC getting banned out here. So finally, they show some respect, I would say, to the meta which is going on right now. But I don't really think that's the way you ban against NOC because the Harith is still open, the Grand is
sis
still open.
1975 kanggu yam yaw re ko
You know,
comment si da
Mr. Kyle,
1975
he might be a young little boy, but
the
he's a
1975
monster when you give him those heroes.
yeah, I mean, even if there's an Esmeralda, I
Neville
don't
kai
think
do
Kyle
hoido
will
sana
be
drabo kuye left
shying
thani
away
ari ba
from
player
it.
ngat ni
Like,
ko
not
amta
the
sana
best
dre
matchup, of course, if
ari
you
ba
talk
player
about
ga amata
counters
sana
and
gre
everything.
hoji
But
hoji
for
sana
him,
jina
I
young
think he
players
can
ngat ni
work
ko
some
underdog
more there.
teams
But apart from that,
new
apart from that, I
generation
think
of MLBB
Magic
guy
will be
dune
a very well option. The Lapu gets banned. It could have been a good flex to the goal lane. But apart from this, I think one more hero that they need to ban for the side of Team EVT would be the Uranus. I think that could be a bit of
lens
trouble
phang
for
dre
the
lens
side
pai
of,
ba phang lens se
side of
respect
Team
ben
EVT. And
EBT da lens pai ba am
I
hai ba
think
yaw idu gi karam tan lens pa
regardless
hande
of what they pick, I think they need to deny a very good hero. Like as goal lane is still open, they can ban the goal lane as well. Maybe just
idu gi dai ji
watch
kana na
the
pai
line,
du ai na pai du
not
nei
ban
na
everything, but ban something the most optimum that they can at this point.
sangai festival chaloi draw guys sis
Oh, rated.
I'm not,
Dare
I'm not
EBT
really
ro
sure
ro ko
about
bom se le ko
react
sida
to that
dai
as well, but
1975 ni ko man sa man sai si jo
I mean,
1975 kanggu ka ngai ni
I mean,
Maybe
a
EVT are trying to
grand,
pick up the Harriet. So, but too much magic though.
yeah, exactly. Like that's
Xbox
overload,
ban
man.
finally Xbox ban Xbox yaw ko se kap pe game je
Okay, they go for X.
padi ji sanadram
I mean, the X-Borg was definitely the hero that was able to work against the Hayabusa, but I still feel like in this matchup where
o heb na ju saksal le
there's
ne
no mobility, there's a far side. There is
o
actually
heb na ju
a
saksal le ko
Hayabusa- I mean,
1975
Hayabusa
palak pa
doesn't
je
have
moi mayam
mobility
je
as well, so Suyo is
Makok sida.
definitely the pick to go for. here
tring
for
no
us.
light am nga lak pai tare
I know it's not the meta where
Moi na
Suyo
pump
works,
sa bagay na moi
but
na high
for
grade.
this match and for this lineup that we're seeing right now, I feel like Suyo has to be the
adu ai nu
go-to
piam
pick
ni si
here for
ong
us.
tau
But
I mean, we saw the Suyu in the first game, right? It didn't work so well.
yeah, but that was against a what was it against a
Good question actually. What did they pick?
The Beatles ꯀꯤꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯎꯗ꯭ꯔꯣ guys ꯌꯥꯝ ꯊꯤꯅ ꯑꯔꯤꯕ ꯅꯨꯄꯥ ꯑꯃꯁꯨ ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯦꯀꯣ
Let me just refresh my memory.
ꯅꯥꯕꯤꯗ corruption khara tause
Suyo was
Oh,
against
it was against
iro
YS.
sis diary
Yeah,
painaba
that's why it did not work, you know. That's why it did not work.
Rovers
Now,
taraga
against the
sis
Hayabusa,
Rovers guys
you remember in the last meta where it was Suyo, Joy, Hayabusa.
nungai noigi WhatsApp group ole
It was
ko
just,
ai
you know,
comment ja tau
if
tau
it's a Hayabusa, go for Suyo. If it's a Suyo, go for Joy. If it's a Joy,
weekend
go for
sidi like
Hayabusa.
khale he
Try your
ai ju
thing.
like chaning bane phangdre
Right now, the thing is,
sona
we
kana
can
caster
bring
ani
them
wang na
back,
ji yeng lai ai di
try
pari te
to
ko
counter this lineup, but oh my goodness,
mathang
look
di
at
watch
that.
party to yo
He's
he
going
haira
into the
ba ai
past.
chele he mathang di chele
He's still living in the past.
He's going
kappe
for his
kappe
comfort, man.
zil da lai ba
He's
samana re ko
comfort.
But
But
I
now
think it could still work.
EVT, do they actually put this Esmeralda into the jungle and just pick up a cool laner, or
pandit ji do alukar meta oi
jungle now?
dabai delivery oi bu chale delivery oi bane aseng baju oi bane bro donut delivery chat pani ko bro pandit ji do aseng baju phagi nate ma game sa ri to kham
I kind of have mixed feeling about this Joy, but still, if we can pull it off, I think we're talking about God speed, of course. If we can pull it off, maybe a very good hero to go for, but regardless.
zone len ye manau pa ne ji tau tau khoi comment ta khoi opium kangu di yaudro opium kangu is
I'm like, Fanny is like, okay, right?
opium
Yeah, okay,
kangu
you're
khoi
good
gi
at that, you know, and it does
black
sound like
kangu
it's
but
one
tong
of
san
the
bi
major
sang dok pi
threats
khotok pi kangu
that the
yaudro
enemy has, which is the 1-1. So I would be like, yeah, okay, Godspeed, I understand what you're doing there, but Joy, are you going for suicide mission? Because
okay EBT with the Joy gameplay Joy ne Hayabusa Joy versus Hayabusa let's see guys adubu Joy is disturb to bek na heroes yaud yaud ko only kato ko jagi ton katane
What are you thinking here, boy? I don't really understand what he's
do yeng asi good luck to both teams may the best team win
to decide what they're going to do with it.
I mean, they're really trusting the process. They're really, going with the flow, it seems. But hey, this is the final deciding match, or deciding game actually for this match between Team NOC versus EVT. Both of them have 1 point each. The winner, they
bro
move
red wine until
directly
answer ke
to
dena
the round robin stage of the Mythic
Amzare
Stars
enemy ji
Negotiation.
kai lam enemy ji kam enemy hai ba de
Where they
tournament ko ji enemy hai ba de
then they will
team
qualify
mani
for
ni
round
sanai
robin
ji
stage,
red
so
team blue team ha ga dam ni ko
directly eliminated from this tournament. It's a very brutal space.
Ebil ki
We are
manager
in
later
the
later
teams,
later.
they are putting everything on the line. Talking about talking about the spells, nothing too crazy. I think it's pretty normal that we are looking at everything and that is as it is. The spell on the Esmeralda though is on.
mai tem cha nga ta mai tem
Ladies
cha
and gentlemen, we all welcome you
red
to
team da mai tem cha
the
ahum yawi
Land of Dawn. This is Mythic Showdown Season 2.
aduga blue team ji da mai tem cha am ka tang yawi
And this is
Blue
of
da mai
course
tem cha ma
NOC
red da mai tem cha
playing
ahum
against EVT. Noctura Esports versus Elusivity Esports. Both of these sides have proven their might in the last 2 matches, defeating each other once. But now the third game will
1-1 se
decide
metal
who
hoye
will
ka
go
ne
ahead
thu sa pa ji
or
guys
who will go closer to, of course,
Ya, ine comment
being
guys, ya.
in the LAN event, or will it be someone else who
ya mai delhi dan da punsi da na
will be
punsi
going
punsi
for a longer path? One of these teams will be the one doing
like pa mina zahira ba yai ko
on the Land of Dawn we are, and it's EVT versus Noctura. Like I was saying, EVT right now they have to
Bro, my
give
coup
their
de hand,
best,
I just
so
hand
does
it.
Noctura, because there's one more chance.
Eh,
And in the
Kaino,
mid lane,
whoa,
already a
first
lot of
blood
action taking
for
place.
NOC.
First blood secured here by
camera
Mr.
de
P.
arlot na go crap fu bai ul le ko
Yeah, already off to a
drone si tau re sathi re drone
se.
se
We are seeing the same thing happening.
kappe
From the
kappe
previous game as well. I think every time Payton or Team NOC they get the first start of the game, they actually
NOC se kai
perform well.
NOC
In the
se
first
mix
game,
ne
though, it was
Norris
Payton who
macha
actually
mix
took
ni
it
ka.
down. From there, they lost the game. So this might be a good sign for them, but we'll see how it goes. Again, if we talk about the spells,
ibil ki
or the
finance
remnants
manager
out
oi
here,
rage ka jale yar
nothing, I think, out of the ordinary out here. To tenacities from the side of team.
kaya lay
NOC won from the side of team.
hozi score je 1-1 sida akaba team
Yeah,
duna
for a bit tanky on
qualify
the
to
lane.
hodoi ni
Apart from that,
duga pobu team duna
very
mythic
normal
showdown ni kau
spells,
hodoi ni ko
Festival of Blood for 2 of the members of Team EVT as well, the side laners, and yeah, so on and so forth. But again, I think is a good start is what both these
BO
teams
Cano,
can try,
BO3,
because the
BO3.
count connects. Madara
BO3.
goes to figure out.
Dubu
Could
turtle
have been
coming
a
up
trouble for him,
turtle
but
lai ko
now they will be forced to play passive. But again, the rotation is coming to the mid lane as well as the EXP. But again, mid lane though.
Oh my god, lot of action.
Kyle je hyper prime dai ne Kyle
Ceramon is going for
Kyle
the
ko
first.
was
Oh
khang de
my
hyper
god,
ne te
what
goal
a
le ni ko
nice
adubu
goal
what was that
damage from Kori Yuki.
Fazare ko early game ti fazare EBT with the early game domination. Wow. Mi mga sang mi mari nap khre ko. Elimination nati ya sija. Elimination ko ilo hajubo. What the hell?
That was a very good rotation from Crisis, but look at the team fight. It started off with Madara.
Kay game mo idono si bo bro. Si likon.
Forced the mid lane as well to get to level 4 for the Farsa, but it instantly got shut down when the side of
elimination ne di hai me du bukhang de.
She was really in a vulnerable position.
Na sat khre samaina arlo
so quickly he just disappeared.
Fazare ko early game fazare fajan go snowball ta han go.
Level 4 was really
Ai hai da budi so
so
helak tabida.
But again, another fight starting off. Kimmy, will he be in problem?
1-1 pai go tu ai 1-1 je game yaw dre ne ji
He escapes using
okay
the
escape to re nice.
That is exactly what Gatot Kacha is known for, you know, those last
Game kya subno ko score ne kya lagi 1-1.
But
Score je 1-1 ne game se best of 3 ni sta ka ba team ne ka de.
I'm not really understanding how it's working right
As
now.
1-1 ga ji cup pe he brother hai gum na adu kai no grok si da ba as fazare early game fazare.
The mouth up here for Fredo, of course, disrespecting me, but I like that.
Crazy, man, crazy. But again,
Elimination mane elimination da po team ne hote.
Was Kyle onto the 1-1, so it's not really easy. But again, I'm kind of surprised Cody Cute is actually, doing so well onto this. I would say the hero.
Arlott.
Wow, I just forgot. Damn, I forgot the name Arlott, man. Crazy. I was so hyped in. I was just forgot the name, but I think the Arlott, yeah.
Mid
But
lane?
again, it's okay, it's okay. I think they should just calm down. Let me just speak, man. I just forgot the name of the hero Arlott. I feel bad already as it is, but again, Haruka might be in trouble, but no, he's just backing off. But the Arlott is actually doing really, really well.
Si karaga top 8 okay si karaga top 8 adu ko top 4 na lane sat ba okay yar khangane du
Any breathing space, but again, the second objective was already up, and the teams are looking for a setup here. Pero,
Yeah.
can they find this turtle again?
Look at Kimi and Haruka. They're trying their best to provide space here for Kyle and Sarah Moon to work with, but right now they're not really getting that. Even Faden as well getting marked down so easily by Madara, and Godspeed wants to go in for one of those members once again. Kyle could be in trouble here though. He uses everything that he has, and he connects that.
They missed him,
crossbow
the outer
and
Mari Satra.
backline takes down
Sale.
Kimi, and with that, Crisis takes down Kyle as well, and they're looking for more here. Sarah Moon is not able to use Yugi Shadow Kill yet, and he still holds on to it, but Shenzu into the mid lane, still chunking down Haruka, and with that, they do not get anyone down. Instead, it's just Kyle who falls for the second time in this game, and EVT are looking to strike once again.
Yeah, they're looking
Soul
to strike,
Pohoro
and
bro,
they
Soul
have
mathang match ta.
have gotten themselves a good
Soul match
start.
is
They
next.
started from the side of Team NOC getting the first blood, but then
Delhi gom side lay du no bro adu di
very
ko na hai rage
possible
adu me ando zilo hai to
for
pe
them.
de
They got both the
Same
neutral
but higher
objectives
again.
secured, and now they are even having the goal lead with the kill pressure already being built up. But top though,
Oh my god, Crisis is in a lot of crisis.
Oi.
And he will be able to escape as well. My
Don't tell me.
goodness.
Don't tell me.
Crisis is not in crisis.
Wait.
He even uses everything that he has. Oh my god. Even
asi hing
Sarah
ngadi
Moon
wan tar he brother
His shadow kill.
Eh.
But the shadow kill.
Oh.
Crisis
Kappe.
with the clutch escape.
adu maya de funai utri jo
Try and rescue him. Sarah Moon very, very low right now.
Wow.
And he will get taken down
Hyper
for
je
the
sinagre ko,
second
hyper
time
amom
by
sigre.
Corey QT. And
as tower ju
EVT
khunga crazy di
are not looking
early game se
for
EBT
anything
ne
less
din
than a
din
win
khai
here.
re
damn, this is looking terrible for the side of Team NOC. They were looking good, but again, Crisis Part 2. Oh no, this is the instant replay, man. I was like,
hingi bi ne ba tawre ne manau ja khalle
I'm wheezing, man. I'm wheezing, man. It's so explosive. But again, like you mentioned, the clutch escape. Look at the shadow kill averted out there. But still, I was like, hey, are they going for a part 2 here? But really, with 1v1 being won from Cody Cutie against Hayabusa, of not having any kind of skills, even the tier 1 push down on the bot lane. This is too much of an advantage.
kai yoga scream sana soul di sana hai ge jele one time ko de
Again, neutral objective will be up soon, so I think.
ado guys don't forget to hit the like nam si ko mi ju chongwa yeng ba mali like se 300 tu yom si ko yam da bida okay
Already right. Their first item locked in and is waiting for the second one.
Yep. And honestly speaking, it's looking really good here for the
Romeo yu nam bro
Not really
nangam taning
a lot of
de
things to worry
wang ba
about,
to olu
except
pa
for the
chongwa
fact
pi ge
that
ngangani
I was able
bro
to shut down Godspeed, and
ngangani
I
ko
was
idi
saying,
direct upai
at
litti
least
ko
in theory,
my
what I
life my
pointed
rule
out
to salane
is
baina
the
my
choice
style to
should not be
salane
working.
nakan da
The
game
only way it's working right now is because of the synergy that EBT are showing.
Kyrie
especially
from
Corey
Timu
QT,
hai ge
because he has been able to mark down the backliners very well, and at the same time the frontliners, of course Madara and Mr. Corey themselves are able to zone them out as well, and
easy
Shenzo
turtle
backlines
uncontested turtle ta
already
ta
providing enough damage to zone them away. Fade in here, just trying
sadi
to
sagal
kill
eh
Turtle,
EBT
but
gangu je
Godspeed not really that. Okay, into the mid lane, something could break out here. Kyle is looking, he has activated that crossbow of tank. He still holds on to it. Madara is the one taking the damage, so nothing much coming out of it. Faden, look at that Faden. He will be getting taken down here, it seems, but he uses the flicker to escape. Crisis here was just trying to pull his best move, but Haruka here as well. My goodness,
go nga tawar me sa thoye
Faden was recalling and Godspeed caught up to him. Lot of synergy being shown here by EVT. The communication is on point. They are communicating about the spells, emblems, items, every single thing that's moving on the map right now. As you can see, they're going with Yugi Shadow Kill, but there is not enough damage.
brawl ni ko sidi tare
And Haruka could be the one.
this is direct brawl tare
And Shenzu gets a killing spree. This guy is on 30 stacks of Sky Piercer right now, and he could go in for more. But man, Corey QT is stuck this time around, and it's a shutdown secured by Faden.
Damn, that's a very overextended team fight. However, the way the side of Team EVT had been sandwiching the players of NOC,
matak ta pusam ja kre kaino EBT defend to ko da
kind of lost the advantage, but again, no.
me de laure matak se mini map te yong ko caster no lak ta ga mini map to dum phalau yeng
can do, but up top though, Kyle trying to do the same, trying to take down the
Romeo je keno da hamba sigi channel da hamba comment e man ta je
oh my god, if we talk about the
ai de kamai na ne bad comment ji dum ama di dum yaw tam ne bro si de punsi ni ko si da ai ju ngai ga leijar mane bad comment ji matang se ai ju pamjabi ni ko khatang ji thadara ge na ngai ga leira bane do henjala ga di tau de
with this kind of lead,
favorite subject ni ko gi jo
quicker for the side of Team EVT, and NOC they have to let go of the turrets. The objectives a lot more like this, and if they keep on doing that, they will in fact lose the game. Godspeed takes down a Uranus.
Yeah, like imagine a Joy is taking down a Uranus.
Lord chu tholani
This Joy is right now. And with
ye nga
that,
se
okay,
sidaga ati ga kapa ga phai ka to khala di bro ta kap pe
he's taking a lot of
adubu
hits. The crossbow of tank
okay si de ko 1-1 han 1-1 oi chalani ho late game si de late game da late game mangai re
he can go for a double. He's on Sky Piercer stack.
dominate tawre he yadre si de EBT na ro bine gai re ko
But with that, Godspeed goes in for the killing spree, and EVT are going for the Lord.
Oh my goodness, this is looking a very difficult place for the side of Team NOC to do anything from. Not that they can really answer back, it's not even the answer that the frontliners are getting punished. Haruka is getting taken down, you know, Kimi has to use his skills to escape. With this Lord going to the side of Team EVT, they're looking much more closer to actually winning this game out.
Kari kema kunam na sibo masagi ne caster ga je among makok ngaw bani ko
Is it really possible because of the type of dive that is available from EVT? I think, you know, NOC they're really in the mercy or at the mercy of Team EVT a lot of this point, until and unless they make a mistake, they commit a mistake. There's no way for Team NOC to actually punish, but again, the buff this time, Sarar Moon, there's nothing much he can do. He can secure it maybe, but that's about it. He cannot really punish. The Grok was just standing there, but the Lord here, Fredo, already marching towards the base of Team NOC. What do?
Yes.
Sigi Lord je defend tau dira can NOC defend this Lord
Take down those inhibitor, take down those tier 2s and maybe an inhibitor, but the side of NOC, they have to try their best to defend, and the thing is, Haruka has to be standing there out front and of course try to survive everything that is being thrown at him, especially Senzu, who's going to try and melt him down very quickly. And with that, the turrets, take a look at the way they have this time around. The next wave comes right after the gold.
or once for fun gre high gre
Timing here, but now
on one sword
use
fun gre
this timing to the max potential by trying to take down this turret, but they won't be able to do so. Haruka still standing tall. Shenzu's damage is of course coming very much as well, but with that Ugi Shadow Kill, there comes Sarar Moon, and he will strike on Shenzu, and with that
Fire Slash
for more revitalize before
Nice.
with the feather air strike as well. Double kill coming up.
oh sidi mathang hale ko mini comeback am lai mathak pusse mathak ta chelak pa yare ko NOC gangu mathak ta direct chen ba yare mo hero ohum mathak ki tower se degi hobu yare adu bu kaino fight se makha ta na phuna ba yare mo handa ka hinga di kappe direct esma handa ka hinga di oh khange
but okay, Crisis What is Godspeed thinking here? Godspeed, okay, Crisis actually buys the winter
Dai
town.
nung dum ne si di dai nung mo le ko.
Impossible right now, which is going for a 4
Masi hoen kenona hat tu mangai 1-1 na item full item da.
What is Crisis doing here? He does not want them to recall or something.
Kusi tau re he. Esmeralda
Look
kusi tau re.
at Christ still going the track.
Magi sak pata ge ko hero ja.
Was Haruka, but oh Godspeed though, he wants to go in.
Sat kre 1-1 ong sat kre. Oh my god. Oh shit. Chale chale ha chite chale.
Crisis going in for the back line. Kibishi cause a shutdown as well, but that's a heavy Esmeralda that you're dealing with.
As fazare tectonic charge ka haina bani ko jida. Why bada.
And he's dealing a lot of damage.
Hum ni thangale da.
He can go in for Haruka as well, but Haruka escapes using the dash. But now the side of NOC is of course very short-sighted, I would say.
Akhoi mayang nu piji ge jagoi phajana sajal le sidi ga.
Crisis boy just short-sighting them. They did not really see what was coming. The fact that
Opponent se winner of Mythic Showdown season oh EBT ga tai ba NOC gang blue team je Mythic Showdown season 1 gi winner ne ha ba. Season no ju sanai Mythic Showdown season 2 ni ko. Okay.
Until his team kind of helped him out, that could have been a very big blunder the side of Team EVT could have made. It's just because of prices as well as Godspeed taking down, I would say, Sir Moon that they could
Adu bu sigi lord che sang ka da yam thina lape ko yawra ro yawban nang ro.
The Lord was not there. He's getting taken
Yawban
down.
nang
I
ro
think it should
yawban
be
nang ro.
pretty much secured by Shenzu though. Haruka really ahead, can get punished down. He's that's impossible at this point. We do not have the
oh my
damage
god, look at
item.
Crisis. Look at Crisis. Look at that amount
He's a
of
bully.
I mean, that's
Shield,
like
he's bully.
yeah, that's like 2 high lows put together, bro.
Crazy man, crazy at this point because you can see his build right. He's just waiting for his last item and he's so far ahead. And he even has the winter crown. Oh,
Still lower ni. I think this is it guys. I think this will be it. Shadow di tau red bull lord che moi defend tau ko dra only 3 versus 5. Moi hum ka tani ko. But amma chu thole 4 versus 5 ni ko si de. MMD out re.
The Lord getting jumped down very low. Crisis into the back line as well. Cody QT trying to make something work. But Haruka is trying his best to survive as well. A lot of damage being done here by Shenzu.
Minion room chu lai do moi defend tau ngam dera.
To fall down and yes it is Shenzu.
Sida comeback la di miracle ni ha ni ko ina.
Everything that is being thrown at him. But look at the immobilization coming from
Se loi do male.
Shenzu goes
Okay
in for
phajai.
he goes in for a
Khapsal li ko riko khapsal li. Adu bu kai wan mathang hala di kap toi ba. Okay sire a wipe out a total wipe out. Sebes. Wow. Sebes wow style the Nicolation Grija. Sebes also the Lotion Grene. Pazai nice GG.
Man, oh man, what a
Pazai nice. Wow. Adu di NOC le ho ko.
kind of made the blunder.
NOC is out of Mythic Showdown. But the GG. EBT top 8 chang re ko top 8 ta. EBT goes to top 8. Pazai. Top 8 tagi top 4 amuk qualify tong na diba. Top 8 tagi top 4 khangalaga top 4 team do LAN tournament chanan diba offline. Okay, phajai GG. Phajai ko sebe so sala lo changre.
He smiles with his whole body, you know, like his whole body moves.
Ado MVP je ma ma na di tagre crisis na di tagre ko.
He was
CW Esmeralda do. Ado guys, don't forget to hit the like amom dam mo.
Crisis got 2 MVPs in a BO3.
This Esma just won't die.
What is Crisis?
Whatever they're feeding him, feed him more of that, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, GG. Matang match is Soul match like ko, guys. Next match is Soul versus Peak. Soul ka Peak ka like ko. Ado su elimination match ni. Ado da Soul le horoga di lukham pai na deba mayang mo sa mayam je. Bale tawi mayam do kap toiba. Ado na mathangi match su direct mai gi match ko. Peak kango du su sathi bani ado da pai ba hyper player do Peak ki su ko gi Iroki masano pa ne.
He almost had a few pretty good stacks. I guess at least 50 definitely was there on the Sky Piercer.
Maybe more.
Ay na hambada Hydra 1 pa kai tu sa mo yun.
Maybe?
MM pa bene. Hujiki matam si MM sana de ko. Mana MM ko pai.
Definitely, but okay. Taking a look at the emblem setups, just recap of that.
Pazai GG. Mam like nam ko. Ado guys giveaway like ko. Giveaway on December 1st. December ki date 1 da giveaway like ko. May miss taw ko ko. Ai gi live ta dum ai khudak dum taw ni giveaway se.
And that is
adugi
exactly
rules and
why.
regulation ka kem laite only no present oi gadaba live ta
You know what?
wa
He was
lore
taking the
live ta
crossbow
khandoi ne
tank
wa lore
head
adu
on
ka tani
and
ko
walking away.
gen
Yeah.
one start at hum ke way to gani
What do you do?
so gi live
What
tha
do
gi
you
to
do?
live se tha je khali
Yeah,
ne
I
je
mean,
sak
like,
tam la me ko
1-1 was not really able to unlock his
khalam ni live
ultimate
se tha
except
di thani
while
ko
he was targeting Madara, right? And Madara was like, okay then, come on, if
ai
you
di
want
so
to use
do
your
qualify to
ultimate,
do da
I'm the
elimination
only
de le
one
ho ga
that
di
my team will give you.
direct
And
nakan
yeah,
da
of
gi kuwa
course,
kuwa ko
trying
do
to
ba ina
unlock his ultimate, but there was not enough
bale to
damage.
ga ina
Take a
sora
look at
ga dai
that.
ju
A goal laner
ladu
dishing
ina
out
do ba
lesser damage. I mean, a marksman dishing out lesser damage than a fighter. That is not something that happens very often. But tonight it has happened because EVT have definitely shown their class. And Mr. Godspeed, I am really sorry for whatever I said before the draft, before heading into the match, because you
is
have just shut my mouth up
ya
with
ine
that
comments
gameplay
keno
of
si je
yours. But yeah, gotta give credit to the rest of his team members as well, who were able to shut down every single member as well. You know, just having this joy playing the way this is
Christ mana
supposed to
do
be
scrim
played
to
by
ho ne fai
enabling
fai
and
makut
doing
sana
it
ba to
once.
ini ko mo ja
Absolutely. I
napam mo
mean,
si ne di
it's
so gang ko
definitely the
nappo si ne
team's effort, but hey,
nung si dre ne
professionalism.
kanam ta na nung
I
si
think
dre
he
ne so
finds a
gang
bit
ko do
better than that in real life. So
ko la ga pa khatta na
I'm
ma hi
looking for
mam
him,
du
but
ga hero
again,
na
I
hero
also
na
give
manga
props to
go ne
Madara
manga hi
for
du na
giving so much peel for his team because he
pul
was
du
the
ga hero
front
pul
line.
du
He
ga
was
kappe ne
blocking the way with those walls so perfectly.
Manipur
He
team
couldn't
ke ho
chase
Manipur
them
team ju
down, and in
sik
some
che
places you could
manga
see,
mo ta ngai ma ne kham ba
Godspeed was not the one who was just going after the team was making the low. He was the one who was flanking from behind when the enemies were
kang sik
running
pro kang
away.
sik
He
han
was
ba ya de
okay.
ko
They
good
thought
night
they're
hai ne
safe, but you're never safe when Godspeed is lurking around. Maybe onto the joy at least.
Yeah, and not gonna lie, man.
comment pa de bro na comment se ya me comment
Lorena's
se ina
of
ya
course
ge di loi
taking a
pa ba
lot
ni
of damage, but the
stream je
last
karam
match
ba
showcase
application di
highlight
to ge
was
stream
the
champ ta gi to ko stream
X-Borg
champ I stream
on
from
the
stream champ
Hayabusa. And this match, the highlight is the joy on the Uranus. I mean,
head
imagine
was
taking
cd ga
down
je
a match with
le
the joy. Like, that means the joy was very, very fed. And with that, we've come to the end of the first match of the
paratha
night.
hadak ti
But the
paratha
rest
han
of the
da ko
nights
da
have just begun.
khongwa gok thro ka
Two
ni ko
more
mai
matches
ma de la
coming up.
guest to e ma fan da to men ji lang
This
tho ko
might
mai
be the
lang tho ko
next
ni ko
matches of Team S8ul.
so je
And
po
you
di
know
moi
when
ok na
S8ul
ka
is
tan
there,
thore
it
dum
was
qualify
some
to
boom
ngam
bam
jaga de
action because you know what Mortal says. Boom bam nights.
direct
Right?
net
So yeah,
thore
we're
ko
gonna get some boom bam nights next match. But for now, we already have the winner of the first match.
pick se manipur gi ro pick se pick ta mai
And
tem
we
cha
will
ani
be
yawe hai
qualifying
hyper
for
player
the
mu yawe
land.
hai
Meanwhile,
adu du ni
Noctura
ko
have
ko
to
di
have to
ko
take
di mai tem
longer,
cha bu yaw
but
lo
it's
support
still
to
gonna
ko
work
team
for
je
them as well. So yeah,
ai na
gotta
ya da
give
ba bu
credit
mayang
to
ma za ku ki ma za ka ta ni ko
Noctura for trying their best, but man, elusivity just I don't know, man.
tu ka ta ni ai na ya de ja tai di lo
I
yai
did not really expect
mai tem cha bu yaw
this
lo yai
joy
ko
to work out, but the way it worked out, man.
True. I mean, like we already talked about it, like the synergy are just developing more and more for these newer teams, and they're reaching, I think, to the point that even the people who are
WhatsApp
already
yengo
at the
yeng
top,
eh
they need to
PYJ
like
gaming asi ki channel
push
sini ko
more
guys
towards the consistency.
okay
I
manau
would
ji
say.
keno
They're
je
like not
pin to je
consistent
hai
enough
trainer
to
brother
actually, just perform
PYJ
in the
gaming
games.
asi
I think
sini
the
ko
these teams
manau
like
ma
them,
live la ka doi
they
ni
can easily take away games from you. Like, they would not even think twice before making those plays happen, because one, they are not afraid because they have been winning around a lot more. Like, if not winning, at least reaching the top 3, top 2
pin to je
grand
hai trainer
finales,
brother
right? So that
kappe
kind
ne
of confidence
youtuber
boost is
youtuber
really
je makoi
important.
masa am hai ja che
So
ko
you need to have that kind of thing for yourself. But again, EBT, GG, GG, well done. I would say congratulations on moving into the round robin. But the Mythic Showdown just begins from there, right? It's not over yet. There's a lot more work to do. But for NOC, they're not
PYZ
eliminated
gaming
yet. So
welcome to my
I think
gaming
we will see them
world
again for
channel
sure, but
created
that
on
would be the
3rd
last time if
June
they
2021
lose out
kaya
there.
sis
So it's gonna be tough. But like Fredo mentioned, there will be one more match. So do we look forward to it, Fredo, or do we just say, nah, that's a boring game?
so gi do live thang ge to bone pais
I
ai
mean,
so gi
if
live
you're
tham
not
maga du
looking
lo ga na
forward
nang
to
live tha galam
S8ul playing,
ati
then
to ge
why
to
are
bone
you
ai
even
ji sak
watching
su
the
la me
Mythic
sing mutti mutan
Showdown,
ngam ni live
bro?
so kang gu du
yeah,
tang di ngam mage
yeah, of course you're going to witness the next match, but do not forget, once again reminding everyone, 350 likes. When we reach 350 likes, 5,000 diamonds giveaway will unlock, and it is going to be given to how many number
which
of people?
guys have ngas squad
How
pun
many number of
huzik ti
people?
pundre
You'll
thaina
find
pulam
that
ba
out
huzik
when
pundre
we come on the other side of the break. So stay tuned on Waterhome Games. Mythic Showdown 2 will resume after a short break.
Joseph to impala la ri kap es ho mayam ngai nei ni lengsen bi ro sini mayam na hai nei ji ko kem natte adu bu minute 30 ngai ba ai di dam talli ko ai di ngai ba jam tan ma mi ni ngai be thabak si di sorry ni ko rom ko mai tim do rom ko mai tim na senju thagat hauri kan na RNTX sang gar ba ne hayeng match lai ngani mai RNTX I don't know ခန်းတယ်ကော charge ဥကြည့်မွေးကြီးမွေးတာကစားရတလို့ကဖန်ကြီးခန်းတယ် diamond နွေဖန်ကန်တလို့တိခဖန်မွေးတယ် hay badi mayang ni hele duga mayang pusi hay lamaw mayang ni ka me phagin te
To force the mid lane as well to get to level 4 for the far side.
mayang ni rule to ri ko
Instantly got shut
do
down.
replay something yes
You know, EVT kind of forced that engage. First, the Farsa did not get level 4. She was really in a vulnerable position. But look at Hayabusa getting marked so quickly. He just disappeared in few seconds. And then came the engage. Not having that level 4 was really a hefty price. The side of Team NOC had to play. But again, another fight starting off.
ado de saksa okay guys noi replay sai pe tharam ge somai na sa palam sa tho ge so gi me so ngai boy na
using the AOG. That is what
Live team uthala rege
what Gatot Kacha is known for, you know, those last HP escapes. But man, the thing is, I'm not really understanding
lemo,
how it's
guys.
working right now. And look at that, Kyle is
So gidu yen gidu ni so gidu yen gidu
Oh my God, EBT just shutting the mouth up here for Fredo, of course, disrespecting me, but I like that.
Crazy, man, crazy. But again, that was a lot of skills, a lot of people jumping onto Kyle onto the 1-1, so it's not really easy. But again, I'm kind of surprised Cody Cute is actually, doing so well onto this, I would say the hero.
Arlott.
Wow, I just forgot. Damn, I forgot the name Arlott, man. Crazy. I was so hyped in, I was just forgot the name, but I think the Arlott, yeah.
Mid
But
lane?
again, it's okay, it's okay. I think they should just calm down. Let me just speak, man. I just forgot the name of the hero, Arlott. I feel bad already as it is, but again, Haruka might be in trouble, but no, he's just backing off. But the Arlott is actually doing really, really well with the final slash, with the stuns from the first skill too. But again, Kimi is the man. They're really marking down. He's not getting any breathing space. But again, the second objective was already up, and the teams are looking for a setup here. Fredo, can they find this turtle again?
Look at Kimi and Haruka. They're trying their best to provide space here for Kyle and Seramoon to work with, but right now they're not really getting that. Even Faden as well, getting marked down so easily by Madara, and Godspeed wants to go in for one of those members once again. Kyle could be in trouble here though. He uses everything that he has, and he connects that crossbow of tank. Corey QT in the backline takes down Kimi, and with that, Crisis takes down Kyle as well. And they're looking for more here. Seramoon is not able to use Yugi Shadow Kill yet, and he still holds on to it, but Shenzu into the mid lane, still chunking down Haruka, and with that, they do not get anyone down. Instead, it's just Kyle who falls for the second time in this game. And EVT are looking to strike once again.
Yeah, they're looking to strike, and they really have gotten themselves a good start. It started from the side of Team NOC getting the first blood, but then from there on, they were very aggressive, and it's really paving the way for them. They got both the neutral objectives secured, and now they are even having the goal lead with the kill pressure already being built up. But top though,
Oh my God, Crisis is in a lot of crisis.
Wait.
And he will be able to escape as well. My
Don't tell me.
goodness.
Don't tell me.
The Crisis is not in crisis.
Wait.
He even uses everything that he has. Oh my God, even Seramoon uses his shadow kill. But the shadow kill onto the pump. Crisis with the clutch escape. Cody QT coming in to try and rescue him. Seramoon very, very low right now. And he will get taken down for the second time by Corey QT. And
hello guys
are not looking for anything less than
Fredo's
win
like
here.
damn, this is looking terrible for the side of Team NOC. They were looking good, but
BYG
again, Crisis
Gaming.
part 2.
BYZ Gaming
Oh no, this is the
Link
instant
profile
replay, man. I
thumb
was like,
Oh my
I was just
God.
live muthal pin muthal la ho sa sa of the live tha sa ne sida
I'm wheezing, man. It's
How
so
many?
explosive, but again, like you mentioned, the clutch escape. Look at the shadow
Face game
kill
there,
avoided
pi to ne
out there, but still, I was like, hey, are they going for a part 2 here? But really, with 1v1 being won from Cody QT against Hayabusa, of not having any kind of skills, even the
Saksar
tier
wo
1
saksar ye
push
bo
down on the bot lane.
so gi match
So
kai
much
win
of an advantage for the side of Team EVT just for the first 5 to 6 minutes of the game. But again, neutral objective will be up soon, so I think
Whoa.
Team NOC, they need to play it down slow. But talking about the items, you can see so much lead coming in from the side of Team EVT already, right? Their first item locked in, and
can I announce the giveaway berserker yes bro
Yep.
go ahead
Honestly
bro
speaking, it's looking really good here for the side of EVT. They do not really have a lot of things to worry about, except for the fact that Kyle was able to just shut down Godspeed. And like I was saying, at least in theory, because I already pointed that out. This joy should not be working. The only way it's working right now is because of the synergy that EBT are showing, especially Corey QT, because he has been able to mark down the backliners very, very well, and at the same time, the frontliners, of course, Madara and Mr. Corey themselves are able to zone them out as well. And Shenzu from the backlines is always providing enough damage to zone them away. Fade in here, is trying to steal the turtle, but Godspeed not really
1-1 ချင်းနဲ့
that
အတော့
okay.
Fighter
Into the mid
more
lane, something could break out
Kuna
here.
zi
Kyle is
yang
looking.
nung
He has activated the
The
crossbow
MM
attack.
bro.
He still holds
Is it
on
MM by the
time.
pool?
Madara is
Only
the one
Granger
taking the
works for
damage,
now.
so nothing much coming out of
MM
it.
the only
Fading,
Granger
look at that
kay
Fading.
jao okay
He
ne
will be
okay.
taken down here, it
Okay
seems,
roll the side.
but he uses the flicker to escape.
Granger ka tani ko
Crisis
work
here
to ije.
was
So
just
zikit meta
trying
sida.
to pull his best
Ate
move, but
MM
Haruka
the
here,
oide ne
and
Nathan
well,
Pai
my
ko
goodness,
man
bottom lane. My God, Payton was recalling and Godspeed caught up to him. Lot of synergy being shown here by EVT. The communication is on point. They are communicating about the spells, emblems, items, every single thing that's moving on the map right now. As you can see, they're going with Yugi Shadow Kill, but there is not enough damage on Sierra Moon right now. And
Village
Haruka
Porsche
could be
tournament
going
hochidana.
up. You see
Token,
Red is
token.
very
December
low,
dagi thola
and
age ba.
Shenzu gets a killing spree. This guy is on 30 stacks of Skypiercer right now, and he could go in for more. But man, Corey QT is stuck this time around, and it's a shutdown secured by Faden.
That's a very overextended team fight. However, the way the side of Team EVT had been sandwiching the players of NOC, it was looking really good up to the point that they kind of lost the advantage. But again, no, the mid lane tier 1 will be falling, unfortunately. And there's nothing much the side of Team NOC can do. But up top, though, Kyle trying to do the same, trying to take down the tier 1, needs to back off before he gets punished. But oh my god, if we talk about the goal difference already, but okay, Madara got spotted, but does he want an engage here? Like, okay, we can escape, okay, it should be okay, but look at the goal difference, right? None of them are able to match it up to the point that the lead is just getting broader and broader. And I feel with this kind of lead, the damage scaling will be much quicker for the side of Team EVT. And NOC, they have to let go of the turrets, the objectives a lot more like this, and if they keep on doing that, they will in fact lose the game. Godspeed takes down a Uranus.
Yeah, like imagine a Joy is taking down a Uranus. Imagine how fed this Joy is right now. And with that, okay, Madara here could be in trouble. He's getting chunked down very, very low. He's taking a lot of hits. The crossbow of tank connects. But what can you do with the 1-1 when you're up against the tankiest hero of the meta right now? Mega kill coming in for Shenzu as well. He can go for a double. He's on Skypiercer stack. He's high on those stacks.
Why is Fredo crying?
But with that,
Venom po horo, Venom le hore bro.
Killing spree and EVT
Venom le hore, NOC le hore.
Oh my goodness, this is looking a very, very difficult place for the side of Team NOC to do anything from. Not that they can really answer back, it's not even the answer that the frontliners are getting punished. Haruka is getting taken down, you know, Kimi has to use his skills to escape. With this Lord going to the side of Team EVT, they're looking much more closer to actually winning this game out. The only thing the side of Team NOC can do is just slow this game down, but is it really possible?
Fredo is the miracle of India.
That is available from
Fredo
EVT.
is the miracle of India.
I think you know, NOC, they're really in the mercy or at the mercy of Team EVT at a lot of this point. Until and unless they make a mistake, they commit a mistake, there's no way for Team NOC to actually punish. But again, the buff this time, Sierra Moon, there's nothing much he can do. He can secure it maybe, but that's about it. He cannot really punish. The Grok was just standing there. But the Lord here, Fredo, already marching towards the base of Team NOC. What do they do?
Yes, the best that the side of EVT will try to do is take down those take down those tier 2s and maybe an inhibitor, but the side of NOC, they have to try their best to defend. And the thing is, Haruka has to be standing there out front and of course, try to survive everything that has been thrown at him, especially Senzu, who's going to try and melt him down very, very quickly. And with that, the
full way by the Venom
the way they have managed this minions this time around. Next wave comes right after the the gold shield is gone. So that is a good timing here. But now they have to use this timing to the max potential by trying to take down this turret, but they won't be able to do so. Haruka still standing tall. Shenzu's damage is of course coming very, very much as well. But with that Ugi Shadow Kill,
match ka shoge
and he will strike.
match se huji phau keno gi loy gra EBT versus NOC loy gra EBT na ka gra mathang da huji so ga keno ga le
This is
so ga pick ka
that NOC were
So,
looking
guys,
all
so you team
along.
ga.
EVT just made the blunder and
So,
NOC
po
will
du yeng ke
strike.
tawne.
They are trying to go in for
Fredo,
more
I di
members.
so po yeng
Godspeed
ne.
this time
So
around. He
po lo
knows
go.
that Ugi Shadow Kill is not available, or neither does he have the shadows. And Godspeed goes for the hunt.
Crisis low.
In a 4v1. Can he actually pull it off right now? He seems like he's getting low, so he will be backing off as well. But okay, Crisis. What is Godspeed thinking here?
Giveaway come
Okay,
no
Crisis
first
buys the winter
December.
crown. Is he trying
December
to do
date
something
1.
which is impossible right now, which is going for a
3-star
4v1? He
giveaways
does not want to let
on my
them
stream.
go. He's still chasing them down. What is Crisis doing here? He does not want them to recall or something.
Oh, Shenzu is back though.
Tama
But
sa sayo,
look at
foot na
Crisis
sayo,
going.
foot na.
The
Tama
traction
sa sabi.
pulse will connect onto his Haruka, but oh, Godspeed though, he wants to go in.
Wants to go in for Kyle. Kyle is very, very low.
Oi,
Kyle
oi,
does not
oi.
land those hits, and with that, Crisis going in for the backline.
Lafu ka bi to ko to
shut down as well, but that's a heavy Esmeralda.
So, pohalo ra, pohalo.
Madara knocks up 3 members. Shenzu goes in.
Ado mo di lagi expect to ho gra bani ko mayum hanna ba.
Kimi, he can go in for Haruka.
Mayum hanna ba lagi expect to di ho gra bani mo do.
Using the dash.
Pot yo ma ga ne sana ga do do. Ka ga di mo ka da sang jan lagi do ba.
Is
Lagi
of
sto mo
course
ka injan lagi do.
very short-sighted, I would say.
Le mo po ga di do.
Because the
Right
Swedish
ke ka.
Crisis boy right here, man. Crisis boy just short-sighting them. They did not really see what was coming. The fact
Replay,
that
yes.
timers
Replay
are
ni
not
ko
that
yeng
long
ija.
yet, just
So
caught
gi
NOC
match ngai
off
when
guard, I
replay
guess.
to ga saksai ni.
Like that sustain was just unreal.
Second shot
from
missed
Crisis.
stability.
He was like you mentioned,
Second shot ni qualify to
won until his team kind of helped him out. That could have been a very big blunder the side of Team EVT could have made. It's just because of Crisis as well as Godspeed taking down, I would say, Sarar Moon, that they could really hold
Zozo
on
ko ba
for
Zozo
their
hele
quarters
ho
for much
No
longer.
yaw.
And the best fact is that Lord was not there. It's getting taken down.
Guys,
I think
we
it should be
welcoming
pretty much
Soul to
secured by
Empire.
Shenzu,
Yes,
though.
bro.
Haruka
Yes.
really ahead.
If they
Has been
qualify.
punished down. He's
If they qualify, I will be the
possible.
first
That's
one to
impossible at
welcome.
this point when you do not have the
Oh my
damage
god, look at
items.
Crisis. Look at Crisis.
Oh, that's
Look
something
at
ang tease
that.
up
He's a
there.
bully.
That's like,
Shield.
that's like,
He's bully.
Lahalo ko.
yeah, that's like 2 high
Pause lahalo.
together, bro.
Pedo. Pause lahalo. Pause lahalo.
Crazy, man. Crazy
Sapsage
at this
bang ta.
point because you can see his build right. He's
Mugtang di sapsage ko.
just waiting for his last item and he's so far ahead. And he even has the
Oh,
winter
oh,
crown.
Kyle.
Oh, Kyle.
Knock up from Madara. Madara securing the kill there, and Saramon going in for the Yugi Shadow kill. They want to target Kori QT, but Madara will be able to survive that. Yes, he does. Saramon as well surviving through every single thing. But now they are left to defend their base without their
Diagi
goal
oina
leader.
husi quite
Can
ling
they
mu
make
jo
this happen?
SS
Do they have enough
SS na
damage?
quite
They're
ling.
going with the Feather Strike.
Check
The
us right
Lord
na quite
comes
ling
down
have
there,
ya.
presses into the backline as well. Kori QT trying to make something work. But Haruka is trying his best to survive as well. A lot of damage being done here by Shenzu from the backlines. And Kimi might be the first one to fall down. And yes, it is Shenzu who takes down Kimi. Haruka still trying to survive everything that is being thrown at him. But look at the immobilization coming from Crisis as well. Shenzu goes in for the double.
Guys,
He
shall
goes
we-
in for a triple.
shall
He
we
can take
arrange
a Maniac
Evil versus
right
Soul
now.
match?
Yes,
Yes.
Get the Maniac. Can he
In
turn
game
into
and
Savage
also
right
in
now? Because
Infall
only
too,
Kyle
bro.
that's remaining.
Infall
And
damga.
Shenzu will get the
Chip hazaw ne Savage all sangin.
Mythic Showdown Season
Ending the
2.
game with
And
style
with
than
that,
EVT days.
EVT have destroyed the base of NOC and taken that victory.
Fredo, game gdam ga selo,
Man,
game
oh
dam selo
man,
aduga.
what a game.
Imphal da
What, like,
lien lak pai di
I
dam ga
think
selo yare.
From that fight,
Adu
where
ani
Team
dun yare.
EVT kind of made
Ai
the
game
blunder
lower
from
ko.
there on.
Pasas
They
lo
were like,
damage
hey,
lo
we need to
yare
pull up
du.
the gear for winning these games, and they did it, man. Like, it was so aggressive, so aggressive from them, and every time they go in, and even a savage from Shenzu, man. He was like, I think, you know,
1 minute. Copyright tayo ba? I always get copyright, guys. That's why.
CC is open as well, but oh, there it goes.
Isay do copyright tayo.
NOC,
Doon na ay nathari do.
the thing is, if they
May
win
nato
over
nga
CC,
ko. Hawrani.
I mean, we can already read what's coming next because it is already evident that NOC are going to play a, I would say, the meta-oriented lineup. Basically, they are not going to.
EBT di ling bro.
try
EBT
and,
si ling
do
but
something
ling di ling
that
ye
does
do
not
bu
work
khang de
out
mo
for
si
them.
ke normal lack.
But this
They're
time
lacking
around,
something. They're lacking
they are
I don't know.
not really holding back their
But
guns.
niang jalaga
They
de
have gone for the Hayabusa
discipline.
as
They
well.
lack discipline bro.
And
A bit of
Phoenix on the
discipline.
Farsa, my goodness, I'm not really sure how to
Manan lai
react
bom
to
ta ka
that.
tay ko.
I think I would have preferred seeing him on a Selena here.
I think in terms of range, the Farsa is still better, and this time Sarar Moon will actually get the Hayabusa, so still a good option. And you know, going for the Kimi, going for the Esmeralda is still a very viable choice. But what are you doing differently this time?
Wow.
I like the Grok. I like the Grok in this case because
Him here.
in dangerous grass, the Grok can really do a lot. I think just by just by giving the peel, like blocking the way with the second skill that is going to be the earthen ramp at the walls as well as the tech charge. I think there's so much pressure already, and even for an assassin, he might be not be free.
Itami ni si Itami. Itami na trowa tab tab ngang ba da. Jang je mo hawgalak pa ne game no mo hawgi torok pa ne. Oi tok thok kan ni je.
Hello, Sarah, and it feels good to be back after such a long time. We are back onto the casting decks, and of course, this is
Game hawdore ko Soul versus Peak.
for
Soul
Team
versus
as
Peak.
well as
Game
Team,
hawdore.
Yellowstone. So whichever team is going to be winning out onto this best of 3 series, they will be qualifying for the round robin. Meanwhile, the losing team will be going out onto the
Which
2-2
party to
bracket.
the
So
matha di
a lot
phajana
of
sa.
things are going to be onto this
Moi
table
ne number
for
1
this
matha sai je.
match.
Moi go
And
Soul ga.
as Sarah has already mentioned it out,
Mario go
that
di lai lu kham pai ko
Seoul
manao da.
Esports
Mana
already
ngam mi
have
myam
two
do
wins
ga.
onto the name. They
Som
did
da la ga di ma do.
concede one of the losses against
Ku
Team
da
Shake
ku da
Jackson,
han gi
if
do ba.
I'm not wrong.
Ku kim
And
ja go re.
Team Yellowstone were the ones who
Pai
lost
te dai
against
te hai
Team
re ba di.
RTX. So
Ya de ne
this
kim ja je
actually
ba di.
made two of these teams to be meeting up onto this 2-1 bracket.
Pu da han gi do.
So by far, I think the draft as well as the priority picks are going to be relying more onto the fighters, because it has been the fighter meta, not just onto the EXP, but also onto the gold lane. Because of the gold lane
Soul da mai te yaw bo yaw da.
rarely do see
Mayam
the
chang.
marksmen, because if you have the utility as well as the farming and the damage potential from the other lanes, the fighters are just going to be doing their zoning job. They will be the sustain as well as they will be dishing out some decent amount of damage, but most of the work will be done by the mid laners as well as the junglers. So the priorities will definitely be there from there.
And I honestly couldn't agree with you more that the meta has completely shifted towards the fighters. Like, it's okay, some marksmen do work onto the gold lane. Harriet, he is like immortal, he never dies. You can flex him into any kind of draft, provided the situation favors it. And then there's Nathan, there's Granger, and Erical as well, who are still
Baktara sanabam.
However, the pick
Lengsin bir aksi lengsin bir si.
percentage of fighters like Lapu, CC, and Esmeralda are the highest of the group. We'll definitely be seeing picks move towards the first phases. The draft is going to start up in 10 seconds, but not to mention, Yellowstone did lose out to Team Seoul a few tournaments ago in a clean sweep, where Team S8ul did make it up to the upper bracket from the lower bracket, defeating Yellowstone. So of course they will be looking for their revenge in this one, and so will be looking for a clean sweep once more to secure their spot.
Comment ta thang ten tong na ba yaw re ko. Tong no.
That is something which makes the entire storyline of this match really, really interesting. So we'll have to see how this
Soul
will go
poro
forward.
hai ba si yaw re comment.
Whoever drops better, whoever gets the better of the fighters on the goal lane will take the win.
Exactly. And
Best of kya no comment tor gi point. Best of 3 ni.
the giveaway is
Game
still
hau ji
going
ko.
on. So to be part of the giveaway,
Do mamangi
200
match
likes
suma di
is
EBT na
already
ka
been
gra.
done. So
EBT to mai
once
te
it
chang gra.
reaches the
Eno
300 mark,
eno
the
si le re ko.
5,000 giveaway, diamonds
si is
giveaway
out.
will be unlocked. So in order to participate as well as in order to be eligible, you need to be more active onto the live chat. So from there, 50 viewers will be
So na
picked
ta
up,
ma je hai
and
bro.
a
Hai bane
total
hai
of
bane.
5,000 dice will be given away, and the winners will be announced onto the Discord
PYJ
servers
ke
as well. So
PYJ de
make
Airo
sure
ki
you
maza
are
no pa yaw.
updated as well as you have
Hyper
joined
da.
the Discords as well. So I think slowly but surely we will be heading on to the draft as well, Sarah. So quick predictions. What could be what could
Long
it
chu
be
bo
the
chau we.
priority picks
Pen tha
for
bai
the
ni.
side of Team
Em pen tha
Seoul,
bai chau bo.
also known as Team ABM
Right.
before. So it is going to be most probably they like prioritizing the fighters onto the jungle as well. So I do expect Jeho going on with the fighter junglers, prioritizing it more compared to the assassins. And in terms of getting the objectives, the fighter jungler actually
Stream jam
works
je
out
Android
really
te
well.
tha ba ya ba ya de. Android te na Prism Live ko ni ko Android ki da du sino.
Recently picked up on
Triangle
the
man
assassin.
no.
He was generally good on all of the
The iOS iPhone 5 gang ko gi de.
whoever has taken the
Stream
meta
jam te
and
tha ga
whoever
da.
tightly plays it.
Man de.
And right now it's the Yusumshin and the Lancelot, and Team
Sara
SC
Waling
does
is the
love
300 likes
to
option re ko. Thank you guys.
space. And following that, they give
Game
that
ek
to
ho ba
Sweet
ho ra
and
ge.
Asuna so that the main heroes do not get backed out.
Kay man thar jar ge.
Medium or
Okay.
J or ATX
Okay, roll da.
waiting it out to pour their picks onto the fourth and fifth picks. Onto the hands of Yellowstone though, they definitely
Aseng bar ma chan no pa je mane.
key and lemonade there for the stew, and
sida pori sold out la mane sida po bo team de le hode ni
first pick to is going to be making a lot of difference, not only in his lane but also with your team fights.
god guys on
Yeah,
god
exactly.
guys
And,
10 dead
for
on haya
guys, he
century
likes
kai no century
prioritizing
yai
the
bro ma ja
Lancelot more. So
adu di khang de ko eh
it could be one of
adu
the
di ya de
priorities as well.
so
And
ga
I
ta ri
think
du to ya de ko
Vices as well as the Lancelot, even if they
napam
haven't
mo
quite
napam mo
knocked
so
out,
jam ta
they have still been onto the priority list. You can go, if you have a Vices or maybe a Lancelot onto your side, it is easier for you to go out with the fighter go lane as well, because the Vices also does the marksman kind of a job, and it actually becomes the
exam
cherry
kam
on
par
top
ya
if you have a mid laner as the Kimi
pa
as
da
well.
ya
So these could be the priority picks for either of the sides, and
bro this sky
the
gen hoy
bans
lenga hoy
are
dur mane mane
also going to be mattering quite much, because
lenga hoy lenga
whichever team who will be having the first pick advantage, I think they will be trying to prioritize most
mai tem
probably
cha
a
kana kana
fighter,
hornbill
or
chatoi no
maybe
mai tem
the
cha
hero
je
that
kham da
could do the job if the
EBT
fighter
gang u chatoi
gold
ngani
lane is picked out, and if there is
lege
no
to
one
khara ga
to dish out the damage and do the first
tournament ji
priority,
yaman da
that the
khang
team
dre bo
is going to be needing it out.
I think that is why the majority of the team fights
stream
are
tha
going
si
to
bro
be
youtube ta
more
tutorials khara
just
yengo bro ado
full
ti
on
isana gen
brawling,
to
as
da ya
Esmeralda
dam ko
jumping
ticket
onto
tum
you
gat
guys,
pa kan dre
Brandon pushing onto your mage. So who
ai
are
ju
you going
youtube
to
yenga hay
protect?
ni
Are you going to look for a double backline comp ready to protect both the marksman and the mage?
ganza
That
tha
is
ga bro
not
gi
going
live
to be
yenga ina
likely to be coming
yeah
into
yeah
these teams, because Asuna, he is a little bit reliant on Apex for the setups. They usually go for the Killia
karma
for
team
the
da ku
mage
kim
who
sa
can
yaw ga
fast pick
rnt
up.
x ta ku kim
However,
sa yawi
if Asuna is on an independent mage like the
kim sa
Kalista
ni
or
yawi ko
the Yeet or even the Khadija, he could be making plays of his own. Same
akhoi gi
goes
ibil
for
je
the
mid
side of
sala
the
phu ge ha ma
Warriors
ku kim
too as
cham
well.
su yawi ba
That Warrior loves to play the Kimi, the Harsa.
adu lak pa
So
de
all
ne
he needs
yeng
to
du
do
se
is just position well with
khawrang na ko
Caitlyn and Lemonade, and they would be doing an amazing job for themselves. And while we're at it, Itami, I'd like you to give a huge shout out to our amazing moderators in the chat as well as the audience watching us live right now. So make sure to
manipur da
like,
war lak pai
subscribe,
wari je
and
kam
share
kan da
this
manipur da
video.
lak pai wari je
Alright, without any
december
further
last
ado,
week kumba
let's be at it.
land tournament top 4 team da
This is one side
adu
of the
manipur da la san de
land pick, so make
offline
sure you spread the word, because we all want the location to be
benang yaw da tourney
for
yaw de
something we like, and
ai di khadang thada da le ga
for that to happen, we would love your support. And while we're waiting for the teams to just show up, I believe that those teams are slightly bit delayed, but they'll be back soon.
Yeah, as soon as we get the update, we will directly move on onto the draft as well. And
amta lang
as
thok piro
Sarah
dabi
has
be
already
kai jele
mentioned,
dabi
the
be
LAN
de ha kan he
location,
bada
it
fredo
is
astal le bron sahi
still
tama
going to
me
be
mo de halaga
confirmed.
nang na
So we will be waiting for the official
talle ka fredo
announcement.
talle
But if we do want it happen to Guwahati, and if we do want that majority of the viewers will be able to actually come up and
5
able to attend the
5000
LAN
diamond
physically,
giveaway ni
then
ko mo gi
most
wardroom channel
probably
da
Guwahati would have been a better,
kwadi ko ina leba mi du lai re
let's
de
say
orok pa de
Guwahati would have
yeng
been
mi
a
du da
comfortable spot. But let's just not talk about it, because this is still the
talle ka
online
fredo
phase, and we will be focusing on to the fact that which four teams will be qualifying for the LAN event, which is going to be held on to December. It is going to be on to the 3rd as well as on to the 4th week of December. So a lot of things are going to be on to the
third
stake,
week
and
oh
I
my je
actually would
third
like
week
to
to
say
fourth week
the
of
fact
december
that
heba
India has been
ita mi na ha me ko
developing
di da
really lot compared
land
to last year
tournament to
onto the esports scene, especially onto MOBA 5v5.
so zero
Because
cookie team jena te
compared to
so jina to pane so jina
the
mayang
previous
team ni ko
tournaments,
cookie
this
gi
is
team jina
one of the biggest that is going
rntx to
on, and it has
adu
the
ne
biggest prize pool. So most of the teams, they will be
e
trying
ado
to
fredo
make
lakti la
a
hallo
name for themselves as
ha
well as for their sides. And who
ah
knows,
za
like
to ki
India onto the near future, they will be getting the international opportunity that they actually been
aina
anticipating
hai je
for all
fredo
these years.
so
So
ga rnt ga la
I
hallo
would
ba
like to remind our viewers as
por ga
well
su
that
ka ga ka
you
re
need
por
to
ga
be
la hallo
sharing the stream as much as possible. Make aware of the fact that you actually love the game and you are here to make the community grow as well. So finally, we are here onto the drafting phase. Sarah, this time looks like it
okay
will
okay
be
yaar
Team
si di
Soul
kulam
who
do
will
ga
be
na na
having the
la ge
first
ko
pick priority. So in
sa
your
su bora am
predictions,
za sale
what could be the bans?
se thadara ge je kadang je tumna ba
They would
sa ba tumna ba thadara
definitely
ge
be
je
banning out on something like
yengam
Chukchi.
yengam
The Grog, since it's a flying cloud map, could work out well. Maybe ban out the Yuzhong unless Anti wants to play it out himself. It could ban out the Kimi possibly as well, but we'll have to see. Right now, we can't really predict whatever is going to be happening, because it's just the first few seconds and they seem to be taking their time, thinking this through, and it would work out for both the teams, at least in the first phase, no matter just have to strategize it and time the bans in the correct order. And yeah, the first one is going to be a Gatot Kacha.
Yeah, Gatot followed by CC. So TC being a flex and Gatot mostly going on onto the roam. These are the bans that has been prioritized from either of the sides. I think Apex as well. He doesn't want to actually prioritize or maybe forced out the pick to Gatot. So he is going for the safer side and just banning out the Gatot Kacha for their side would be a better option so that they are quite versatile with the picks as well. And the Alice, it's mostly the fighters as well as the roamers who have been getting mostly onto the priority list. Junglers, it is kind of rare unless that person is actually spamming the jungle as well as making a huge difference with the role. That is one of the reasons why jungle could have been quite much of a priority, but we have already discussed it out. It is a fighter meta, so it is mostly the sustains that are getting mostly onto the priority onto the ban list as well as onto the picks.
Well said. And here Yellowstone, they have banned out on the Lancelot, like we were mentioning. Jay just kind of flexing his Lancelot onto the, majority of the players right
Okay.
now. And Soul, on the other hand, they've taken up the Kacha as well as the Alice.
Bro khara samjalo tappa male.
Next, on the EXP Lena's
Okay, okay, latest ni ko sa si latest ni.
the signature Lapu.
Lancelot ban.
Esmeralda, though, and he could definitely go for
Mogi
it.
ban ji kaino.
That's his range. Anti would go in for
Lapu
something
ban,
like
Elise ban,
Arrow,
goto goto ban,
maybe
yengas
Blaze,
yengas.
like he has with Blaze and
Hore ko
Blaze.
game hore game hore.
Yellowstone, though, they kind of need to ban out on the Hayabusa or the Kimi or the
Barjaga kon
Melina
phem go chatkre.
or the
Phenga
Kami,
malai ni,
or
phenga
the
malai ni ko.
Bo3
Am
or
khangi ko noi.
maybe even the Grok. Like those 4 to 5 heroes are something which Soul likes to play
Clever ya moi ne.
consistently
Koi viewer
and
ga
do
ji
it
jo.
consistently well. So we'll
Adui
have to
clever
see
khoi the
how
game da
that
thadara
goes.
ga de mayam cham ya color ga
Yellowstone,
pai
though,
mayam
they've
che.
got a
Tekta han
two-match
ya di ko.
disadvantage since the server will be Mumbai continuously for the 2 games.
Color pai ga mi ya re
Yellowstone
ne.
did show up late, and it was a penalty for them, so they will have to draft
This is
accordingly.
Apex
And
umbrella
let's
league or
see
pok
how
ne.
it goes with the Divided Jungle.
Ya.
Let's see if they
Kamen ji
can come
kappe.
out, but that's the only hope they've got for the late game.
Maitai
But
yaw
fair enough,
YS
like
YS
you
maitai
mentioned,
cha
why the
ani
ban
yawe.
Grok, or you'll pick it in a poll,
Ani
it's
yawe
going
habni
to
ko.
be Grok being picked up by the side of Soul.
Bro nang nipi thi
Yeah,
da bro
and it
chahi
is
ta
one
tre
of the
khatan he
signature
bro.
picks for
Adu di
Apex
wali
as
ko.
well. Not just the hero, but
Nupi
the
thi
Grok
da
has been
ai na
quite
te
of a
khoi gi squad
priority
ta mi ani
on
musu re nupi thi gi ba.
onto the pick side once
Ta masu
after
lei
he
bu
got
yaw
the
re.
revamp. So he has
Mi
been
ona re
much
ko noi ja.
more priority onto the roam. EXP Grok was also possible, but it is super rare to see an
Bro
EXP
hoi
Grok,
team di yaw do yaw
especially
de.
onto the tournament. So I think to counter out the Grok, I feel like a Valentina could also
Game
be a good
so
option,
hai
but
ja ke mate ai
Valentina,
je
it is
pen
kind
tha
of
bai ni
rare.
so ba
It's
man bai
just
wan
like
pen butat ke pen
if you just pick it out for the Grok, then it's not going to be working. And
pen tha bai
considering
ni.
the fact being a mid laner, you will be requiring something that is going to be dishing out continuous kind of a damage, or maybe just dragging out the utilities with the pokes, which could be the role that Jushin is able to fulfill out quite well. So
Okay.
the Jushin as
Ye
well as the
play
phase
like
round
ko.
has been prioritized from the side of Team
Ye bzuzin.
Yellowstone. But
Ye
meanwhile,
zongs la.
Soul will
Do
instantly
lapu lapu di
respond
ben
with
na
the
ba na
Eve.
man lapu lapu
You
ben.
know,
CC
it's
ban.
kind of fixed,
Lapu
but
lapu
the
ban. Do
Vices as
Angela
well.
di na pai na
Even
de
after
ko.
the
Angela is
nerfs, the
still
guy
open.
is still really
Angela si kan di
strong,
kan mane.
and
Angela is
Jay will
still
be the
open.
one who will be prioritizing that hero. If onto the good hands, if gets the good farm, the guy is going to be an absolute nuisance, especially onto the lead game.
Maitai macha yaw do. Maitai macha je
He has
YS
got
khoi
the
gi
frontline laning
right
from
side
the
ke team
Grok. He's
sida
got the zone
ani
up
yaw hai
from
ko.
the Eve. Plus,
Ani
he's
yaw
got
do.
a ping advantage as compared to Kai's. Kai's would
Yeah.
like to pick up the Hayabusa for himself. It does work out pretty well in this comp. Can mark down the Ascension, can mark down the Eve, and whatever gold lane Radiant goes for, unless he, of course, goes in for the Esmeralda. But I mean, you've got a server disadvantage, and we saw in the previous round that Kai's on Hayabusa didn't exactly work out for
Berserker
Yellowstone,
panba
so
yadaba streamer su
they'll
lei.
have to reconsider
Oh,
their
adugo
picks.
bam
But
su lei bra.
it is the Hayabusa.
Yai ne.
I feel like Haya once again getting prioritized. So
Ayo ke
this
macha ba
time,
kam no hyper.
Haya, like onto
Ke no je.
a higher
Hayabusa.
MS, it is going to be quite hard compared to having the server advantage for your side. It's not going to be working out as much as Team Soul has the advantage because they have the advantage onto the server. So they will be able to move more
TV tower
flexibly onto
opposite
the
coffee
map
shop
as
ta
well as
basi kong boyam
getting the
uida ga jele
objectives
TV
would
tower
be a
opposite.
major
Sis TV
major
tower
plus
ga jele.
point. So hopefully they will be able to live up onto that expectation. We are here already onto the second banning phase, and I think the gold lane as well as the EXP lane are
Kang
still
Chian
open
Bea
for the
de
side
go,
of
Kang
Team
Chian
Soul.
Bea, the game
Meanwhile,
Nana
for the
go,
side of
hospital
Team
Chanadrome.
Yellowstone, it's still the gold
Ado, I know the game, the
and
focus to no in a Hong
and
Sing
the
Echo.
gold lane
Game the
as
focus
well
to
as
go.
the roam actually for the side of Team Yellowstone.
The
So
game the focus to I know
bans
watch party
would be
cap to
done
the screen the
accordingly
college,
to that.
Udreva.
Yellowstone here, they can still lock in onto the ruby for the,
Ado Yangsi.
the gold lane.
Brute
Yeah,
force
ruby
fiber
onto the
using
gold
Sin
lane.
Nicosi.
They've also
Brute force fiber
got,
using gameplay,
they've got
warrior,
this
but go to
Kaizen's
Monimadi.
Ranger for the gold lane.
Temes
So
Yao to see
those
I have
are
any
the two
command.
options that he
Hingalore.
has right now and what he has been
Yangsi
playing
Yangsi
so far.
YSS ki
While
Mahize.
Lemonair, his Kalia is online, his chip is online, the Choddo has been taken out, the Khalid taken out as well. So
Ming to dop trom
and
mo
the Kalia,
karasis.
of course, it gets taken down. So
Streamer the
what
moming
exactly
hero
will
gajale.
Lemonair be playing here?
Tong
He
yang
needs to
saga kono ko yang
backline his
saga kono.
Hayabusa onto the jungle. You
Mina
need
phagi
another
tawra
frontline
ga phagi
along
loksan
with the
bang ngamje.
backline. So he definitely needs to lock in onto a pure tank. No supports are going to be working out. While onto the hands of Soul, they still need an EXP laner.
Initiator nga ta pai bi tawani sol yip ka
Oh,
asigi combo dum tawza leizara bane.
They can play that out.
Yangsi
Radiant,
yangs.
meanwhile, could
Mogi
just
ben ga sidi
experimentally
Khalid
go
ben
for
ga
the
toy ko
Raven
wakan
jungle
kansan ba mi yaw
control,
male
and
mogi.
if he's in the mood for
Khalid
something
ben lae.
simple, he could just lock in one of
Ado
his
Hilda su
CC
lai Hilda su open
and
Hilda
it
su
works
kan
out
di
for
kan.
them.
yeah, Arlet actually against the
Ke hai ba
Yuzhong,
to wo pa khale to.
especially onto the
Hai
early
ba to wo
game
pa khale ko
when
Hilda.
once Yuzhong doesn't
Fury
have
hammer tang
the
pa ga kusi
spells,
to ya be
not the
hero ni
spells
ko chan
actually,
like
the
kai
build. If
koi be
he
ya be
doesn't
hero
have
ni.
the defense, then it actually can work out really well against the Yuzhong. So it could be a matter of time that Radium as well can just go out for his signature marksman, maybe even a ranger could work. But this is not a dangerous class, but still a Hilda has been prioritized. So
Like se
it
1k
is going to be
tawdi
quite
1k su to
skeptical
khini ko
onto
like
that.
sa.
But okay, a Ruby
Adon
is
1k
coming
hon si
out
hagadi
from
myam kubi
Radiant
exercise to
currently,
boy na
and
like among
Andy is
mention si
still
ko.
taking his
Don't forget to
time.
hit the like guys.
Okay,
Adubu what is
interesting
this?
enough. Is it a Uranus gold lean? It actually
Oh,
could be.
double fighter
I
sai
mean, they
Uranus goal
could
en lak
trap
tu
it
jai
up,
ko
but
khang
then
di
again,
yengas.
I think that after the loss to Sacred Shrine, they probably just kind of decided not to go for the Uranus
Adubu
on
goal
the
en si
lane.
kaino YS ki
Yeah.
goal en si kaino
They
Xbox goal en.
speed
Adudi
up.
kanano lak tu jai
There's a
Ruby lak
great
pe ko
moment. It
goal en
looks
Ruby lak pu
Kaizen
su
there.
ai
The
Uranus lak tu
X-Bolt
su ai.
definitely
Ado
works out
drop se
against him
karama
at the
team ne
end
hena
of the
phajage no
X-Bolt,
comment
but
drop
the
tawro no.
only issue would be
Comment
the
me am
late
hainer
game
ro.
when Asna has the Wishing Lantern and the Firaga armor gets bursted down in a few seconds. And that at that point of time, Kaizen will really have to manipulate
Cloud
to
map ni ko yes flying cloud ni ko flying cloud
map
city
to
direct
find
keno
his
ne.
way into a team fight. Because otherwise,
Shiraga
Soul
su
is
balaw
gonna
na
be
paya lak
bursting
pito.
him down every single time, and he's gonna be forced to recall, not being able to join the team fights, and Yellowstone might just lose out there.
Yeah, and I think draft wise, Seoul does have
Diary
the
pyre
survey
YS
advantage, but
ki.
Yellowstone as well,
Ayo
they
ki maza
did
na bajo.
pretty well, and it will be coming up onto the execution as well as
Damu.
how much objective will the Hayabusa be able to get once it comes to the turtles as well as onto the lot fight. It is going to be mattering the most. Lemonar can do that poking job. He can get out the
So
vision
the
for
chai
the
cha de
side.
mala.
So
Pru sida lai khoi de khoi
sustain
so
wise as
poro
well,
sine. Ai su
both of
yawi
the
ko.
teams they have
Ai su
gone for
yawi
the
he du de
sustainable
is.
kind of a draft, and Skyzen's farm is going
Khoi
to
de
be
poro hai
mattering the
ne.
most. And I most probably think Savage Warrior will be trying to get the Sky Piercer as soon as
EBT
possible
le
on
horo.
execution so
EBT
that the
qualify
passive
tawre.
could be popped up
EBT
and
top
he
8
will be
jang re
able to
ko top
acquire
8 ta.
some kills as well as the executions could
NOC
be
le hore
done.
NOC.
So draft wise, it
Aduga
does looks
sida
out pretty
sida pobo
balanced,
team du le
and
hudu ni ko.
execution wise, we
Sizu
will be
elimination
finding
match
out
ne sida pobo
pretty
team du le
soon
hudu
onto
ni.
the game number one. For the match number two, it is going to be a 2-1 bracket match between Team Soul and Yellowstone once again.
2-1 bracket match
So
size again.
I
2-1.
actually
What
would
is
like to
2-1
remind
bracket
the
match?
viewers once again that the giveaway is still going around for the 5,000 diamonds.
Okay, hore
And
Who will
here
take
we
first
are
blood, guys?
finally
Who will
onto
take
the
first blood?
Landitron.
Hore
Team
ko
Soul
Soul
taking the left
versus
and Team Yellowstone onto the right. So a
YS.
best of three series to prove
Why is it my
who is
tayo? Why is
going
it my
on
team
onto the
Zani
round
yaw?
robin.
This is just the beginning of the excitement that we all have been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. Soul on to the blue side, while Yellowstone would be on to the red. Both junglers gonna be
Hore
starting off
delay
with
gadi
their
tawre
blue
ko.
buffs.
Grok na
The
wal
tanks
khaza laga
will be
minion
in
delay
place
to budi
for the
hore.
mid laners and the gold lanes, as well as the EXP for the first time, just gonna be rolling it out into this new meta. No more marksmen to be seen here and there, and it's just the marksman onto the mid and the jungle.
Ani ka ba ma po ba?
instead.
Okay,
So,
okay.
interesting
Ngawhal le ne.
hits
Best
to
of 3
bats, and a bit
elimination
of a
hack to dai
skirmish
ju
for
ngaw
you
re ne.
guys onto Asna there.
Yeah, and they're just focusing on to getting the level 4 mark as soon as possible before the turtle. So
color thang
I
ali bi
think
jam hayam de male su
both of
gi
the teams,
hay
they will
bene
not be
amna
trying to over
hay
engage
bene
onto
ko
any team fights, and
ai
look
su
at
khang
the
de masana hay jabani ko
priority
color
emblems
thang ali
there.
masa maksina hay
So
jabani ma je
YSS
hay
is
na
definitely
ai
going
di
out
khang
for
de
the
ko
assassin emblem. He will try to be the hyper carry for the side of his team. And look at Skyzen as well. He got the tank emblem actually with the Festival of Blood. So the sustain will definitely be there. Lemonade onto a bad position, but still he will be able to just escape it out. And it looks like a major team fight won't be coming up before the turtle.
sidi first blood se turtle do ina launa ra ne
The fact that the
poti turtle da
Ruby as well as the Xbox are fighting it out so that Ruby can take
EBT
down
play ka mal
Xbox armor,
EBT play
Xbox
loigre
trying to
EBT
take
play
down
je
both
moina qualify tawre
HP,
ko
while on top of
mamang match loigre
HP, both of the junglers are looking for a possible engage. Jay though just trying to secure the small creeps a bit to
custom to custom
get
pi
that
computer ko funda bai
HP
bidu no to
advantage.
mane
Though, however,
so no
Mama
jala
Chopper
thambi
here
mo do
gonna be
custom
coming
da
down on
Oh,
the Ricky.
okay
He just
nice
gets bursted out
first
by
blood
four
for
people
soul
and
adubu
around the Juggernaut
ekta
to
dai
go
khalak pa moina
Kais
hekta
this time.
nai oi de male ta dai
That
khalak pa soul gangu de
disadvantage giving S8ul
aina
an
highway mayam jiga
amazing lead
moina
on
ne
the
khale
early
ko
game. Lemon as well forced to flicker out right under his tier 1 under the 3-minute mark though. That
two
is
for none.
definitely rinsing for the side of S8ul.
Yeah, two for none as well as the turtle. So, a big opening right before
borna
the
apex
turtle
alu male
had to be contested for the side of Team Yellowstone. So,
magi
it is
magi school
giving
gi icon
Team
ta
Soul the
father's name da
advantage
gi
that
ming
they
pan
need
bane me
already. A good head start already for the side of Team Soul, and I think they will be trying to gank up onto Skyzen quite
Haiman bagi
hard, but
depression
still
na
he is
hagim ne
aware of the fact that the
adu gi
backup
wari
is
sam lai
coming
ko
around for
depression na gi wari
Radium
sam lai ko
onto the side, and got
game
eyes. He
je
will be trying to
ekta
focus
nongala tu
more
ta
onto the
phubi
farm.
bagi
Team Yellowstone
depression na
should
mai
be
wai lai
finding
dubu
out the
game to focus to
opening
si
as
guys
soon as possible, or else the lead is
early
just
game je
going
so
to
na
be
fazai ko
extending it
so na
out. Look
fazaba
at
ti
the
ni hele
EXP battle just going around, Anti versus Ricky, and there would have been the petrified, then maybe the kill would have been done, but off cam,
adubu
Radium
satkre
gets a kill onto
off
Lemonade.
cam yes off screen
Very good work coming in from Radium there. And the backup, of course, the backup from Apex and Arsenal did matter a lot. So, it was just a
next
good
Diwali gi
a
lagaw la yum na
complete
so gi play
plan there
oh
onto the
ti
board.
ai
And
ti
now
ai do
that's going to be to
manga
the
taruk ni
Ace.
ko amadi
He's in a
hapsi
bit
ga
of a pinch here.
moy
He's
manga
trying to
amdi
go as
leire
close as possible.
so gi
Lemonade
mi em ga
trying to
thiak te
mark
yaroi
down
ko
Asna, but he's smart enough to back off with the movement buff from his first kill.
apex
He's
na
gonna
kwak
poke them
oilo
and come back. That's Asna for you.
nungai
While
no
they
ha
are still
comment
needing
da
to figure out a way to
nungai re ba
beat down Asna as well as Jay
ke
if they
engage ma lai
want
wall da
to
phage
Lemonade.
take any
titanic
team
dub sala de
fights for themselves. But here we go. Another
fazai
Mama
fazai sum
Chopper
khungal
comes
e
in.
ko kill mari
Easy
su gala
early
kre phagi
kills
phagi
for
dagi
Yes and Shane here. Things
phagi
would
phagi dagi
not
po dor bo
look
kai no
good
ys
for the side of Yellowstone, giving away a 2.5k goal lead under the 5-minute mark. That is something huge.
Exactly, and it's only 4 minutes onto the mark, so the goal lead is more extending for the side of Team S8ul, and looks like the turtle will also be prioritized from J as soon as possible. He might be trying to go out for another kill onto Lemonade.
fazai ne
He uses the
sidri ba
flicker to just to escape.
camera je bal mang gi bini ko
Oh, come on.
camera je bal mang gi
Almost
bini
thought that. Oh,
Oh,
oh
Anti!
God.
ta ge
Oh,
to e
Linus. Flicker for flicker. Oh, it's the Petrify.
oh,
Petrify for flicker, but anti though. Quachado kill.
fazai
And
fazai
the
nice haure
shurikens
ko
enough for
haure
Kais to finally
lord
secure a
pithoga
kill.
taral
But
pithoga
another mounted chopper on the top side. Firaga Armor gets bursted out. Lasting Insanity comes in at the right moment. But is he gonna make it out alive? Tectonic charge as well
oh.
as the
fazai si
armor
de ne
set
fazai
from Ruby. Radiant trying to look for some damage. He
oh
doesn't
si
have
ne
the
halati
damage right now, but Apex would be enough
tor
to
manung ji
secure
kusi
the
tore
kill.
mina
Radiant gonna. Oh my goodness, the spell vamp from the Ruby. Insane. While Asuna secures a kill onto Hayabusa onto the bottom lane. Mage jump. Ah, my goodness. Mage killing a
Oh.
jungler. Amazing work. That's
aina
Asuna.
khali ji tangang pizada ba moi
Yep.
si pu de boy
And
da
for
luggage pack tor kok thro ko
onto the
dune
top, the skirmish was still
si
there, but
tangang
it will
dilai
be a
da ka
three
di
for
kok thro ko
one
dune ko
trade
si da
for the side of
moi si
Team
da le
once
hora ga
again
di
Team
si
S8ul
elimination ne ba
having the advantage. And look at the itemization; they
tangang muk sa phangoi de ne
already prioritize the dominance ice for the side of Team S8ul. So it is understandable because it is the Yuzhong as well as the Xborg. So sustain wise, it will be helping them out a lot. And on to the fact that the Ruby will be requiring the Fury Hammer as well in order to dish out some decent amount of damage to take down
eh
Skies, and uses the last insanity just to go back. And that will be him just recalling it out, maybe to just
songal
go
le
back
he
onto
bro
the base.
is
But okay,
linge
team
ko
fight
ling
might be
man ga
coming
mi
up.
lai ta bai ne
Yep, Tectonic hard because Mount Chocolate combo comes into clutch. Lemonade
comment sila
caught
tayo
out
miyam
a
jang
bit
mayam sin nung
into
sidre
that
so
range.
gang ko
Yellow
mayam na
manipulation going to be enough to
Oh,
knock him
Lemonade.
down, but he runs away alive. Finally, the Hilda surviving. Skyzen meanwhile trying to defend his tier 1 onto the top side while Team Soul just locking down the mid tier 1.
yen da masu yam thok give sikay do ka fucking
A lot of map
yeah yeah
advantage.
Yeah, and they might
bo3
be
ro
trying to
yes
look a
yes
fight.
bo3 bo3
Oh, the Crimson Beacon was used out by
the
Savage
loser
Warrior
will
in
be out
order
of
to
mythic
just
showdown
escape out the walls of the Grok. Yuzhong uses a Black Dragon Claw. Maybe a team fight might be coming up, but engaging for the side of Team Yellowstone might be quite impossible for the fact they don't have the lead and they don't have the
moina ham ti jo now or
optimization
never
for the
ne
side.
mane
Team
mane now
Soul
or
might
never
be trying to prioritize onto the
as
objective.
hard
Jay
khane
gets the solo
brother
kill onto Kai's.
Lemonade,
Oh,
flicker,
fazay
ultimate.
fazay
Oh my
la fu da
goodness,
hard je ka
Lemonade. He wanted that revenge for
which was
Kai so
yaw
bad.
yaw
He was
yaw
gonna sacrifice his own life to 4 other people trying to take down Jay. And I guess, I mean,
like I koi
fair in
re
a way. You can give away a
uh-oh,
tank's
uh-oh, oh
do hard
no,
ki ba ne
oh
da
no.
wa
Oh my goodness, Asuna so
as
smart with the real
kappe
manipulation
si
and the
Yellowstone
deploying charge on
kappe
the
ko
mid
si dia
side will definitely find a kill.
so si da tai si da so da ne
Savage
ko
Warrior also
kai
getting knocked up every single second. Like he just can't use the
mayang na
Valkyrie
rule
map
tawre
more
mayang na
than
rule
2
tawre mayang na
seconds
rule
at a
tawre
stretch. That goes to say how much of crowd control is coming in from the side of S8ul. Again, the I'm upset bursts down the
why say my
front
team sa ni yaw
just complete domination right now.
Yeah, looking at the goal difference as well, it is completely scaling
po
up for
haning
the
ne
side
ba
of
ha
Team
noi so je
S8ul
po
and
haning ne ba keno ma tawra come back la po
Yellowstone
du
yet
ne
to
noi na
find a
pam je
proper
so je
opening. Lemonade
khange
trying to
khange
get
na
some visions, but he might just get poked down onto the fact they will just be going back. Oh, I'm offended comes up as well as the team fight.
Oh my goodness. Of course, Hayabusa tries to go in for the quad shadow kill. He doesn't have the shadows anymore. He's trying to mark down Asuna. Has to back off. Black Dragon comes in. Asuna doesn't have the flicker here. He's gonna get taken
backup
down
chang bi o
by
he manao
Savage
ji
Warrior. And now Anti trying to go in for something more. He is looking. He has to sustain. Ricky though is trying to gain as much passive as possible. But with the stuns coming in from the Grok,
em te
as
henga tre
well,
yu zong
Anti
se
is
oh
not
my
gonna
god
be able to survive that, giving away a killing spree to
warrior
a
but pai bi yu
Grok.
sin sin
And
ko
now there comes the invade
Bills di
walls
kappe
here.
yu sin sin
Kais
gi
gets locked down inside the wall. Is gonna be taken
Finally,
down
this
very
is
low.
Hanadam.
Misses out on the blue buff. Anti will be the one securing it. Lemonade trying to go in for something more. Lantern Flare onto Apex. Unable to knock him back. And both the teams trying to look for a disengage though. However, Kaizen still chasing down Apex. Will finally just try to run away. But damn upset! Radium onto the bot side. Finds the kill
Mon
onto
ko lehe
Hayabusa
si di
with the flicker.
yeah
Oh my god. Flicker play completely worth it. Getting out the junglers for their sides. Guys and uses. Oh no, not uses, but the
Satang bo
Firaja
thang do
armor
re.
will be popped down. Loses the immortality. He might just lose out once again the Firaja armor and he will be able to go back. But for the cost of the immortality, looks like the Lord will be spawning onto the next few minutes. But look at the replay onto that fight.
Battery
They
ga angang
did
lok sen bi
took
ni
out
hai isin jin
most
la
of the numbers
oh
for the side of Team
angang mani ma
Yellowstone
pai ja
onto
hai
the
gum da
team fight. Skies and do lose out on
mai
the
ga mana da
immortality
po ni ko
once
ma te ja
again.
tu
The
chu
trades going
work
out
te dum
better
toi ko
for
mai
the
ja
side of Team Soul,
still
and
working
the goal lead it's just extending.
And I mean, it's Soul after all. They're not giving any space for even Lemonade sculpting.
as ya de da brother si di kappe kai ai ru ki ma chanu pa si di ya de ko
However, on to
Uh-oh.
ma
5
century
now,
yai do re
Apex
ma
is in a bit of a pinch. Yeah, he has to back off. But Ricky
Ricky?
though, not gonna be able to sustain all that damage. Lemonade as well, very low. Jay gets a double.
si di lo ni first game si di comeback si ji kan comeback tha ja de ko comeback si kanam lang na dam ne ji kan je aduna game 2 de yeng ase si di lo re gum mane
Really zoning away. 3 people dead. Only the oh my goodness, only the Juxin out here alive.
Uh-oh.
Real manipulation flickers out. Makes
Loi cha
them
thok le
alive.
tower
Inhibitor is already
maya ge
down
loi ram
without even taking Lord.
Yeah, and inhibitor being down as well as the Lord is already up, so this is not
Mayang
looking
the
good for
century
the
ya
side
di
of
phadi
Team
phasade he
Yellowstone at
ado
all.
hai gum na
Looks like
phadi
Team
phasade ko
S8ul, they will not be wasting any more further
This is
time,
Zidane
and it
Guzida.
is trying to buy out some time for their team. And look at the level ranking. YSS compared to Hayabusa, he already got 2 level
Mayang
part,
wan
and
tare.
I most probably
Reng
think
manjale
he
si
has
di
the
Hyper gi
advantage
ozan
on the
e
goal
ji ji
rankings as well. It will be the
si throw si dai
uncontested
tum
Lord
mur
going
ge
out
nga
for
ko
the
loi
side of
dri
Team
loi
Soul,
dri game
and
game
only
loi
the
dri ko guys
inhibitor remaining for the
Game
side
amaga
of Team
wale.
Yellowstone. So the
Game
defense
ani
is
wale.
definitely going to be tough considering the fact how well Team Soul are able to sync up onto the lanes. They will be trying to look out for the fights, but looks like they will just be going back, and it would be better for the side Savage Warrior. Oh,
My
he just escaped.
goodness. So close, but the odds up to him is so perfect. And the fact And like,
Oh,
why is Yellowstone just gathering up so close inside the RWM
Kusi
just
tawre
to
he migi
die
thonga da
like
laga migi
that?
laikai da kusi tawre ko
S8ul
pulap
with the
thangale pulap
tectonic
halakadane
charge.
brother.
3 people caught out in the middle of it. Mickey
Oh,
trying to catch Jay, but he is himself in danger here. Jay
kappe
finds the
kappe
kill with
sidi.
the basic attack. Oh, it's gonna be Asuna while Apex onto the back line finds Savage Warrior. Lord charging down the mid lane.
Sidi
Two
mathang
waves
game da
of
yengasi
minions
ko.
rushing down into their base. 4 men
Mathang
down.
game yengasi si
S8ul
handakti
are
Seoul na
gonna take
kagre.
the
Seoul
win
go Seoul
here.
wins
The base is
first match.
theirs. The victory is theirs. That's a 1-0 coming in from the hands of S8ul Esports into the first game of the
ZZ.
best of 3.
absolutely dominating performance, and it will be Team
So
Soul
kind of have the
getting the
punky the
first
key to
game,
male wa
and they are
yese.
just they just didn't
Naiga
just
naiga
win
Seoul
out
na
the
naiga
game.
ko phagi
They
phagi da.
just made
Tapta
out
sida
some
ura ga mina
statement
ne
as
ku
well
ikai di kai
that
je.
even if they are onto the 2-1 brackets, they are still a strong contender. And to the fact that Team Yellowstone as well, they were onto the 2 consecutive wins, and they
Mayum de
conceded
tan
their
thore
loss
guys.
against RGPX. So here they are onto the brackets. But Soul
Seoul por kan
with
tan thor ka damne.
absolutely
Moi di ka
dominating
gre ma di ka
performance,
gre ko.
just
Adu
giving out the
reverse swing ma di
deja
ta
vu
ka tai.
of the
Collar
previous
pai
tournament
gre
that
ne
happened,
as.
and the
Collar
MVP
pai
is
the
going
ko.
to be none other than Apex onto his signature
Asigi
drop.
mo haigali je.
It was kind of expected
Tekta no ni
considering the
andakti.
fact he only did fell down once, and the tectonic charge as well as the walls were up to the
Ai
point
ko ma ta
making
tak te
sure
are
none of
century
the
ye de century
enemies
ye de ko.
as well as for the side of Team Yellowstone would have been able to escape.
Exactly. So
Adubu
looking
yengsi
at the
game se
situation
huji the
is
first game
that
ni ko. Best of 3 ni game wali.
S8ul has such a huge
Ado
advantage
reverse
just
swing ma
because
lak
of
pa
the
ta ka tai
growth
ko.
and the lead pick that they definitely managed to
God ka ya
make
ya ji
that
kai no ma ya
scene
je
so
khangde.
well for the assumption that he was
Ma
able
ya
to
ji mi gi
go
team da
forward,
yaw re ne bro.
penetrating around the map, getting the
Ma
mountain
ju
kills,
soul da yaw re ne khan bada.
finding those kills.
6
Team
versus 4
S8ul
sana
has
re ba.
such
Ma
a
soul gi
huge
team da
lead.
yaw re ma do.
Yellowstone, meanwhile, they face the issue because 90% of their heroes were melee, and the Juxin can't even reach so far with her lantern player. The moment she tried to, Rock was there to knock her up and dismantle the lantern player's passive. So nobody from the side
Collar pai je
of
mana pa en je.
that kind of kills.
Amazing je kai no tai ju.
There
Collar pai je mana pa en je
is
guys.
there, guys, but it's just nerf and it doesn't
Yeah yeah yeah.
work that well against a move with such a huge range.
Exactly, and I think it was onto the execution part as well that the first turtle fight it did came up
2 versus
for
ai
the
ni da ke
both of the
di je
sides,
ha gre.
and
Wa lo le
Team
wa lo
Soul
le.
Esports were
EBT play de kya lagi EBT
gonna
play jing sai loi gre EBT se
directly
play
go into
one
the
lagi moi
centers,
di mathang ki play
making
one ni
sure
de
that Team Yellowstone
mi
don't
hum ni
fire
mune
any
mi
opening
ni hum
shots,
ni mune
and
ga
they just ended up exchanging their
lupa
teammates
kya
and
ps ano
just
ka have
all
yaw re ko
around
de
the
kap
fact that
pe
it
comment
only
de
took one lot for the side of Team Soul Esports to just end out the game. So looking at the game stats, yep, it is going to be Apex taking on the MVP, and Team Yellowstone, not able to find the opening. They will be losing out the game number one, but they will be trying their best, trying to make up a reverse sweep.
brute force wise
But
is mane brute
looking
force
at the
warrior but dum pai
scenario,
bane
it is Team Soul who are having the
sengai
upper
bane
hand.
manao je my build
Exactly. And honestly, like we said,
ato idi bige
Jay
play si
here
de
is
spin ne
doing
sida ya re ha
way
gre
more damages
bakara
compared to Golkai's, while Asuna and Savage Warrior somewhat equal. Like Asuna just has like 2k more in terms of gold, but in terms of damage, Juxin is at a 25k while Asuna is at 70k. So that is
you be just here go sana bro use zone ga len bana
like
bai ne
on the bone. Hilda is
use zone ga len
supposedly
bana bai ni
a
ga
damage dealing tank, but it is actually the Grok who dealt more of the damage. And Hilda is the one who sustained, sure, but what is a sustain going to do if you cannot protect your teammates? And Anti, of course, the goat.
la fu de soul all over bro
He is just there on the base. He can just
kai
stand
bai
in
jo
front of the enemy and
soul de to pane la
they'll
fu na to
just
pane
put the back off. That's just
oh
the
koi bakta ra
fact
on
of
gre
the
mi
beast.
soul de yaw gre ga ma
Yeah,
ji collar pai bi
Uranus is known
nakan
as
de ne
a
mam phami je
flying
leng ban
fountain
na
as
ga
well. So he is known for
mo
the
boarding
healings
kanggu ni
as
ko
well as the sustain he does onto the team fights. So anti, he will be the most sustained uh, person sustaining.
bera
But the
ni
sandbag is
he
going to be Lemonade onto this game. The carry is going to be Asuna onto the eve, and
color
of
ji yaw
course
de pai je
Jay
nungsit ne
had a
mam pai
lot
je
of
nungsit
farm
ne
advantage because of the kills, early game kills, as well as the farm he was able to match up with. So it will be him, and the wingman, of course, Apex will be
baktara
the
che na
one
mana
with
pa
also
hella
5 kills
je
onto his name,
bro toni thok
and
se
he
thok se
will
thok se
be
toni
the
thok tin
MVP.
pilchen bari
He
thok
will
ko
be the MVP for this game. So the game two, it is going to be a lot, a lot risky for the side of Team Yellowstone
Laikai da
because
hausi
of
tawri
they
hausi su
already
kak
have
pathok ning ba hai ta re je.
one
Pung kya
point
ta ge ni pam
disadvantage.
khai ngan bading
So
ngali.
once again, it is
Hausi
going to
tawri
be
ba
the
laikai
home
ge.
by server, and it is going to be quite advantageous
Adu
for the
dang
side of Team
phaujal aga
Seoul. So
nongalaga
let's
face
see
game to
what's
khalak padudi.
going to be actually happening onto the second game. In my predictions, priority kind of target bans are not going to be happening, but I do expect the grok going on onto the ban section this time.
PYZ kai dau gre PYZ
We
live
hope
thakani ko
that
mazo
the
ngasi.
ban section
PYZ
this
will be
time will
live
like giving
after my
away a
watch party.
grok into this draft. What
Aduna
are
magi
you
channel ke ka
exactly
do
even
ngasai ma
thinking? I
comment
don't
ta
know.
lakila amane ado ai no horen red
Either you
phajana
pick it
tor
or
mage.
you ban it. Like what the hell?
Oda PYZ to stream
Just
ji
don't be
yengaga di
stupid, man. Because you
sigi match
saw
loyam
what
dai da nang
what
semaga thagalak pa yai
your
costume
side
da.
with walls in front of you can do.
Si watch party si
Man
Seoul gi
got
match
the
loy baga.
MVP. That says a lot about the side of Seoul. Of course, Asna was there, constant poke damage, and Yi
Bro
was
Saraji
also
nangi chap
being
chare. Chai lei ko di wari
down
da.
knock up, and then there's the Yi forcing you to recall every 2 minutes. Yi Sun-shin landed the mountain chakras perfectly.
Phawe hai badi nong da ta
Grand
de.
upset played
Phawe
between
he
Yellow
phawe he
and
phawe di.
Hayabusa on the bot side, definitely highlight worthy. And Anti, being Anti, just standing in front of them and soaking up, being everything of a sandbag that he can be. Yellowstone,
Ibil halaktra
they
di moy
had
mayang da
good
support tor
draft,
ge
but
ko ga hai
somehow
ge.
they just lacked
Draft
range
draft
as
hore
well
is
against
halakani
the
halakani.
Eve combo. So they just kind of lost out the team fights where they could
Halakani
have
ka tar ko
won. So
hanu ba mayam
I
da
do
khomja
keep
lakhi
that
ge.
in mind. It should be
Koi
working
chonu ba
out for
mayam da.
them. But before we jump into the draft stage, Itami, which we already have, I'd just like to give a shout out to our moderator C and my beloved friend Daki.
Household ba kya na
So
khang de
since
pa
they've
la
now
amar ge
recorded,
no.
this one's for you guys. But however, back into the draft. What kind of bands do you think we'll be seeing, Itami?
Yeah, like I've already said it out, the draft, the Grok could be a priority ban for the side of Team Yellowstone, or maybe Team Soul will just directly ban out the Grok. They don't
Kamel pa da
want
wakan nuai
Yellowstone
re
to
he kai.
prioritize that
Akoi di
hero
West
because
Bengal
he
oi bane
was,
ping di
the
nuai
main
moy kasu.
impact maker for the side of Team Soul. So it could be quite happening.
Yam phajaba
And
question nga ta ne.
for the side of
Hausi
Team
live tause kanano
S8ul, once
ibilabo
again,
Apex
they
is the
are just
best ne
going
na
on to the
tro border
regular draft.
berserker
It
kai.
is
Si sai
looking
lei.
pretty similar compared to the previous one because the Alice as well as the CC, they were both onto the banning phase. Like they were already onto the ban sections.
Vista lak ba India ka
I
tawre.
think
Yes.
it is looking out pretty similar, but there could be kind of
All
differences. The
thanks to
Lancelot
Vista.
could once again be onto the ban list, and if he's not, definitely that guy is going to be onto the big priority.
Well, and the Alice getting taken out by Yellowstone, I believe, is just a respect ban for the side of S8ul because
Halanu
Anti
yeng de have
plays
jar
the
ko
Alice
halaro
so
halaro
well.
du
Like
de.
every
Adu
single
de
hit of
halaro.
Ruin at least lands onto two of the enemies. So they just want to completely take that off the board and not provide any extra issues to Ricky than he's already facing right now. S8ul though, banning out on the CC, will ban out on the Gadol Kaja most possibly next since they had done it in the previous game as well. The Kinnick might get taken out, and might even the Kalia could be prioritized
India
as well.
MC
Or
sanagadro
maybe
sanaro.
even banning
Oh,
out on the Lancelot just to, like not let Kai's pick up that hero.
yeah, that could be the priority as well. But Ricky, it looks like Ricky won't be prioritizing the Yuzhong 2 onto his hand. So the hero that has been picked out previously will be backed, even if it was not favorable for the side of Team Yellowstone. They did went out for the Yuzhong, but unfortunately the game didn't go out for their favor. So it looks
Scientist
like the
oigadaba
Yuzhong
ngakta
F-List,
ne do
the
ID ore
Lapu
gal
will
lai ko
also
kai.
be mostly onto the
Yeah, koi Naruto
Dan
ino
priority
bazu yai
list,
na.
and if he's not, then they will be trying to prioritize him onto the gold or maybe onto the exp lane because he is a flex pick. We are seeing the Lapu gold as well, and mostly it is team
Tun
Secret
yungas
Child
ko no
who
fubi
are
bi yaure.
prioritizing the Lapu onto the gold. It could be quite possible, but yeah, I was expecting the Grok to get
Riki
banned,
ko
and
je
this
mon du
game
khang
we
ro
won't
wang
be
ba
seeing
pa
the
do
guys
Riki ko je bum khang
making
de da.
those walls and making those difference plays, but instead it is going to be something else for Apex onto his hands.
The Grok was
Chapi de
something that
chapi yelo
Seoul
se
did
ka
not
tor ga chap
want
char ne.
for either themselves
Nayu
or
pita kane Apex
Yellowstone.
in
Like, no
Manipur da.
risk, we don't want to give you the Grok since you have the first
Bihar
pick.
over any state
We
ai.
will give you the Lancelot because we saw that Jay can, just pick Kai's off
Len
easily
toram since
with
Apex to
Alex's help right
ko
there.
ga subha
However, we
singkat
don't want
pa.
to give the Grok. It's just that kind of a threat.
Winter da
Even the
mahate bon
Hilda
gre
is a
Manipur
little
la di
limited in
wo
this
ilaga.
game. Could
Wo
be
ila daw
played
ne
because
so
of its
kangu.
Magnifiber buff during the
Test
bot
on ba
and
yare
the
ko ma.
neutral objective fights where the Hilda could just mark down your damage dealer. But Yellowstone here taking out the Lapu Lapu
So
could
ba
definitely
to
work out
comment se
for
to
them
ko no WhatsApp group
because
on the
Lapu
ko
Kaja
comment
kills
ja.
heroes onto the
To
gold
to
lane.
to.
It just doesn't die. early War Axe, early Hunter Strike with the
Berserker, can I
Blitz.
try to joke in
Very
Manipuri?
likely
Yes, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead.
take him down unless you have a very
I'm
good
really bad though.
destroyer
Warning you.
DPS onto
Go
your
ahead,
team.
bro. Go ahead.
S8ul last span coming in from them. The Kimi, the Kalia,
Soul ꯃꯩꯇꯩ ꯌꯥꯎꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ
the
ꯌꯥꯎꯗꯦ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ
Tushin,
ꯆꯪꯉꯛꯇꯅꯤ
and the Lancelot or the
ꯃꯌꯥꯡ
Hayabusa.
ꯃꯆꯥ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯅ
Just
ꯅꯨꯡꯁꯤꯗꯕ
going
ꯇꯤꯝꯅꯦ
for
ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦ
the
ꯁꯝꯅ
Zaya
ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯕꯗꯀꯣ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯅꯨꯡꯁꯤꯗꯕ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯊꯤꯅ ꯂꯦꯝꯖꯗꯕ ꯇꯤꯝ
Oh,
ꯀꯥꯏꯗꯣ ꯆꯒꯠ ꯆꯒꯠꯀꯤ
there
ꯇꯤꯝꯅꯦꯕ
you go. Sarah is going to be
ꯃꯤꯅꯝ
predicting
ꯆꯥꯕ
most of
ꯇꯤꯝꯅꯦ
the
ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦ.
draft as well as onto the ban. So looks like the Jushin is open. So Yellowstone, maybe Savage Warrior will be trying to prioritize the Jushin once again. Maybe they are going to be
ꯁꯣꯜ
thinking
ꯐꯨꯕ
that
ꯉꯝꯕ
they
ꯌꯥꯎꯗ꯭ꯔꯕꯣ
would
ꯌꯥꯎꯗ꯭ꯔꯦ
prioritize
ꯖꯣꯖꯣ ꯍꯣꯏ
the
ꯂꯩꯍꯧꯔꯕ ꯂꯩꯍꯧꯔꯦ
fighter junglers. But like Sarah has already mentioned that he
ꯕꯁꯀꯅ
has been
ꯑꯦꯄꯦꯛꯁꯤ
adapted
ꯒ꯭ꯔꯣꯛꯁꯤ
to the
ꯎꯔꯒ
assassin
ꯆꯤꯠꯄ꯭ꯔꯣ
junglers
ꯒꯥꯏꯖꯜꯂꯦ
as well.
ꯁꯤꯁ ꯐ꯭ꯔꯦꯗꯣ
He does like
ꯀꯥꯁ
picking out the fighters, but when it
ꯕꯔꯁꯔ
comes to
ꯀꯩ
the
ꯕꯔꯁꯔ
link up
ꯀꯩ ꯁꯣꯔꯤ
competition, he
ꯐ꯭ꯔꯦꯗꯣꯒꯤ
can be risking
ꯐ꯭ꯔꯦꯗꯣ
it
ꯅꯪ
out
ꯈꯪꯗꯕ
all
ꯑꯃ
out
ꯂꯩꯔꯦ
with those assassin
ꯑꯦꯄꯦꯛꯁꯀꯤ
keys.
ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜꯒꯤ
So
ꯑꯥꯏ ꯀꯥꯔꯠꯇꯣ
Yellowstone having the first pick, a lot of
ꯑꯗꯨꯗ
options are
ꯃꯥꯒꯤ
still open.
ꯐꯥꯗꯔꯁ
AP
ꯅꯦꯝꯁꯦ
is open, and the
ꯑꯩꯒꯤ
other
ꯃꯤꯡ
options are
ꯄꯥꯟꯕꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ
also
ꯃꯤꯡ
open.
ꯑꯁꯦꯡꯕ
So I think Lancelot could actually be the priority, but
ꯀꯞꯄꯦꯍꯦ ꯕ꯭ꯔꯗꯔ
one
ꯅꯪꯒꯤ
disadvantage
ꯑꯁ
for the
ꯀꯞꯄꯦꯍꯦ
side of the
ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯤꯗꯤ
Yellowstone is if they pick up the Lancelot, the server is not onto their side, but still they will be risking it out and they will not be
ꯃꯥꯏ
giving
ꯒ꯭ꯔꯣꯛꯁꯤ
J
ꯆꯤꯠꯄ꯭ꯔꯥ
to
ꯍꯥꯏꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ
Lancelot. Guarantee
ꯑꯁ
Kais will be the one who will be prioritizing his signature pick.
True, and the Lancelot does work out pretty well for him. Even with the server disadvantage, I think that he should be able to play it well. However, the only issue would lie if Anti here picks up on the Phobius and Apex decides to go in for the Hilda or the Khalid or
ꯃꯥꯏ
the
ꯑꯥꯏ ꯀꯥꯔꯠꯇꯨ
Kalia.
ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯣꯕꯀꯣ
That's going
ꯕꯤꯕꯦꯛ
to be
ꯅꯤꯡꯊꯧꯖꯝ
too
ꯍꯥꯏꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯣ ꯃꯥꯏ
easy
ꯑꯥꯏ
phase
ꯀꯥꯔꯠꯇꯨꯗ
for a
ꯕꯤꯕꯦꯛ ꯅꯤꯡꯊꯧꯖꯝ
Lancelot to
ꯍꯥꯏꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯣ
handle. Of
ꯐꯥꯗꯔꯁ
course,
ꯅꯦꯝꯗꯣ
Yellowstone could go in for the Esmeralda,
ꯂꯦꯟꯒꯤ
Heather
ꯂꯥꯛꯄꯩꯗꯨꯗ
could, and
ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯣꯕ
then Soul would go in for the Lunox, and it's just going to be a 50-50, one hero countering another. So
ꯔꯤꯕꯦꯜꯒꯤ
come on,
ꯔꯦꯕꯦꯜꯗꯣ ꯊꯥꯏꯅꯒꯤꯗꯣ
S8ul,
ꯀꯅꯥꯅꯣ
just
ꯔꯦꯕꯦꯜꯗꯣ ꯑꯥꯏꯔꯨꯛꯅꯦ
say,
ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯣ
let us go, leave everything, we're just gonna lock him out.
That's the
He
best joke I can
won
do
with the
ꯍꯥꯏꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯣ
advantage right
ꯀꯞꯄꯦꯀꯣ
there.
nice
Anti
nice
could go in for the. Huh?
Oh,
Okay.
okay,
I'll just
okay,
be surprised. No worries.
got it. Yeah, of course. Amartys coming up. So early game, if he gets the snowball, the guy is going to be an absolute nuisance. And they do have the early game control. Let's say against a Lancelot, it might not just work out,
guys
but
God
against
guys ꯃꯦꯠꯆ
utility
ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯒꯤ
kind of
ꯈ꯭ꯋꯥꯏ ꯁꯤꯕ ꯑꯣꯏꯁꯦ
utility
ꯀꯩꯒꯤꯅꯣ
kind of a draft, it
ꯉꯔꯥꯡꯗꯤ
definitely does
ꯇꯔꯥꯒ
work out
ꯁꯤꯌꯦ
because
ꯍꯥꯏꯄꯔꯅ
Martes, he has a lot of
ꯑꯥꯏꯔꯣꯛꯀꯤ
tools right from the
ꯃꯆꯥꯅꯨꯄꯥꯅꯤꯗꯅ
start of the
ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨꯗꯤ
game without relying on his items. Directly can go for the Sky Piercer as well, being the
ꯑꯗꯣ
first
ꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ ꯁꯣꯜꯁꯦ
item
ꯐꯨꯕ ꯉꯝꯕ
priority.
ꯏꯕꯤꯜ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯝ
But
ꯂꯩꯔꯝꯗꯥꯏꯅꯦ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯀꯥꯡꯕꯨꯗꯣ
it is on to the hands
ꯃꯆꯥ ꯀꯌꯥ
of
ꯀꯌꯥ
Jay.
ꯂꯩꯔꯒꯦ
So
ꯃꯦꯠꯆ
he will
ꯄꯥꯏꯕꯗꯨꯗꯤ
be
ꯑꯉꯥꯡ ꯑꯍꯨꯝ
trying
ꯐꯪꯉꯦ
to
ꯍꯥꯏ
acquire as much kills as possible. That is the only way the Martes is going to be working out. And I think it was Team RNTX as well who picked
ꯃꯆꯥ ꯂꯣꯏ
it out.
ꯂꯩꯅꯔꯦ ꯑꯩꯇ
Picked the
ꯉꯥꯏꯔꯦ
Martes out against
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯗꯤ
Team
ꯌꯪꯅꯤꯀꯣ
Yellowstone,
ꯆꯍꯤ
and
13
I
ꯈꯛꯇꯅꯤ
think
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯝ
Joseph
ꯊꯤꯅ
was able to
ꯂꯪꯅꯤ
get a maniac as well with the hero.
I mean, RNTX was seen playing the Martyrs pretty well. Who knows, maybe Anti and Jay are going to swap heroes at one point, but if it is Anti onto the EXP with the Martyrs, it does work out for them. And just for the fact that they're going to have
ꯑꯋꯥꯐꯝꯗ ꯇꯥꯗꯣꯏꯅꯦ ꯃꯄꯥ
three knockups every
ꯌꯥꯏ
single
ꯌꯥꯏ ꯌꯥꯏ
team fights just because of the second skill, and then there's the
ꯆꯨ
person who
ꯍꯥꯟꯅꯒꯤ
just
ꯂꯣꯛ
locked
ꯈꯨꯕꯅꯤ
them
ꯀꯩꯅꯣ
in
ꯂꯣꯛ
place. And
ꯈꯨꯕꯅꯤ
the
ꯇꯜꯂꯦ ꯍꯦ
destination,
ꯅꯣꯏꯁꯨ
of course,
ꯅꯥꯔꯤꯃꯦ
for the Sky Pierce is going to run
ꯂꯣꯛ
around the
ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯃꯦ
entire map like a maniac. Maniac guy for a reason. But that's fine. Soul here, last pick onto the first phase. What is it going to be? The owl.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
goodness. They
ꯑꯦꯃꯟ ꯄꯥꯏꯔꯛꯑꯦ
survived them
ꯑꯦꯃꯟ
for their
ꯋꯥꯎ
best.
ꯐꯥꯏꯅꯦꯜꯂꯤ
Honestly,
ꯍꯣꯃꯣꯒꯤ ꯍꯦꯔꯣ ꯑꯃ ꯄꯥꯏꯔꯦꯀꯣ
I
ꯍꯣꯃꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯄꯔ ꯍꯦꯔꯣꯗꯣ
Oh wow.
ꯂꯣꯠꯂꯒ
Yeah.
ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯕꯤ
I
ꯍꯥꯏꯄꯔ
was not actually anticipating a Martis EXP, but there you go, Sarah. You got your wish, and that is going to be a Martis onto the EXP. But it is kind of a gamble, if you ask me, because Eamon is also quite early game dependent kind of a hero. He can do
ꯒꯦꯝꯁꯦ ꯑꯃ
a lot of
ꯀꯥꯊꯣꯛꯈ꯭ꯔꯕꯅꯦ ꯃꯣꯏꯁꯦ
competition
ꯂꯤꯡꯅ
for your team right
ꯀꯩꯅꯣ
from the start of
ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯑꯦꯀꯣ
the game. So does the Martis, but you don't have the sustainability. And if you are going up against a utility kind of a draft, then maybe Yellowstone would be having that kind of an advantage. But it's all onto the execution. And the second banning phase, like the second banning phase has already started. They decided to ban out the Jushin, and they are not taking any risk. They don't want they don't want the woman to just drag you out when you're involving yourself onto the team fights. The Hylos is also getting banned from the side of Team Yellowstone. I rarely see actually Apex using out the Hylos, but it could have been quite of a priority. It could have given out Team S8ul the movement speed advantage once he uses out
ꯁꯧꯋꯦꯍꯦ
the previous
ꯃꯥꯏꯀ꯭ꯔꯣꯐꯣꯟ
pathway. But
ꯃꯈꯣꯟꯁꯤꯗ
for
ꯑꯩ
this
ꯇꯥꯕꯨ
game, it
ꯇꯥꯔꯨꯗꯦ.
is not going to be possible.
ꯍꯧꯁꯤ ꯂꯥꯎꯕꯩ
And
ꯃꯥꯏꯛ ꯃꯈꯣꯟ
they went out
ꯈꯨꯍꯧꯁꯤꯗ
for the
ꯂꯩꯀꯥꯏꯗ ꯍꯧꯁꯤ
2
ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯌꯦ.
ban as well. So Seoul are aware of the fact that they don't have the sustainability, at least onto the early
ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯁꯦ
phases
ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯁꯦ.
of the game, and they are risking it
ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ
out by the
ꯌꯦꯜꯂꯣꯁꯇꯣꯟꯒꯤ
Martis effects being
ꯈꯨꯁꯥꯟꯅꯗꯨꯅꯗꯤ
already revealing it
ꯈꯤꯇꯪ
out.
ꯏꯝꯄ꯭ꯔꯨꯞ ꯇꯧꯗꯕꯗꯤ
But
ꯌꯥꯔꯣꯏꯍꯦ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ
this all
ꯁꯦꯀꯦꯟ ꯃꯦꯠꯁꯁꯤꯗꯗꯤꯀꯣ
depends
ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ
on how
ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯔꯒꯗꯤ
well they
ꯀꯞꯇꯣꯏꯕ.
execute it onto the early game.
Truly, and the fact that Yellowstone still has the last ban for themselves, maybe they might want to ban out on the Khalid. Very good pick along with the Yeep once again. They
ꯐꯗꯤꯒꯣꯝ
could take out the Kalia as
ꯇꯧꯅꯨꯀꯣ.
well. It does work out with
ꯃꯊꯪꯗꯤ
Amon
ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕ
as well
ꯀꯃꯦꯟ
as
ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ
Martis.
ꯀꯃꯦꯟꯇ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯇꯧꯕ
Or they
ꯑꯊꯤꯕ
could
ꯀꯃꯦꯟꯈꯩꯗꯤ
go
ꯑꯩꯗꯤ ꯕꯦꯟ
exactly
ꯇꯧꯅꯤꯍꯦ.
with the ban.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it's just
god.
gonna be there. It's just gonna
ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ
be there.
ꯁ꯭ꯋꯥꯏꯗꯗꯤ ꯀꯥꯇꯨ ꯀꯥꯟꯗꯤ ꯇꯧ ꯅꯠꯇꯦꯀꯣ.
And as for picks, though, Soul
ꯅꯣꯛꯅꯤꯡꯕ
here,
ꯐꯥꯒꯤ ꯇꯧꯁꯤ.
Radium. Is he
Warning,
gonna
warning.
lock in onto his classic Granger? He might. Or if he's in the mood for some fun, he could just go in for the Amon switch up along with Jay and go for the Amon lane. That we'll have to see what he does. Apex though, he is a bit of a more of a chill guy. He'll go for a standard pick.
PYJ ꯂꯥꯏꯚ
Hopefully
ꯊꯥꯛꯇꯣꯏꯗ ꯌꯨꯇ꯭ꯌꯨꯕꯇ
the
ꯑꯣꯏꯔ ꯐꯦꯁꯕꯨꯛꯇꯔꯣ.
Killia comes in or the
ꯌꯨꯇ꯭ꯌꯨꯕꯇ
Two
ꯊꯥꯒꯅꯤ
comes
ꯌꯨꯇ꯭ꯌꯨꯕꯇ.
in.
ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯆ
Instant
ꯄꯥꯔꯇꯤ ꯁꯤ
burst
ꯁꯣꯒꯤ
along with
ꯃꯦꯠꯆ ꯍꯦꯛ ꯂꯣꯏꯕꯒ
Amon's
ꯃꯥꯒꯤ
ultimate and Yellowstone.
ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯗ
Maybe
ꯃꯥꯒꯤ
the
ꯂꯥꯏꯚꯇ
gold
ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯃꯛ
lane as
ꯃꯌꯥꯝ
well.
ꯔꯦꯠ
The
ꯆꯠꯇꯣꯏꯅꯤꯀꯣ.
Lunox could work out. The Farsa would not. Amon is just gonna hunt you down. And for the gold lane, what
Oh,
did I tell
oh.
ya? What did I tell ya? It's the
ꯆꯤꯞ
chip.
ꯄ꯭ꯂꯦ ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯦꯀꯣ.
And
ꯑꯣ ꯑꯦꯄꯦꯛꯁꯀꯤ
okay,
ꯆꯤꯞ ꯄ꯭ꯂꯦꯅꯤ.
Yellowstone, last two picks at me. I'll leave the predictions to you this time.
Sarah is just exposing S8ul at this point, when just hire her. She's gonna be, analyzing most of the
Bro ꯀꯩ
drafts,
ꯆꯨꯝꯅꯤ.
and she will be using it against you. So, okay. Anyways, Yellowstone, finally, they do have two picks onto their priorities. The Golden Esmeralda is still possible, but they went out with a Xavier and against an Amon. It could be quite marked out. And if it was against a utility, if you didn't have the movement, then Xavier could have been a great pick.
PYJ ꯅꯨꯄꯤ
But
ꯊꯤꯔꯕꯣ
against an
ꯊꯤꯔꯕꯅꯤ
Amon, there
ꯊꯤꯔꯕꯅꯤ
is
ꯃꯥ
a high
ꯑꯉꯥꯡ ꯁꯥꯕꯗ
possibility he
ꯋꯥꯖꯔꯅꯤ
could
ꯃꯥꯁꯨ.
just get marked
ꯅꯨꯄꯤ
out. And
ꯊꯤꯔꯕꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯃꯥꯁꯨ.
you need to time out the flicker perfectly on time in order to move out from the ultimate. So it is going to be quite dicey, but looks like it is an Esmeralda gold lane, not the gold lane. Actually, it could be onto the EXP lane, but Kaizen will be logging on the Ruby,
Erwin Sky ꯆꯠꯈ꯭ꯔꯒꯦ Erwin
and
ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯗꯦ.
SAT will be having the final pick. But the question is, will Radium go out with a marksman, or will he try to prioritize a fighter onto the goal lane? That is going to be the main question here. But SATUL, with an
ꯑꯗꯣ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ
orthodox kind
Xavier
of a
pick.
draft, finally went out
Xavier
with
pick.
an Xbox. Okay, it's not going to be a marksman, but let's just say I think it is an EXP Martis. So yeah, we'll see
Yeah.
onto this match.
Yeah, we'll see. Like the moment the ruby was picked up, I was just looking at the screen
Yeah.
and thinking, Radium, Expo Gold, and the
Hmm.
moment you picked it up, I was like, all smiles into the
Okay.
screen because yeah, I could just read them like that, but it's fine. It's a standard pick. Anyone could do that. No worries, guys. I'm not a hacker. It's all good.
Xavierꯁꯤ ꯀꯩꯗ ꯆꯥꯟꯅꯩꯒꯦ
And
ꯃꯥꯏ
that
Xavierꯁꯤ
completes the draft
ꯕꯦꯁ
for the
ꯗꯤꯐꯦꯟ
boys
ꯇꯧꯅꯕ ꯀꯝꯕꯦꯛ
team as
ꯂꯥꯛꯅꯕꯒꯤ ꯄꯥꯏꯕ ꯃꯥꯜꯂꯦ
Yellowstone
ꯑꯗꯨꯒ
very
ꯃꯦꯟꯂꯤ
standard and strong draft.
ꯆꯤꯞꯇꯣ
Only the
ꯆꯤꯞꯀꯤ
Xavier
ꯑꯜꯇꯤ
pick will have to
ꯄꯣꯔꯇꯦꯜꯗꯨꯗ
play it out.
ꯁꯦꯀꯦꯟ
Like
ꯁ꯭ꯀꯤꯜꯗꯨ
you
ꯄꯨꯂꯞ
say,
ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯐꯥꯔꯒ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯅ
EXP
ꯍꯥꯠꯄꯒꯤ ꯆꯥꯟꯁꯇꯣ
and
ꯋꯥꯡꯉꯤꯗꯅ
Amon.
ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯄꯥꯏꯕ
Let's
ꯃꯥꯜꯂꯦ
see
ꯈꯪꯗꯤ
who will
ꯈꯪꯗꯦꯀꯣ
win.
ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯤꯀꯣ
Well, very
ꯇꯤꯝ
unknown
ꯑꯅꯤꯒꯤ
for the
ꯗ꯭ꯔꯥꯐꯁꯦ
draft
ꯀꯔꯝꯕꯅ
right now
ꯐꯖꯩꯅꯣꯁꯦ
is
ꯑꯩ
Jay and
ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯤ ꯉꯝꯗ꯭ꯔꯦ.
Z. Let's see what they do with those two. Let's just not be scared, guys. It's a Martis and an Amon. It's fine.
Yeah, and Martis will not be having that much of a sustain onto the EXP lane compared to the other
ꯃꯥꯏꯊꯣꯡꯗꯤ
heroes
ꯃꯥꯏꯊꯣꯡꯁꯨ
that are
ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯅꯤꯀꯣ
that could
ꯃꯥꯏꯊꯣꯡ
have
from
reached
December.
priority. Something we don't see quite often. The Martis is getting prioritized onto the EXP lane, so the sustain is definitely not there. But
ꯔꯦꯗꯤꯌꯝ ꯌꯥꯎꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ
it
ꯌꯥꯎꯋꯦ ꯌꯥꯎꯋꯦ
kind of evened
Xbox
out with
ꯄꯥꯏꯁꯦ.
the Xbox pick, and against a Ruby, it works out really wonders. Savage Warrior has the Xavier for his side, but Xavier, it is high kind of a chance that he could be marked out by the Amon quite often. So positioning is going to be mattering quite much for the side of Team Yellowstone onto this game. This is going to be a do or die for them. But meanwhile, Team Soul, they
Bro
are
ꯅꯪ ꯂꯣ
already
ꯈꯨꯇꯧꯗꯣ
on to
ꯍꯦꯟꯃꯜꯂꯦ
match
ꯈꯔ
point.
ꯍꯜꯂꯣ
So if they are
ꯊꯃꯣꯏꯒ
able
ꯂꯣꯏ
to win
ꯃꯨꯕ
this
ꯇꯥꯔꯦ
one,
ꯁꯤꯁ.
they will be
ꯇꯤꯌꯣꯝ
making their
ꯀꯥꯟ
way onto
ꯅꯨꯄꯤꯅ
the round
ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ
robin. And
ꯀꯩꯅꯣ
if
ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯂꯦꯞꯄꯒꯦ.
Yellowstone just concedes the loss, then they will be moving on to the 2-2 brackets. It will still not be over for them, but they would actually try to at least get one or two games onto the series going up against
ꯃꯥꯛꯁ
the
ꯎꯞꯄꯛꯇꯣꯏꯔꯣ
likes of Team Soul.
ꯎꯞꯄꯔꯣꯏ
But
ꯎꯞꯄꯔꯣꯏ
here we are already
ꯃꯥꯛꯁꯀꯗꯤ
onto the
ꯎꯞꯄꯔꯣꯏꯀꯣ
Global
ꯀꯤꯖꯣꯒ꯭ꯔꯥꯒꯤ ꯇꯥꯏꯞꯇ
series.
ꯃꯥꯛꯁꯀꯗꯤ ꯎꯞꯄꯔꯣꯏ.
I actually would not ask Sarah to which draft do you like it better. it is all
Ki
going
jo
to be
gi mark so
depending
why
on
je
how
hang ni
well
ne
they
khwai maru wen.
utilize onto the early game, as well as Apex, how well he uses those teleportation
Asuka
aids.
asuna je manipuri de na tente. Mayam sa kan.
Yeah, and like, the fact that you decided to skip asking me about the draft is actually good because from a very standard, unbiased, completely like very traditional point of view, Yellowstone wins the draft 100%.
Yeah.
Only the mid lane disadvantage of it because of the range, but other than that, Yellowstone wins it out hard. But S8ul being known for the hero picks that they have right now, I think those people are just gonna be,
Bro is je is bro
just getting the kills
chu
everywhere.
maning
Like
di sing
there's
cho pa ma
nothing you
ma
can
le ge.
say about them, no
Chu
matter
maning di
how
sing
good
cho
they
le
play
ga
in
go.
the draft. But
Sky
yes,
de jo
we'll have
kamen
to
jo.
discuss that, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the land of dawn once more. Game number
Radium se
three.
mayang macha
Yes,
kai na
we are
100
at
win
a
streak lai hai na we
100
world record.
best of three
100 win streak
matchup.
world record hai
That
na ba
means
mayang masen.
they just need to
Oh,
win this
moi
phenomenal
mayang masen balle
competition.
balle tau za ni
Is
tu mo.
Yellowstone gonna be able
Sis
to take
100
away a
ai
victory for themselves
kappe.
with the strong draft that they have right now and settle for the tiebreaker on towards the third game?
Ado guys, the
We'll
game is
start off
started.
with
Who will take
Itami.
first
Yes,
blood?
they're
Mayam
on the
comment to
side of
buya ko.
Itami. Itami takes the
Score
first
se
blood.
Yellowstone 0,
And for now,
Soul
it's
1.
just the basic
Best of
rotations,
3 ni
as
ko.
well as okay, Lemonar is already quite low onto the HP. Apex is already trying to invade it out. Try was trying to get out the blue, but he will be able to get enough vision that will be making him go onto the level 4 mark as soon as possible. And looking at the priority emblems, of course, okay, interesting enough, he has the marksman. Apex has the
Yai Wilson
weakness
ki po che
finder.
fai ko.
What was it
Yai
called? It
yai.
is the weakness
Tina
finder, right?
fai.
It is still the tank emblem, but the weakness finder will be prioritized from the chip. Something I don't see quite often. It is kind of experimental, but it is Apex after all, so he wouldn't have mistaken it out. And looks like
Oh, it's a
the
plan.
priorities will be done, and it could just be a plan as well. Asuna, look at the
Yep.
pokings he's doing, even after the Tron, so aggressive, so confident.
Truly, and the fact that Apex has the weakness finder makes it so very useful into the team fights because after landing his first kill, whoever is in the range, whether it be 1 or 5 of the members of Yellowstone, they are going to get stunned as well as slowed down because of the weakness finder. It counts every single basic attack. So that's a
Oh, so
smart
mine pa do
move
ibo
right
man. Okay,
there,
okay.
and it would be working out for
Yai
them
ko.
pretty well.
Game
They
ngasi
get the
turtle
setup
fight.
in
Let's
that
see.
way, but God Kites
Turtle
now
fight ye
with
ngasi ko first blood
position
chilong na
here.
de.
Both anti-Asuna are coming in the
Okay.
same way. Apex doesn't spot Kais, but Kais has to flicker out. No thought
Weakness
anymore.
finder
And
pai
they
chip
get
se
the
weakness
first blood,
finder
but they need to
yes.
back off.
Yai
Way
ko.
of
Big
waiting
brain
spot.
guy done.
The
Big
Dawning
brain guy
Light
do. Kana
comes
da bi da
in and
big
will
brain
not
oi
be
bi do.
taking them low. Oh, there we go. So Revo comes in from Amon, but
Okay,
Anti with
first
an
blood
decimation
for
onto
Soul.
Lemonade, finding the kill instantly, looking for one
Oh,
more. Kais goes down. Asuna to the back line, a bit of a danger here, needs to back off, but no, Ricky gets the first blood onto Asuna right there with
That's
his
a
basic
triple
attack,
kill
but
lai
Anti
re
with the
brother.
triple, looking for the fourth.
Asidi early
It's
game se
Ryzen
Soul na
and
phasabi
Savage
hele.
Warrior are gonna go back to the safety of the tier 1 onto the mid lane.
Score
one
kya
for
no
three.
score je
It was a
0-1.
triple for the Martes as well as the turtle
Blue
for
team
the side of
0,
Team
red team
Soul.
1.
So it is kind of giving the deja vu from the previous match. It was a 2-for-none, but Team Soul once again having the advantage, and Martes, like he was supposed to do, have the early game advantage. Oh, there's a teleportation onto
As wa
Ricky. He
phasa re he
goes down.
pote.
It will be a mega decimation being used out. Lemonade getting chased out, but he will be able to escape it out somehow. Once again, the trade for the side of Team S8ul.
Very aggressive and very demure gameplay coming in from the
And
side
DJ
of
brother Blair
S8ul, as they
Blair
like to say,
cosplay to ini mana.
Gen Z.
Mana Blair
However,
cosplay to ini ba.
but Yellowstone here, they are losing momentum so early. It's almost surprising. Like they have been doing so well, but somehow now they're just
Surrender hai gre. Pore hai
so
game no san gre ko.
or is it just
Game dum no san gre ko viewer gai da.
call them
Do
better
loi
and
du ju
give them
male.
new names. However,
Maram de play
Yellowstone
je
really needs to find a
kitang
way
extra
to
torok
take
tragedi YS na
either
kitang extra kha
Dawn
torok
down
tragedi game no re ko.
or take Radium down if they want to burst down the Firagama and win any team fight. But it's like no matter who you take down, there's other 4 coming in for the backup and they can still win the team fight with 1 man down.
Yeah, exactly. And Radium is getting quite poked down, uses the Dawning Light from the hands of Savage Warrior, but he will be able to just escape it out. Loses the Firaja armor, but still he won't be losing out his life. Apex is there trying to provide out some visions. He might be using the teleportation as well.
Real manipulation comes into play too.
Phasai
Lemonade.
ne. Nice. Mana di loi cha ge ko. No backup chen jalo dana du dia. Kai kai lege no team myam du bo. Nang la futi o je. Kem yang no
Oh
drop
my
ne.
goodness, the fun film execution comes in,
Seer
but
ni
Kai's
Xavier
not
si
gonna
dora.
find everyone. He doesn't have the skills onto him this time.
Gato gaza
And
dolo season na gamne mo
Rico
skill
being
na
the
hojiki.
one caught out once more into 5 people, and team misses out on the first kill because of the immobilize coming in from the Xavier. And S8ul, it just been perfect
Oh.
reflexes coming in from Asuna with the flicker. Otherwise, he would have been caught in that stop.
Thongao sing dara phubi ne sidi mana pa helle
Yeah,
sidi
and
yadre go.
they were able to do the
Airo ki
roaming
masano
as well
pa
as
ji yadre da.
able to get the
Kappe da mazu
second
games.
turtle for the fact. So the early game, like expected, is
Lassi
going
gangu
well
ni
for the
yaire.
side of Team Soul, and Yellowstone yet to find out a proper opening. They are trying to play out the poking games. Lemonade once again
Fazai
low.
sida ka
Oh,
khungal lo he kill do.
They're trying to look for
Fazai
more
hai
guns.
pamdi
Kai's
khungal le
finds
ko.
Jay in the middle of it with
Ada si pokhai
Amupsep.
lo happe ani.
Phantom execution, but no,
Nappu da
Kais
tana
will
ga.
get taken down by the real world
Fazai ha jari
manipulation.
ko.
Radiant
Hatu
in
hatu
danger
kai
here
do.
as well, still
Isme
trying to
da
look for the
pal
stun
ga saida.
down. And
oh,
Chen gidra ne
Anti
brother.
with the
Eh.
decimation finds the kill, finds the double onto
Oh.
Ricky. He has the
Weakness
amazing
finder pai
ability to
wa.
just go where
Chip
he
na ne
wants
ga
with
re.
teleport and just get a kill and come back to where he was.
yeah, and looking at the instant replay, they, Lemonade did try to invade out, and not actually was trying to save out the buff for Kais, but the skirmish that went out for the side of Team Yellowstone as well, but it favored
Guys,
out
I
for the
think
side of
Apex
Team
is
Soul,
legacy
and the
roamer. Yes.
teleportation
Right.
most importantly,
Right.
it
Hai
was
batam ni ko.
perfectly on time, making sure that the Martes is just going to be extending onto his skills, and he was able to get the double as well as just go back onto his lanes. So the opening as well as the trade better still for the side of Team S8ul. I'm offended being used out, but Radium will be able to sustain it out. Still loses the Firaja armor, but it will be popped down onto a matter of minutes.
And ironically enough, the Lancelot is considered the most meta jungle right now. However, if you look at
Parotha da
bo3,
pojan
Iron
jao
is the
re.
one who's actually winning out on 1v1. But the flicker
Oh,
teleport coming in from Apex along with the real
Legendary
world
lao re. Wo
manipulation.
si comeback
Unlike
ti
Nova,
war
did
ni
not
ko.
feel any damage. Anti with
Comeback
the
will
double
be hard.
decimation finds the double kill for himself. Looking for the third. Ricky is in danger here. Anti gets it.
Leone.
Steals a
Total
bit of ADM
massacre.
onto the backline by taking down Savage Warrior. But Anti here looking for the maniac. But Asuna is gonna
Bale
steal
tawbo yare
away from his teammate. He's not gonna
Moi
let
luggage
that
me am pack tori kholi do.
slide.
Masam sai ka de
yeah,
injun
and
ge
it will
yare
be a
ko.
complete wipeout. Just losing out Apex for the initiation, but getting a complete wipe for the side of Team Yellowstone. Still a good trade for the side of Team S8ul, and they will be trying to prioritize more onto the
But
objectives.
get the
They
formaga
were
hayek
able
to
to
the
get
fuck ta
this
do
turtle
ne.
quite uncontested. There is no sign of contention from the side of Team Yellowstone. They just go back, and it's just a matter of 2 minutes that Lord will be spawning. And looking at the momentum and looking at the
Sidi to pi
optimizations, it
pani
is
mana
Team
pa de la
S8ul who are
da.
having the
To pi
advantage.
phai no pak to ni ko.
Martes has already got the Sky Piercer, so that was the first item
Kappe
priority,
kappe.
and he already got the halberd as well thanks to
Yare
the
Yellowstone.
farm he got
Base
from
ta
the
defend
kills.
to ta ba
So
Xavier ga to ga. Let
it
ngai ga.
probably should be Anti who has the highest farm compared to
Yengasi.
everyone onto this team. Despite being an
Comeback
EXP
hai bam
laner,
chalai
thanks
bene
to
do
the
yengsi.
kills he was able to acquire, but once again,
Yare
Looking
kappe.
for more, and Anti is the
oh,
one who's gonna get the legendary. Kaius dodges it with phantom execution, but
oh,
he needs to go back. But
Mi ge
Anti
lai kai
here,
je to
a
jo.
menace for the side of Yellowstone, sustaining everything, dealing the damage he wants, but he is gonna make it out alive with that. The flicker perfectly timed away from the hands of Yellowstone's clutches. He gets the kills, he gets
APY je
that.
nang stream
That's
de lai ga di
double
nang
for you,
stream
ladies
live
and
thagat pa
gentlemen.
yare ko.
S8 still
Live
able to
thagalo
India, but
keno
the
to ge.
AOG comes in. Lemonade
Mayam se nang gi play
commits
loi
too
thajalam
much
ge.
to that fight.
PY
Apex
je
though,
ngasi de gi live thaba
looking
hor
for
ni
the
ko.
stuns. Again, the Thornrose comes
De
in
ma hojik
as
thagala
well.
ne.
Radium very low here, needs to
Ai
back
nga sai
off.
ha ba do.
Savage Warrior
Stream
manages
ki
to
copy
escape
to
with
ro.
1 HP from Soul
Adu
Reaper.
matung da
And
server
however,
URL copy to ro.
Kaiser
Title isal lo.
committed. Is he gonna make it out alive?
Aduga
Gets stunned. Kais has to use up the phantom
aduga dum stream
execution
chem dagi
just to
on to
run
yar ne.
back for his life.
yeah,
Gozo
and
from
once
Timu
again,
hai
the
gre.
Soul are winning out onto the team fights, and look at the goal lead. It's almost over 12k, so a big of a
First game sidi
advantage they are
khara
already
ngai ra se
having,
live
and they
stream mani
will
mane
try
mai
to
live
win it
stream
out
mani
of
na
them as
tungai
soon as
tonga sing khadi
possible.
to der ko.
Maybe they will make sure
Resources
that
kar
the
gather to
Zombie
yar.
will be the inhibitor towers remaining before they try to prioritize onto the Lord. It is, the mid tier 2 is still standing on onto half HP, but the engage might be coming up onto Ricky once again.
Another RWM, lasting insanity. The combo is perfect for them to
Ooh.
steal
What
the
is for
kills,
this
but
here?
Kaizen is gonna
Auntie?
find way
Hero
easier
ani di
because
sire
of
ko.
the
Ado mo
immortality, and he goes down,
comeback
finally
macha
taken
am
down
delay
by
sida.
Savage
Mini
Warrior.
comeback
An
macha am
important
delay.
shutdown for the side of Yellowstone. Asuna also gonna be
Hello
caught
hello
out in the
faze.
taunt
Mini
and the
comeback ni ko.
Taunt Rose.
Mathak
He
tara
gets
makha
taken
tara
down.
gorong cheng bro.
S8 looking to back off, but the
Lord put
Retribution
away.
securing the red buff for Amon right there.
Oh, that was kind of
Lord put away ko. Mi
overextension
hum
that
down ni.
did happen for the side of Team S8ul, and looks like
Lok
Team
thunga bo lok thunge kita ka.
Yellowstone, without wasting any time, they will
Dang
be
thing thing
trying to
halak bo
prioritize the
kapen.
Lord as soon as possible. But Jay is still alive. He can be using out the retribution,
Inge
trying
was
to
di
get
gai
out
thou
some
je du na.
visions. He will
Am
be
thung bi ne.
waiting it out for his team. But maybe there might be the engage. Apex just goes
Ye
in.
ga si.
Again, there's
Nice retribution.
Oh,
Nice
these
retribution.
teams Anti will find Lemon
This is
here,
a mini
and Kai
comeback.
steals away the Lord from the hands of Jay. Sonado finds a kill on the Savage Warrior. Two people
Main na
chasing
fazana
on him
laure
right
si
now.
de.
He's not going to be able to make it out alive. The stuns are way too
Fazana
many,
laure
and
a
he
wipe
secures the
out.
triple.
Loro me
Both
do a
side of
wipe out.
S8ul, a complete wipeout coming
How
from
si sa
them.
laure do how si
And they
je
go
khalam
in
ne.
for the finish right from here, or are they going to wait it out and defend the Lord for themselves? But instant replay, ladies and gentlemen, Yellowstone had everything they needed, but the chip,
Discord ai si la ta ba la te su ta ba ko to ga du ya de. Adu di
right away.
atopa device ge
Unfortunately,
loudspeaker tha
Jay was
tok ta.
just too far away from the Lord, and Kais stole it away from their hands, and that is where Yellowstone still have some space to breathe.
yeah, and the Mart is completely chasing down Skyzen as well as making sure they get the triple. So even after getting the Lord, they completely got wiped out. If they were able to retreat it out, then maybe the scenario would have been quite different. But it is Team Yellowstone once again on to the disadvantage, and I think
Okay,
that
post
is
sama
going
la
to
ko.
be a pause
Post sama
coming
la.
from either of the side of the teams, and it should be back as soon as possible. But the lead as well as the Lord actually went out for the
Kamai no
side
ben cha
of
sana
Team
mi je khang de
Yellowstone.
mo
So
manung de
could
ya na
be,
gra ne.
buying them out
Manung
some
de ya na
time.
gra ne ba.
But the
Tournament
question
ben
is
cha ba ne ba mo
going to
je.
be remaining that
Tournament
how
sana ya de
long
na mo
it will
mari
buy
turai kha to we.
it will
Atu
buy
kan
them
kha to
time.
we ko. Adu hojik ti sol de yaw ni lo
And
ya re. Po che.
I
Manung
think
lo ya
the
sana bi ni.
pause here might just be a
Mana ga je.
strategic timeout to
Sanai
think
ngai
of
matam do
like
ma di
we
khang
had
ga da ne.
anywhere else. Like, what are we gonna
Leng
do?
bo
Do
leng
we
han lo
really
da.
lose it like this, or do we fight with the Lord? Try and defend as long as possible till the Xavier has the lantern, has the lightning, has the divine blade, whatever items he
Guys,
has.
Manipur de
Try and
len
make
se
some
sin ba
damage.
yani ko
But
yani yani bro.
elimination
Fredo yes.
benefits
Yes
here.
nga
It
tane ko
shouldn't
viewer
go
su yes nga ta
further.
ha ka ni ko dum de.
Soul
No
being
ne support
soul,
kha ta ro ga di.
just
Ta ro
trying
ke
to
ta ro
end
ke
it with
support.
brute force. They're gonna get the chip in, and whoever
Silo
comes in
ado
with the
don't forget to
transformation,
bring
they will
soul
be
and
disrupted, right? And
RNTX.
once Eve has the real manipulation into play, the lasting
Ado
insanity
ani
just
du ni ko
covers
ko
them
ne
up,
ngai
right?
je
So
ko
it's
wang na.
a very dire situation for the side of Yellowstone right now, and unless a miracle happens, I don't think anyone's saving them today.
Yeah, unless the Martis once again gets shut down, and if they are able to make a potential wipeout, then that might be the only possibility that Team Yellowstone would have been fighting back from this. But just not,
Bootcamp
it's
ta go
not
be
just
gobi
on the
Manchurian
rough,
party lai
but
re.
the early game execution as well as
Fredo
the
full support
perfect
ni ko Apex
teleportation
to
from
amta
Apex that
la
made
halo
the
Apex to
difference
la
for
halo.
the
Ko de
side
len
of
de la
Team
hai ni ko.
S8ul. Anti has 15 kills onto his name. I already, I just noticed it. So it is almost over 85% of the kills going out for
Post se
a
kai no.
single player. So
Kui di ne
the
post
Sky
1 minute he no
Piercer
wale.
should most probably almost be onto the 80 stacks mark. So he just needs the perfect initiation to just get out the kills. And S8ul, they don't have the 12k goal lead at least, but it
Lord
is
mun gi
still
ba post me
9k,
ta ho bo
and
mu
it
adu
might be
hai ba
just
yai ko.
extending
Adu
it
hai ba
out
yai.
once the team fights will be
Tawgan ba ni.
popping up. So the Lord should most probably be the priority, or maybe if they make another potential wipeout, then they most probably will just go for the end of the game.
Yep, and Yellowstone really does not have the space they need. Like, they've got Gatot, but
Manipur
no one
la
to
ga hoi
Gatot
Manipur
tries
la
to
ga hoi ne
land
ko
his
si bi tau ya ni
EOG.
ne ko na du su
SCGO are just gonna
game
land
do mo
all
na
in
ka
in
to phi
such a
thang la
wild
pu ja
manner,
ka di
and there
kap
we
te
go.
ba.
We're back into the game. The Lord gonna be spawning up in another 9 seconds from the base of Yellowstone. So SCGO technically still has enough time to try and defend it. But Radium though gets an early last
Direct
kill
trophy ga
shot
thang la
in,
ja re ba
and
thawak te
nobody
nelam
from the
ga
side
chap
of
man de ba.
Yellowstone gonna commit to him.
Yeah, and I think SG2L as well,
Hurry
they will
Chong
not be
Tham.
overextending onto any team fights this time because they
Mathang di
did
yellow
lose
ne
out
work
to a
ti hai
member of the
member for
Lord that
5 months
did
hai
make
ba da
sure that
kap pe lo hong bai chokri
Yellowstone
tha manga ni
would
ko ma
be
na pham de je lo hong bai
contesting for
chokri
the
da.
first Lord,
Phajai ne.
and because of that, they
Thank you
did
for
lose out
becoming a
onto the
member.
Lord scene.
Hurry Chong Tham.
So
Mathang di
avoiding
yellow
them
ne
into
hole
any
jo
team
okay
fights would
green da
have
gi
been
yellow hele
a
kam
better
okay
option.
okay yai
Lemna
ko.
is trying to get out some visions onto there, but
Khoi
Apex
member
will
mayam
just
se ya di
not
ya ba ni
lose
lo
his
hong bai chokri ni
ultimate
ko
yet.
member mayam gi di
Maybe
lo
he
hong bai
will
chokri
bait
ngau da.
himself out
Phi
and
ngau
use
na
the
ku pu do plastic ki
teleportation
da.
play onto that.
Adu da ne mo
But
na
for
pham bi je
now,
da khoi mayam
just backing it
green
off.
gan da mayam da.
And one thing with the
Ai ga
Xavier
punna phak
is
ta
he
pham ma
is
ga ni ko.
definitely going to be
Yeng min nei
shining
je.
when it comes to the
Phak ta
Lord
ni pham min
defenses.
nei je.
But team fight,
kill. G lands onto the RWM. Asna does
아마지
remove
힘그레네 brother.
survives. Anti with the mega kill. Dawning light misses.
아스
Asna
bro
once more
로에네
Anti
로에네
this time with
로에네
a
시디
triple.
카페
Is
아스
trying
아
to look
total
for the
wipe out.
maniac. He still doesn't
이게
get
베이스
it. It's
놈지도
gonna
와이프
be
오피셜라면
Radium
카페
once
카페
more,
카페.
stealing away any chance he had at that last kill he needed. Unfortunately, no highlight for you right now, Anti. Your teammates are not gonna let you have it. However, his KDA, he's at 15, 1, and 2. Oh, sorry, no, that was 18, 1, and 3. As the base is gonna
GG.
fall
Okay,
once
Seoul
more for the
qualifies for
side of
top
Seoul
8.
Esports
Seoul
as they
top 8에
secure a 2-0
짱그랬고.
into 2-1 bracket and move to
아두디
3-1, which means they have finally qualified into the round robin.
아두디 걔로
Welcome
떨어있고.
to Winning Showdown's round
옐로스톤
robin
해오래.
S8ul Esports.
옐로스톤
and
해오래고
they will
guys.
be
Seoul qualify tꯧ래
joining
top 4 top
team
8에
who
짱그래.
was
top
it? It was
8ꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯃꯣꯏ
Fire
사나가거든요. top 8기 팀
and
매암ꯁꯦ top
RTX.
4 경기
Fire
사나가도요.
GX and the other team.
top 4 팀도 랜 qualify
It
또
was Team
랜
Yellow
사나도요. top 4
Esports
팀들은
who did
오케이 오케이.
beat out
라운드
Team
로빈
S8ul
거이고 top 8
previously
사람들이 라운드
before
로빈니.
this
라운드
match.
로빈 해지
So
뭐뭐
we
탱아이나
will
비디오
Team
영원히.
S8ul as well, joining them on to the 3-1 bracket.
로에 로에 로에.
And
우리
they will be
BYJ
making
또
their way
라이브
onto the
달라야겠디
round
엄청.
robin. So congratulations for
엄청
this side.
파비오라.
But meanwhile, Team Yellowstone, they will be falling off onto the 2-2 brackets, which means it is still not over for their side.
마시
But
얌나
they will be
잉링드레
finally
더워지
qualifying.
야우리
And,
커멘지다.
the road to round robin
미
is going to be
따라니판
quite
핫크레 브로.
tougher than
마르티스나
usual.
카페
But of
카페.
course, the MVP is going to be Anti with the Martis, almost getting the Maniac, but still, it is going to be him with 18 kills on his
에펙스
team, which
포봉 한번
probably
레이트레
should
레이트레다.
be
브로
one
레이트레
of the
레이트레 포봉
highest
한번.
kills on
골로
the
탕글어 둠
Winning
레니 뭐
Showdown
파리테.
with,
멍
with a
하이갈라가.
single player
멍시
not being a
택터
jungler
멍
or a
안
gold
남다나.
laner.
And it's not just the fact that he got that many kills, he's actually on the damage build. And look at Jay's build, bro. Look at Jay's build. Like, what is Inbo drop? What is PH drop? What is
카페 바라시디.
ID?
아
We don't care. Every
야만네.
player in India.
야만기 빌지디
The
카페.
itemization go to him, man. He's gonna out itemize every single person
와우.
that is supporting this world. Jay who.
세계 차이는 예이거든요. 예예. 세계 차이는 뭐지 예예. 로이.
Huge props to Seoul Esports for actually
너 거기 뭐 팀 사이 팀.
somehow it feels that
또 보면 되는 건데
the
네버.
performance just fell off so badly for somehow. Like they had been doing
멤버가 많이 나오니 멤버시 나간다.
just the
옵션
previous
나오니까.
tournament,
내 이정나가
then
멤버
they
왜
had
야보네.
been
또부
so
guys
good.
ngasi기 스와이드로 시는 부터 오게 BYJ 또 라이브 할라게. BYJ 기 라이브 네 좀 타게 거.
I do believe that they will
어떤
be
BYJ 기 라이브 세
finishing
BYJ 게이밍 하가 라이브니.
their very
프로파일
last
픽처도 링 덤마니고 링.
live into
BYJ 게이밍 하는
so
라이브니.
we do hope for the best of them. Tonight's game
이거 뭐
not
나오지?
favorable for them. The first game they dropped issue, no ranges, and second game was just S8ul
Execution,
being
yeah.
ABM and ABM being S8ul. Yeah, execution did matter right there. So it's all right. Do have another chance
Demons
to
are
win
bathed in their
this.
blood.
Yeah, and
The light
the 2-2,
belongs to the
they
righteous.
still could make the comebacks from the 2-2 bracket.
BYZ
So it could be just a matter of time. But
at the
looking
red
at the
BYZ
head-to-head,
gaming.
Radiant with
My
Rimbo
subscriber 지금 가면서
Ryzen with the 4.7. So
라이브
of course,
딜락시 더 맞아.
I think itemization wise, as well as the execution wise, and the goal lead was more favorable for the side of Team S8ul. And as Sarah was mentioning, it is kind of
Where is
a job
BYZ
to
link?
see
Target
Link
hack.
Talker onto the Aemon. It could help him farm faster, but a Great Dragon Spear, okay, no, that's something I didn't.
That's just for the escape. Like once you cast the ultimate, you're gonna get a major movement speed buff. So you go in, you cast the ultimate, and just run back. Smart move, I would say. In a match like this, smart move in a real match.
At the red BYZ gaming 마이지 가이노
You know,
I mean
fun things that he likes to do. It's alright. But Apex's build though, the fleeting time as
라이브
well as the
타드리네 마이지
those
TV도
are
펑되고
just,
라이브 타드리거니나.
every single time. Esmeralda did do well,
저거
but
이행했어.
against Anti-Smartis didn't really stand a chance, unfortunately. Too much damage, too much
마이지 라이브 직디 타로 해 마이지.
things coming in.
BYZ 라이브 직주
And of course, there we
우리
go.
타로
Rich
이브디 하.
guy, the carry and the sandbag. Oh, of course, it's Lemonade with the sandbag. He did do a lot with the AW and the sandbag.
BYZ gaming
He did well
slash
on his
MNO
CC.
sabet.
But a chip being a chip, did his job even better.
Yeah, once again, actually, onto the wingman, it is Apex, and the carry, once again, it's Asuna. It is kind of same compared to the first game, but the rich guy this time is, instead of J, it is going to be anti onto the Martis because of the early game kills as well as the faster
ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ
itemization
ꯂꯤꯡꯁꯦ
feature
guys
he
ꯍꯥꯄꯝꯃꯒꯦꯀꯣ
was able to do with the
ꯀꯃꯦꯟꯇ
additional
ꯍꯥꯄꯝꯃꯒꯦ
gold
ꯂꯤꯡꯁꯦ
boost.
ꯅꯣꯏ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯣ
But Lemina, like you mentioned, he did well when it came to the initiation. Actually, onto the bot side, it was him
ꯂꯤꯡꯁꯦ
who
ꯍꯥꯏꯄꯔ
initiated
ꯑꯣꯏꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ
the
ꯑꯣꯏ ꯌꯥꯔꯦ
invasion,
ꯌꯥꯔꯦ ꯁꯤ
which
ꯂꯩꯔꯦꯀꯣ
did
guys
make sure that
PYGC ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ
Yellowstone
ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯇꯤ
got
ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯣꯏ
the
ꯃꯥ ꯍꯣꯔꯦꯟ
first
ꯆꯥꯛꯆꯥ ꯇꯣꯛꯑꯒ
loss,
ꯂꯥꯛꯀꯦꯕꯨꯗꯤ
and they
ꯍꯥꯏ
were able to
ꯑꯗꯨꯗ
extend the
ꯑꯣꯏꯅ
game somehow, but
ꯊꯦꯡꯅꯔꯁꯤꯀോ
it didn't went out
ꯕ꯭ꯔꯗꯔ
to
ꯃꯌꯥꯝ
his favor. I did thought that S8ul will be waiting out for the second
ꯀꯩꯅꯣ
round, but
ꯇꯧꯁꯜꯂꯝꯃꯣ ꯂꯥꯏꯛ
Lemina
ꯅꯝꯁꯤꯜꯂꯝꯃꯣ
once again
guys
tried to engage it, and
PYGꯒꯤ ꯆꯦꯅꯦꯜꯗ
they
ꯆꯪꯁꯤꯜꯂꯣ
just
ꯃꯥ
ended
ꯂꯥꯏꯚ
up losing out.
ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯗꯕꯅꯤꯀꯣ
Remember,
ꯆꯥꯛꯆꯥ
it was
ꯇꯣꯛꯄꯒ
complete
ꯃꯥꯁꯨ
wipe,
ꯑꯩꯗꯤ
and
ꯂꯣꯏꯁꯤꯜꯂꯒꯦ
Team
ꯉꯁꯤꯒꯤꯗꯤ
S8ul,
ꯁ꯭ꯋꯥꯏꯗ
being a classic,
see
just
you
went
guys
out for the
tomorrow
end, and they will be securing the
ꯍꯌꯦꯡ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯊꯦꯡꯅꯔꯁꯤꯀꯣ
round
ꯑꯥꯎꯇ꯭ꯔꯣ
robin
ꯁꯣꯡ ꯑꯃ ꯊꯥꯔꯝꯃ ꯊꯣꯛꯈ꯭ꯔꯒꯦ
round
ꯑꯩꯁꯨ
robin
ꯑꯥꯎꯇ꯭ꯔꯣ
slot for
ꯁꯣꯡ
this
ꯑꯃ
side,
ꯇꯧꯔꯝꯃꯒꯦ
and it will be Team Yellowstone who will.
ꯒꯨꯗ ꯅꯥꯏꯠ everyone PYGꯒꯤ ꯂꯤꯡꯛꯇꯣ ꯑꯩ ꯀꯃꯦꯟꯇ ꯍꯥꯞꯈ꯭ꯔꯕꯅꯦ ꯃꯥꯏ ꯆꯦꯅꯦꯜꯒꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯗ ꯆꯪꯁꯤꯜꯂꯣ ꯂꯣꯏꯁꯤꯜꯂꯒꯦꯀꯣ ꯏꯁꯩꯁꯤꯅ ꯍꯦꯛ ꯂꯣꯏꯕꯗ ꯂꯥꯏꯚ ꯂꯣꯏꯗꯣꯏꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯑꯣꯀꯦ ꯕꯥꯏ ꯕꯥꯏ